water curve on either side. Can you explain why you believe that you would be able to see that on the globe model?
It's not what I believe. I think that's stupid and irrational, right? It's what you believe. I'm trying to make what you believe absurd, right?
I know you are.
Not me.
I know you are. But what I asked you, SE, is I said, why do you think that is what you would see on the globe model?
Because that is what your model is. There is a constant curvature of water, which you said, right? So if you were to have, let's say you were to raise a basin of water, like have you ever seen those bridges that has water on it and a boat goes through it? If you were to look at that from the side, in your model, there would have to be a hump in the middle. The water will not be horizontal. That is your model. I don't believe that. I'm making it absurd. I'm reducing it to absurdity. That's what I'm doing. And it's funny that you just don't get that.
And then you also think in the globe model that the water on that hump would flow downwards.
No, no, I don't think that. I just want you to show it. Show me somewhere where there's water, right, in a canal that you can go from the side and observe it and show that it's not even, it's not horizontal. There has to be a hump in the middle, whether you like it or not. In your model, there has to be a hump in the middle.
How big would the hump be, SE?
It depends how big the lock system is.
So 300-foot lock. 300-foot lock, how big's the hump?
Do the math, bro. What are you asking me?
Because you're the one saying it doesn't exist.
0.0026 inches.
Because the point is that the distance on those locks, you would not see that. It's way too short a distance to observe the curve.
So in a canal of 6 miles, you wouldn't be able to observe the curve?
No, in one lock that's 300 foot. That's how much you would see.
Well, you guys say that there's what's that thing that you guys say that what is it, a naval base where you can see the curve? Well, what's that thing that they keep bringing up?
It's called the tow tank.
The tow tank. There you go.
The tow tank.
So you can see it in the tow tank, right? You can see it there?
I don't know about the tow tank.
Ah, you don't know about the tow tank.
They say that they considered Earth curve when they made it or something like that, right?
That it's flat, not level.
But hang on, but saying that you considered Earth curve when you made it doesn't mean that you can quote unquote see the Earth curve. Those are not the same things. Because when you build things, instead of interrupting me, Essay, you can let me finish my sentence. When you build things, you don't build things based on what you can see. You use tools and measurements. You don't just go, that looks flat, and then build it.
Okay, then give us the measurements.
I know nothing about what you're talking about. I'm just correcting your imagination of how things are built.
It's not my imagination. I know the reality.
Across a 300-foot chamber, it's 0.026 inch. So 2/100.
What about across 2 miles? What about across 2 miles of water?
It's going to be 8 inches per mile squared.
Like LIGO, for example, right? LIGO?
So across 2 miles of water. So if you had 2 miles of water and you had a dot on one side of the bank of the water, and then you went across to the other side, and you were at water level on the other side, 2 miles away, would there be a hump of water in the middle, 8 inches high or 10 inches high? How does that work?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it depends on your perspective. Either you could describe it as water dropping away from you, but if you're at the middle, perfectly, like looking at it orthographically, you'd see whatever inches of hump. And by the way, when you use centimeter precision equipment at the salt flats, that's exactly what you see.
Yeah. Okay, so if we secured some line on one bank, went 2 miles across the water, secured the line on the other bank, and pulled it taut, it would in the center, the line would submerge below the water level. Is that correct?
You can't get a 2 mile line taut. That just doesn't exist.
Why not?
But if you use neutrally buoyant, neutrally buoyant line. Hold on, man.
Correct.
You could if you use neutral.
So if you get fishing line, and
are you socially retarded?
It seems like he is.
It takes a minute for the internet to go across the other side of the world.
No, it's the slowness isn't his mind, dude.
Okay, cool.
Then we have Lake Pontchartrain, right, where there's supposed to be an 80-foot hump in between, right? Anybody ever spot that?
Can we go back to the
Jeremy?
We're just going to ignore that.
Yeah,
Jeremy, were you?
I had a question.
Hold on. I think Jeremy was trying to speak, and there was a delay.
Yeah, there was. I stopped speaking. So Jeremy, go, man.
There's no delay, dude. I'm on my home internet. But you could get a blind tight if you use neutrally buoyant line. Use neutrally buoyant line. The only forces that should be acting on it are the ones you're pulling sideways.
You need to get in there. Yeah, I've got to get to the canteen. 0104, thanks.
You wanted to measure the height of the water below the line. The line would be curved because it would not even neutrally buoyant, maybe in water, but not in air. There is no line that is neutrally buoyant in air, so I'm not sure how neutrally buoyant line helps us.
Right,
No, I think they're saying in the water.
I've looked up. Yeah, in the water. So if I get some polyprop line, right, which is neutrally buoyant, down at the Coorong, which is not that far from me, I can get a 2 mile stretch of water pretty easily, and we have it just gently float on the top of the water on a calm day, and then we use a winch or a fishing line or whatever, and pull it taut in the centre. That line should go below water level. Yeah.
I suspect if you were able to get enough tension on it, yes. However, the amount of tension that you could generate on that line would not even nearly compensate for the slight movements in water.
Maybe I'll try it.
You should try it. I mean, if you get some thin fishing line, even thin fishing line, it's amazing how much it bends in water.
Polyprop rope, 4 mil rope, 6 mil rope, not just fishing line.
Yeah. The thicker the rope, the more force that it gets from friction in the water. Even that's what I was about to say. Really thin fishing line. Sorry, Lush.
So before we get too far away from this, I looked up the towing tank. The longest one I could find was 3,200 feet, 3,200 feet, which would be about 0.74 inches of curvature or 0.017 degrees of a slope. So not observable with the eye.
Would there be water flow there in that slope?
No.
This is it, man. That one phrase shows me that you have no clue what you're talking about. A slope without water flow. Unbelievable. But hey, man, it's a free world.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Montreal, there actually wouldn't be water. There actually wouldn't be water flow, even if it was flat with that amount of slope.
Oh, really?
I've seen water drops with more slope not be flowing.
How about an inch of slope? Would there be water flow at an inch of slope?
There's not an inch of slope. What if fish lives in trees? There's not an inch of slope.
I'm asking, would there be, in your model, in the way you think of water, if there was 1 inch of slope, would there be water flow?
Over what distance?
Any distance. A foot,
No.
2 feet, 3 feet.
1,000,000 feet. No.
You guys hear that? I mean, what else is there to say?
1 inch of drop over 1,000,000 feet would not create.
Who said 1,000,000 feet? Who said a million?
Me.
I said 10 feet,
You said
1 feet.
You said,
2
quote,
feet.
any distance.
Okay, let me be specific. 20 feet. If there's 1 inch of slope on one end of a hose to the other, with 20 feet, would there be water flow?
Absolutely.
Well, let's just go simple. Let's say for 1 inch, let's say 1 inch of distance and a 1 inch drop. Yes.
See how they're changing it? You see how they can't answer the question?
I know.
I answered your question by asking, depending on the hose. If the amount of friction generated by the hose exceeds the amount of kinetic energy in that water, there will not be flow.
Any hose that you go buy, let's be more clear. You go to Home Depot and you get a hose, okay? And you make it 20 feet long and you have 1 inch of slope on the other end. Would there be water flow?
It would be a hose. You mean you fill it with water? Is that the next part of the story?
You see, I can't answer the question, man. It's amazing, bro.
That's a fake laugh.
Dumb.
You're asking a question, SE.
Yeah, I'm asking a question. Okay, I'll be more specific then. You get a glass of water, an 8-ounce glass of water, right? And you have a 20-foot hose that you bought from Home Depot. On one end, you raise it 1 inch up and you throw the water inside the hose. Would that water flow from one end to the other?
Yes, but that's a different scenario, and the factors change based on what it's flowing into is already full. So on any slope, if you just starting the source of water from the top of something, it's probably going to slope down. But as it fills up and as it builds friction over distance, it's not going to happen.
So hold on. So you're saying that there's a scenario that I just laced out that you can put water in that hose and that water would not flow if you fill the hose. Is that your argument?
No, you didn't listen to his argument. Do you want to have him?
I didn't ask you, bro. I didn't ask you. You don't have to speak for him. He can speak for himself.
Okay, I'll let him speak for himself.
I'm saying in your scenario, it is possible for the water to flow, but the factors we're bringing in will impact if it flows or not, right? If I'm filling up a pool that has a slope, right? If I just place a drop of water at the top of the slope, it's going to flow down, right? But as the pool's filled up, it's not going to if it's already touching more water, right? There doesn't have to be a flow because there's a slope within the pool.
Well, that's not what I've asked. We're not talking about a pool. A pool has edges, right? A hose is open-ended, so I don't see how
That's why I'm saying your scenario does not represent the tow tank or any of the examples we're going over. If it's just an empty hose where the water can flow out at the end, of course everything's going to keep flowing.
Okay, so we agree to that.
But
okay, but it doesn't prove anything.
But he's not trying to prove anything. He's just trying to make the globe seem as absurd as possible by his own admission.
Well, the globe is absurd. I mean,
you
that's
just don't understand the globe. That's the problem.
Well, look, the globe is absurd. You guys think you live on a ball, right?
True.
Surrounded by atmos in a vacuum. Now, if that's not absurd, I don't know what is, right?
Well,
traveling at
you already
thousands of miles an hour, blah blah blah. So yeah,
you already butchered
absurd.
the globe model. You're only 2 sentences in, and you already butchered it. But you did make it seem absurd, so good job on that.
I think it's called atmos.
It is absurd.
I see falling, the Earth falling right now in 30 seconds a kilometer. That's pretty absurd.
That's right. Yep.
Only if you don't understand.
Constantly falling while traveling at 1.5 million miles an hour, and they laugh at us. I mean, really, like, come on.
They can't measure it. They can't feel it. What a bunch of mind control.
They can measure it.
Yeah,
it's
and
measured.
then when they didn't add up in respect to the solar system, they figured out, oh, we got to add another wobble. And just fix it with adding another wobble.
It's spinning at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. It's traveling around the sun at 55,000 miles an hour. The sun is traveling at 500,000 miles an hour, while all of that is traveling on 1.5 million miles an hour. And they laugh at people questioning that?
Wow. I know, eh? The irony.
Bravo. You made it sound ridiculous, and you won over Eden. Good job.
No one's laughing at people questioning it because no one here is questioning it. No one here is asking questions about it. All you're doing is asking questions about absurdity. If you have questions about it, no one will laugh at you. I promise.
Well, at the same time, I can just show that it is absurdity. It's like, if you can believe something like that, I mean, it's on you, right? But any logical person with critical thinking would stand back and say, really? I'm traveling at 1.5 million miles an hour right now while doing spins and going this way and that way. And I mean, you can choose to believe that right away, but I mean,
well, we're not changing directions. We would definitely feel that if we were going this way and then we started going that way, we would feel that.
Yeah, they got us moving. They don't even know how fast or where that ends, right? They got us rotating at 1,000 and then doing this and that, and eventually you get up to the movement of the galaxy at 1 million something miles an hour. After that, though, I don't even think they know because they got to have everything's got to be falling. So, like our galaxy cluster, that needs to be falling around something else. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have something else that we're, and that's probably, and it just keeps getting faster and faster. And we might end up going fucking
a gigawatt.
We might end up going plaid out this bitch.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, everything is falling towards the great attractor, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Logical Person, whose only argument has been an appeal to incredulity this whole time.
There he is.
You're coming in hot, babe. You're coming in hot.
I mean,
so not that it's a direct. This isn't a million miles an hour. It's not a million miles an hour, but I did see it was a picture of a high-speed train going like, I think 300, 400 miles per hour. This guy had a quarter balanced on its edge, like traveling on this train. I thought, wow, it's impossible for him to be going that fast and to have a quarter balance. That's impossible. That's absurd. And then I thought that's probably a fake video, and that guy's probably not even real because that's absurd.
That's probably legit. That's probably legit. But do you think he could have been doing circles?
Yeah, he could have been.
Oh, if it was once per day, possibly.
If it was one circle per day, the quarter would have been fine.
Yeah, I think so. We might be able to test that. But I just thought it was absurd.
We can test it.
How could that be possible?
I'm not doubting you. I don't think we feel speed either.
Then what's your big argument?
SE thinks we do.
Well, I'd like to have a bunch of big arguments. You can't handle none of them, so I don't know.
No, I mean, we don't feel speed. Very good. Thank you. We only feel acceleration.
I just came in to say that someday you might find out that we're going. I think the top speed right now is like 1 point something million miles an hour.
Relative to what?
It keeps getting faster and faster. So I'm saying someday you might find out we went past ludicrous speed.
I agree. I'm fully prepared to travel a giga million miles per hour.
You're prepared to accept whatever is told to you. I mean, we know that.
The irony
You're
here
prepared to
is
say no to anything that you
of the
can't.
fact that you believe every conspiracy theory put in front of you is incredible. I was going to point that out. It is truly incredible.
I don't think
Every
anyone
conspiracy
believes.
theory, yeah, sure.
Does anyone believe every single conspiracy theory? I don't
No,
think
there's some that are
Which
mutually
ones?
exclusive.
Close.
I
Which
asked
ones are
Gio
not
once.
true?
I asked Gio once if there's any conspiracy theory he didn't believe in, and he couldn't come up with one.
No, I bet we could.
Yeah,
we
that's
could
not
come
that's
up with
not
some.
true. Yeah,
I
don't be
did, Gio.
deceptive. Don't be
I did,
deceptive
Gio. I
about
asked
me.
you. So which conspiracy theory is too wild for you?
It doesn't have to do with too wild. It has to do with what's true.
Okay,
There are a lot of things that a lot of people talk about are true for a reason. Like there are theories that have no legs and no one talks about for a reason.
Well, name one conspiracy theory that's too wild for you.
I don't know what too wild means.
One
For
is
me,
false.
it's lizard people.
We don't even know what
the
that
idea
means, bro.
that there's reptilian people is way too wild for me.
That's not even that wild, though. Like I don't.
That's wild.
That's not even crazy. That's well
It's
within
too
the.
wild for me, man.
That's well within the possibilities.
Well, how about one is false, Jeremy?
Australia doesn't exist. I would say that's false.
But that's not even a real one. That's like that was a meme that somebody made up, and it kind of spread as like a ridicule meme, like, oh, flat earthers don't think Australia exists. That was actually there was like a Flat Earth Society post actually that I think originally had posted that, which is like a fake. It was like wasn't a real thing, so people don't really think that.
But there's like some theories that are mutually exclusive. Like you'd have to go on one side or the other. So like you could say
what?
QAnon is true and Trump is part of this organization coming to clean up the government and restore us to, former glory. And then there's another conspiracy that says that he's part of the cabal that's, destroying America and trying to implement New World Order. You can't believe in both of those.
Yeah, I don't know about that anon stuff.
If you believe it's just the overarching LARP, right? Like characters in the play.
Oh, I'll tell you what I don't. I'll tell you what I don't believe in. I'll tell you when I don't believe in ancient aliens. That whole ancient aliens thing on the History Channel. I don't believe I don't believe that.
I've heard people say we never went to the moon, and also the moon is hollow because some astronauts said it sounded hollow.
Well, they could.
Those are definitely mutually exclusive.
Yeah, but they could have been doing an internal critique on the moon landing, right?
No, they said they crashed something into the moon and it rang like a bell.
That's an internal critique of your story.
And by the way, I posted the different motions of these clusters, Jeremy.
Well,
yeah, but how deep does it go? All it goes is our galaxy's orbiting another galaxy, and that's where we get the 1.5 million from. Is how fast our galaxy's moving. What's past that? Is there a higher number than 1.something million?
That's a good question. I think that's in relation to the Great Attractor. Now, after that, I'm not sure what.
There.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. That has to be doing the same thing.
That's hollow. That's hollow. The Great Attractor is hollow.
There's no conspiracy theory that is not deserving of belief, is what I'm thinking.
I have a question.
But just remember
I believe in Bigfoot, so.
I mean, you could also flip that and say, NASA Shill, is there anything that the mainstream says that you actually question or disagree with? You can flip that. If you think all these things, because the thing is, dude, like a quote unquote conspiracy theory, like the way I think about it is like truth, like it's in the ether. So if you have a criminal group that's doing something like illegal or something conspiratorial or criminal, they're doing it, and then other people can like tap into that, like through the ether or just vibrationally, energetically. Now that's kind of going on a more metaphysical level of it, but I'm just saying people are aware that it's going on, like on the subconscious, unconscious, on the deeper levels. So that's why these things are talked about, and something that's talked about, a lot, generally that's for a reason. It's not just because just somebody made it up. And when someone does just make something up, it's usually not, it doesn't go very far, like it doesn't have any. But anyways, what I was saying, is you could flip it the other way. Is there anything that the mainstream says that you actually don't think is the case or you question? Because obviously not all the stuff the mainstream is putting forth is true.
Is there a conspiracy you believe in? Yeah, right? Is that what you're asking? Give us your best conspiracy, Paige.
I was waiting.
Like the government
that you think is true. That you think is true. Something you think is true. We know you love flat Earth, but
because conspiracies do exist, right? So which ones of them are true then? Because you're trying to say that people are believing in quote unquote all of them, or you think having too open of a mind or thinking too outside the box. So where are you at on that? How outside of the box do you think? How advanced are you?
How advanced am I? So
yeah, let's hear your advancement, because you're in one of the most advanced communities on Earth discussing this. So what's your advancement? Blow our minds.
So the more conspiracies there are, The more conspiracies you believe, the more advanced you are. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, take us somewhere, dude. Let us know your advanced level of truth seeking. Let us know right now. Yeah, drop it down to us. Let us know. What do you got?
After he goes, I have a pretty good one.
Yeah, what
No,
is
you don't.
going
I'm
on?
just gonna assume you don't.
We're waiting.
Yeah,
Let him answer Gio's question. Go ahead, NASA.
I think all the modern conspiracy theories are all false.
Is that what Gio asked you?
You can't
Yeah.
give us.
So it's hard for both sides.
Not one. Not
It's
one
not hard for
conspiracy.
me. I can make a whole list of things that's conspiracies. Now that I've thought about it for a moment, I could list you off some.
Yep.
Things that are
Man.
too crazy. Okay, what are they?
Like Jesus didn't exist.
It's a characteristic of a
That's
conspiracy
crazy.
theory that the majority of people don't believe it, or like what exactly?
Oh, should define a conspiracy theory. It's like there's a small group of people that don't wish us well, and they're controlling things from behind the scenes. Isn't that kind of usually what?
No, that's an example of a conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theories are what the mainstream narrative isn't, right? It's going against the cult licking establishment bootlickers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what we're talking about. So, like, for example,
That's a good definition.
There might be some people that just 12 hours ago, 5 guys, conspired to rob a bank. We're obviously not really talking about that because there are like criminal conspiracies all the time. People are robbing banks. People are, stalking people. They're doing all kinds of crimes out there. So we're obviously not talking about just like a few people that got together and did some crime. Like in this context, I'm sure what NASA Shill is talking about is more of these much wider scale, higher level kind of criminal acts that have a lot of money behind them. A lot of and that they're lying to the general public, and that would imply that there is like a group of organized individuals that are beyond just your civilian, people doing crimes, that just end up in a courtroom. Oh, okay, we busted you for conspiracy. We're not really talking about that. Obviously, we're talking. I think what NASA Shill is alluding to would be more of a coordinated effort to tell the public something that is not the case, or to keep something concealed. Whether that's the wide range of that. And obviously people are going to put things like 9/11 or the shape of the earth and all, some of these larger coordinated efforts that are not what the mainstream is putting forth.
My definition for it's sort of similar, but maybe a little more nuanced. It's just that it's an event or something, some phenomenon that has a normie, it has sort of like a normal rational explanation, but a conspiracy theory would be an alternate explanation for the same thing, but one that requires sort of like a mass coordination of hidden shadowy figures.
Dude, that's a
terrible definition.
The best part of conspiracy theory is the definition. Talking about the definition of it, it's really enjoyable.
There's one theory. I don't know if I call it a conspiracy theory. The one about where Jesus was running a drug ring with abusing underage kids. That one was crazy. That one I'd put on the too crazy to believe list.
I mean, that one doesn't seem crazy if you consider that they may have replaced like Jesus, who may have actually been like an old soul guy who like had some wisdom and people were hanging out with him, and then they may have actually like put a different person in that place, basically, who was maybe some kind of something to that effect, like an actual criminal. That's another theory, though. But I'm saying if you consider that that is the case, but they actually replaced him with a different, like the story has the story of a different person, not the actual real one. But yeah, that would be another layer of it.
It's just funny. He says that's like the craziest one. Yet he like started defending against it like the first time he heard about it the other day. So it's ridiculous.
So I have a question.
Against.
Wait, what?
Is hold on.
You were debating me on the translation that I was using to make. Hello?
Hurry up.
Hurry up! Fuck you, dude.
All right, fine. Go slower then.
No, everyone suck my dick.
He just
I thought you were done. Relax.
All right, so
I wanted to hear how I was defending.
NASA Shill, but NASA Shill,
I was inverse defending.
NASA Shill, you never actually answered. So if you, NASA Shill, if you
think
there's
one,
so if you just think there's none of them, then to come in here and just try to be like incredulously pointing the finger at others who do think there's some of them. That's all you have? That's your most advanced thing? Is there's none of them, guys? Everything's all good here. There's no lies going on larger levels. The world is all,
what do you?
Everything's.
I was more interested in if there was a conspiracy that you'd look at and go, no, that's just too crazy for me. I got one guy that said lizard people. I agree with that.
Yeah.
That was pretty out there. I just was wondering if there was like one conspiracy theory, widespread conspiracy theory, let's say, that you look at and go, no, that's just too nuts.
Well, why would I just say something's too nuts? Like, what I would do is consider if it's true. I would take each thing on its own stance. Is that what you do? You just write things off because you're just incredulity within your own self?
But have
No,
you
but I think it's a fair
considered
question.
the
And I
evidence
think,
and rejected any? You know, at the heart, that's the question.
Let's
and
ask
I
the
think the
question,
same is fair to ask of NASA Shill, which is, are there any that you've heard and you're like, oh, that one, there might be something to that. They're both fair questions.
Well, yeah, you could flip it. Well, I mean, that guy Yasuke used to say that, like, or I think he had said something like, everyone in the NBA is a woman. Like, that one's false. But I think he's one of the only people that
we
say
did it.
But
We found one. All right, NASA, your turn. There's got to be something.
I think a lot of those men or women ones are wrong. There could be some that are true though. Like the Michelle Obama one's pretty interesting, but
they're pretty out there.
Oh no, you'd have to go and like, I don't know, get one of the. I've never actually seen an NBA player such that I could just actually certify that they are male, shall we say?
I mean, dude, if we made a list of like the 20, like the type of conspiracies you're talking about, of the 20 biggest ones, yeah, there's a reason those are the biggest ones. Like those are like 9/11 being anyways, yeah,
there's so many with that. There's not one unified 9/11 conspiracy theory.
That's true.
Yeah, but NASA, name me one thing that you don't believe about the cosmological model. One thing.
You see, when you use the word belief in this, you're using the word belief incorrectly.
Okay, something you question. Name me one thing you question about the current cosmological model.
Well, you have to question, the cutting edge, the whole dark matter thing. That's cutting edge stuff. We really don't know what it is.
That's not cutting edge. That's 50-year-old stuff.
It's still pretty cutting edge. I mean, we still.
So you question dark matter? Do I have that straight?
Well, I mean, there is something out there, and we call it dark matter. Is it really dark matter? Who knows?
Yeah, it's not like a binary thing. You just say you stack up all the things that we learn in science, then there's something near the bottom that's like, okay, this is experimental physics, or it's less ability to be empirically. Hold on, I'm almost done. There's less of an ability to empirically define it, and you just say, yeah, that's the thing that I'm the least confident in.
Okay, but fair enough. But that's an intricate part of the current cosmological model.
Not really.
So you're questioning one of the most fun. Sure, it is. It's one of the most fundamental things. Dark matter and dark energy make up 96%.
Yes, we are.
Are you interrupting me?
We are questioning it. Yes, SC, that's correct. To some degree, between 1 and 100, we are questioning it.
What would be the number?
It's not that fundamental, though. I mean, it's not that fundamental unless you're concerned about stuff that's happening on the galactic, galactic level.
It's absolutely fundamental. It makes up 96% of everything in the model.
But what does it affect in the solar system, SC? What's different? What's different in the solar system because of dark matter? Name one thing.
Well, quite a few things. How the planets would form, how the sun would form. It has to do with everything.
Not relying on dark matter.
Dark matter and dark energy. Yeah, there would have to be an expansion, the rotation of the galaxies. All this stuff is hinged upon
back to galaxies,
dark matter and dark energy.
The solar system. But we're on the solar system, and you went back to galaxies.
Why would you limit to the solar system? I don't understand why. We're talking about the cosmological model, is what I asked NASA.
Let me put it a different way. When we hypothesized dark matter, what things changed about the solar system? Like, did orbits move? Was there anything at all on Earth or in the solar system that we adjusted because of dark matter?
That's irrelevant. You're changing the topic here now.
No, the topic is...
I asked NASA to find something that he disagrees with in the cosmological model. And he said dark matter, which surprised me, to be honest with you. Now you're trying to reduce it to the solar system?
Well, see, the thing about dark matter is it is interesting if you're worried about the cosmological level. We can send stuff all over the solar system using Newtonian physics.
Oh, even our own galaxy requires dark matter, dark energy. So it just disappears when we go to the solar system.
Yeah, but they're not worried about generally, at this level, what shape is the Earth? Does the moon orbit the Earth? Does the Earth orbit the sun? Independent of dark matter. We know about it long before we knew about dark matter.
But is this in the context conspiracy. So you're saying that you're concerned that that there's a conspiracy, that dark matter is a conspiracy?
Not conspiracy.
No,
It's
I think
just
it's
an
more just
explanation. It's a hypothesis.
So this is not the same conversation of the conspiracy thing?
It's similar.
no. Essie asked a specific question about which things would we question from mainstream, but not necessarily conspiracy.
So this is the cutting edge.
NASA said he doesn't question anything, so I thought I'd ask it in a different way.
So NASA Shill, this is your most cutting edge. You question dark matter.
One of them, yeah. You get in this whole thing with why doesn't quantum mechanics and Einstein's theories work together? Everyone knows they don't work together. Why is that? No one knows. It's that one big.
Yeah, because they're fundamentally different. That's why.
Yeah, I know, but they, if you like elegant theories, you should be able to have a theory that explains everything, the theory of everything.
Which doesn't exist.
Well, does it, or have we not found it yet?
Well, we haven't found it according to the kind of physics you guys are trying to use, right?
Correct.
So
we're waiting for that ether. Ether theory that just meshes everything together perfectly.
Oh, string.
The crazy thing is, I think Essie and I would NASA Shill and I would both jump on that theory if it explained things better, and then we'd all be like kumbaya together.
String ether doesn't explain everything either.
String theory.
Yeah, you mean if the mainstream put it forth, then you'd be all about it.
Yep.
No, I don't care. It's just, to me, it's just if it explains reality better, mainstream or not.
But y'all don't explain anything. All y'all do is just describe stuff.
Well, quantum and relativity both rely on fields, right? Absolute background fields that are present everywhere. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yep. There's no such thing as a particle. It's all field. And when you disturb the field, you get like a little hump, and they call that a particle.
A particle.
Yeah, so
is there something in science that you can better demonstrate or predict with this knowledge that everything's a field and there are no particles?
That's your guys' thing. Why are you asking me?
There are particles. There are particles. We know there are particles. When they get moving it fast, everything is in quantum. It's whenever you get in quantum, things get really fuzzy really quick, and it's difficult to use, which is why math is so important when you start talking about quantum.
All right, but quantum relativity, they both have ever-present background fields, right? But you guys are afraid to call them mediums for some reason.
Well, the medium? You mean ether?
It's the absolute background medium. You guys have space-time, and then, what?
Space-time isn't
So is there a spot where there's no space-time?
Just four-dimensional.
Right, so everywhere you go, you can apply some space-time, right?
Well, space-time, I don't know why the concept of space-time is foreign to you. I mean, when I meet your friends, you say be at this place at this time. So you basically give them a three-dimensional space and no dimension of time. So that's space-time.
Yeah, it's just a rename for the absolute background medium. It's just a relabeling,
right?
Not
a medium,
just an abstracting of it.
I think if I was trying to be as fair as possible, I would say it's more like it's a renaming of ether to match a different concept. Like the original ether, the Michelson-Morley ether, was a totally different thing than what you're describing.
An absolute background medium is different than an absolute background medium.
Luminiferous ether
they had different properties assigned to them, and they did serve totally different purposes.
Luminiferous ether was this thing that light needed to travel through, like sound needs air to travel through. So they said, well, if light is like sound, it needs a medium, and they went looking for it and didn't find it.
Okay, does light need space-time to travel through?
Light needs space.
They found it. It's air. Air is required for sound.
Okay, we're talking about light, though.
No, he said like air. Like air is for sound, but for light.
Yeah, I agree with that. And there should be a medium for light to travel through. That makes sense.
But they didn't find it.
But, I mean, it depends on your interpretation.
No, it doesn't depend on your
interpretation. You can look at that as a success.
It does not depend on your interpretation, sorry, because since 140 years since they've done that experiment, they've done it over and over and over again, to the point where instead of I think they were at 300, was it 30 meters per second or 300 meters per second?
Well, we still use Sagnac today. He explained that as a etheric effect, right? We still use Sagnac and RLG lasers today.
You've continued to do the experiments, and now they're down to 1 × 10⁻19 meters per second. So no, there's no way.
But there's a space-time field, right? There's an ever-present space-time
stationary luminiferous ether.
To say,
but you could define it a different way and maybe find evidence for something.
To say space-time is a medium is kind of throwing out with a medium. Because if you have space-time with air in it, you'll get sound. You have space-time with no air in it, you'll not have any sound.
And why do you want to not talk about light?
Because
And that there's this, space time is the absolute background field,
again, you
which
have
you need
space
for
time.
light to be observed and be visible.
You have a piece of space time and you have no air in it, and you will not have any sound.
Okay, is there somewhere where there's no space time?
There's somewhere where there's no space time. Well, then you have to go back to the instant of the Big Bang, I guess, where
I
space
think
was
the
began.
age of the age of the universe is way off. I think the universe
So it's an
is far older.
it's an ever-present background field. It's everywhere you go, space time, right?
I mean, you could say that it's everywhere, but also the medium's affected by mass. Like it's more governed by mass than the other way around.
Except it doesn't, because dark matters are needed, so it really doesn't do that.
Right. It does do that. It's just it does it more than we think it should with the amount of matter we can see. So we postulate there's something out there we can't see that acts like matter, and we call it really, really great dark matter because we can't see it.
Well, that's why Issa refers to the 24-hour sun in the south. He calls it dark polarity. What's the difference?
Dark polarity. What's that?
Yeah. Well, he says that as I think kind of a joke. He but he's just pointing out that like even if something like if someone doesn't have an exact explanation for it and then they put a patchwork on it, why is one side not allowed to do that and the other side is? Because the dark matter problem would imply that your model doesn't work. Because
science.
Yeah, what PFinky just said about mass and space-time does not work. That's the problem. It doesn't. Your model doesn't work. Period. It does not work. It doesn't work.
It doesn't. It
doesn't work unless you make up a fabricated concept of mass that will adjust the part that doesn't work. So that's what I'm saying. If someone was to say about the 24-hour sun, dark polarity, that's just a placeholder to adjust for the part that somebody feels like they can't fully explain, whatever it may be. There's no difference.
Any theory that comes up is going to have to deal with that same discrepancy.
Same with the wobbles of the
right. You can just say dark.
planet.
We can say dark ether, or just describe the whatever missing effect is, and we can say, oh, that's ether or whatever. But the problem is, then you have to say ether is something we feel, and then like as globers, we could say, well, if the ether's traveling above us at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, why don't we feel that? Right. If you can't feel it, it doesn't affect mass. Then you can't use it to explain why things in the universe are moving in a particular way.
How much mass does light have?
Light has no mass.
Okay.
But remember, we're talking about the movement of galaxies and planets and trying to attribute that to some ether field.
Yeah, but I said you just relabeled it space-time, right? It's still a background field which is needed to explain how light propagates.
But in some ways, I feel like you just
removed
all properties of ether. I mean, what I would say is fine. Call space-time ether, but it's nothing like what Michelson Morley were testing for. It's just a different. It's ether it's space-time with a different.
Yeah, you try to reclaim it, relabeled it. It's an ever-present background field, which is necessary to explain the propagation of light.
If we have a hunk of space-time with no air in it, if we have a hunk of air with no air in it, we will not propagate sound. We need air to propagate sound. It needs a medium. Light, on the other hand, doesn't need a medium. Still have space-time.
It needs space-time.
But so does the air. So does the sound. Then, I mean, space-time is reality.
Yeah, exactly. It's an ever-present background field.
God. No, stop it. That's bad. That's really bad.
Well, the thing is, rocks need space-time, right? So, I mean, it's not necessarily a medium in what you're trying to talk about. If you want to call it ether, go ahead, make our day. The point is, light travels, right? And we have a speed. It's a constant. So we don't care. It's like gravity. You can call gravity tree force if you would like. We don't care. It's measured, it's observed, and we can use it. So stop running around the place.
How can you say ether's debunked if you just renamed it, relabeled it?
No problem.
And reclaimed it.
Listen, you can do that. But the point is, it doesn't get rid of space. It doesn't get rid of the heliocentric model, no matter what.
All right, Robert, we'll make a note of it. You are pro ether. We got you on the books. All right.
But so the other problem with it though is, let's say if you rename,
the thing is,
let's say you, oh my gosh, go ahead, Robert. You got something you want to say? Go for it.
I'm not pro globe. I'm not pro flat Earth. I'm pro science. So ether, where is the science for it? Not a problem. If you find science for ether, I am pro-science. Get it?
No. Well, if you want to use Michelson-Morley, I'm not really making this argument, but you could say Michelson-Morley actually detected the ether.
No, they did not.
I mean, but not the same ether as, because now if we're redefining space-time as ether, then you can't, it's incompatible, because remember, you basically have to, that has to align with all of relativity, because space-time is a feature or part of the explanation that comes with general relativity.
I've got a question. I took a picture yesterday, dropping it in live stream one. The original messages are at the top. That's where I dropped a picture. I went outside, took a picture here. I'm in North Florida. Good Vibes is in Auckland, New Zealand. 24 minutes after I posted my photo, he posted a photo and showed a picture of the moon. I blew up my photo and then I kind of twirled his around, and you can see that it's the same face of the moon. It's the same phase of the moon as well. Yeah, one of them was taken in the darkness, one of them was taken light. And my question is, how is that possible on a flat Earth?
Right.
Are we shifting topics?
A little bit. I've been trying to ask this since QOP lost his shit and left the room, but whatever. I thought it was an interesting question, so that we didn't have to get into the super advanced stuff. Maybe we could just take a shot at clearing up this whole flat Earth thing and easier explain, not explain situation.
Right. I mean, basically, what he's asking you is for the science. That's it. We are pro science. Go ahead. How does that work on a flat Earth?
We want to know how does what work on a flat Earth?
Ask it again, brother.
Go to scroll up elbows 59 on the hour. I took a picture from Florida. New Vibes took a picture from Auckland, New Zealand. I posted mine at 9:54 p.m. He posted his at 10:17 p.m. I think those are, but anyways, long story short is, how is his exact same moon in the light and how is mine?
I mean, I don't know. Where's the science, Jupiter?
I mean, the blue is only something you see. The blueness of the sky is something you only see.
He's saying he only trusts the science, and I want to know where's the science at. I thought
we have a science for the phases of the moon. We do.
Where's the science? You have cause and effect?
Well, it's kind of a packaged question, right? Like, it's how is it that we see the same face of the moon, the same phase of the moon, and we see it one in daytime, one in... So
wait, why'd you edit it and turn it upside down?
Because the orientation is going to be different, since he's in New Zealand and I'm in Florida, based on our latitudes.
Not really the same phase.
Absolutely the same phase.
Absolutely the same phase.
I phase, we're looking at the shadow, and it's
phase
the same face.
face?
Well, there's two things. The face is like the thing that we all see, right? We see the face of the moon. I mean, you can zoom in on it. Obviously, his is a little blurry, but you can match up that little sort of, it almost looks like a badge or something in the top right corner. You can see that on fainter.
But if a friend walked up to you with their face upside down, you wouldn't say that's the same face.
Yeah, it would be the same face. If he was upside down, he'd just be upside down, but I could still see the same face.
Are y'all both looking up
into the sky? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there you go.
That's not an answer.
It requires a flat Earth. You look up.
The question is simple. I'll rephrase the question. How is it?
So I'm going to start talking in the middle of you talking then, since you're going to start talking.
Okay. Did you want to give an explanation, Q?
No, just when you start talking, I'm going to start talking.
Okay. You feel better?
What is this question proof?
Well, the question is just this. I'm just asking.
It's my turn to talk right now. I'm going to start talking now. Yeah, I'm going to start talking now.
It proves that this can only happen in a heliocentric model. It cannot happen on a flat Earth. That's what
yes, what are you talking about? You're completely wrong.
Well, tell us how it happens on a flat Earth. That's what he's asking you for.
Yeah, you're both looking up in the sky. You both see the moon. What's wrong with that?
Are you on a flat Earth? Are you on a flat Earth?
Yeah, but he's not talking about the Earth. He's not talking about the Earth. He's talking about the sky.
Yeah, okay, and
yeah,
so he wants to know what the sky is from the ground. He's talking about the sky. It sounds like, not the ground.
Yeah, for example, well, the one question that I thought would be interesting to ponder was the first one I posed, which, how is it possible? And you started to answer it, Gio. Maybe you can give an explanation. How is it possible I see the nighttime moon and he sees the daytime moon and they're the same? Like, he doesn't see a different side of it. He doesn't see a different shadow scheme.
Yeah, but that explanation wouldn't really be that different on the globe versus planar Earth, because the blue only, like, you can have like a totally blue sky from on the ground, but if you go up at altitude, like one of those high altitude balloons, the blue just disappears and it's all black with the sun. It's like all black, even though the balloon is looking down through what should be blue, meaning the person on the ground sees blue, person up at the balloon sees no blue. So you can get into like Rayleigh scattering and why that's the case, but the blue only seems to manifest if you're looking at it from a particular position. So
yeah, well, it's in the daylight, it's in the nighttime.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pull up my app too, so we can look at the exact time, and maybe it'll give a better idea of what I'm asking.
No, I mean, the blue sky is because it's the daytime, right? The sun is.
I think he's asking about the blue sky.
So that's what it is, right? So why do we see the same phase daytime here and the same phase nighttime New Zealand. Come on, now. How does that work on flat Earth?
Yeah, boom,
That's
looking
bro.
at the same.
How is that
same
exclusive to a
location.
globe?
That's just weird, dude.
Yeah, we know exactly how that works on a globe. Do you want us to explain it?
No, how is it exclusive to a globe?
Oh, it's exclusive. Yeah, it's exclusive to the globe. Yes, it is. 100%.
How?
Fundamentally different though. My photo, when you're looking at it, the phase is on one side, and you look at your photo, it's upside down, and we're both looking at the moon, so it is fundamentally different. It's opposite.
Well, it's the same face and the same phase, right?
Why did you have to tip it upside down? Why did you have to do that?
The orientation. Your latitude.
No, hang on. We're looking. No. If you're looking at exactly the same moon with the same face, but it's got opposite side phases, like it's orientated facing an opposite way. It's not like the ceiling fan observation. It's not like that.
You used the wrong word. I just want to correct you. When you said phases, I think you just meant orientation, right?
Yeah, how can that be? Because it's not like a ceiling fan observation, is it?
So the orientation is going to be different because our latitudes are different, right? And the moon's
But
going
if
to
that's
be.
the case, you would see the different side of the moon. Like if it's a ceiling fan observation, you'd see the other side of the moon. But we're not. We're seeing the same moon.
That's the point, I think, man.
Right. And how's that possible on a flat Earth? I'm drawing something
How's
up.
that possible on a globe? How's that possible at all?
I'll show you in a moment.
It's far away.
That's because it's 250,000 miles away.
It's like the distance. It's like the distance to the shops is just like peanuts compared to the distance to the moon.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You're starting with I'm sharing my screen now. It might be a better demonstration. So presumably, this is what the flat Earth is in the example. And I'm here in North Florida, and I set it for the exact time. I went back to 2154, which was 9:54 p.m. Eastern time zone. UTC, it's 1:54, I guess today, technically, where I'm at, which is the 23rd of July. So it's the same time that we basically took our photo. New Vibes is here in Auckland, New Zealand, which is the top middle of the screen. Took a picture of the moon from this direction, which is obviously off a little bit, but he's going to see this face, right? Like that's going to be visible to him. Where I'm at, looking that direction, I'm going to see sort of this face. We're going to see different faces of the moon. Right? Like there's no arguing that this line is intercepting a spherical object in our paradigm, or just anything circular in the sky, we can call it. And mine's going to be aimed at it from this direction. We're going to be looking at not only different shadow schemes, we're going to see a different face of the moon. Like you won't be able to match it up. The orientations are going to be different because
if it was
on our model,
it was parallel to you, yes, but it's high above.
Well, on our model, it's just going to be my latitude is way up here in the northern hemisphere. His is here in the southern hemisphere. So his up is actually going to be basically like, can't flip it all the way over. I should fix it to get it free rolling. But the orientation is going to be different for sure, right? But the phase of the moon for him, right? Like looking here, it's going to look like that, but upside down because he'd be standing up, sort of like his body would be like, right? Like you just have to kind of imagine, and it's going to look like it was in his original. And then mine from up here is going to look sort of like I'm basically sort of standing up in the same here, obviously a little bit. But you can see this moon as it is in my original photo, which I didn't change, is pretty much exactly what it should be. It's going to be tilted a little bit because I'd be standing up this direction. But I mean, and I'm in darkness, right? So I can see the moon from the darkness. He's not in darkness. He's in daylight down here, right? But he can still see the moon. So this is how it works on a spherical model. Right. My question remains.
There's like no difference.
Well, that's something to say, but clearly on a flat Earth model, you're going to be seeing two different faces. We could start there.
What you guys make up like
on the globe, you're going to see two
beliefs to
different.
debate against. It's so weird.
This is not to scale, right? The moon's going to be way the hell like out here, basically, but we'd still see the same face of it because of how far it is away.
Can we start by agreeing that the observation is consistent with the globe model? Do we agree with that, or do we disagree with that?
Yeah, it's consistent with
but we're not agreeing that it's not consistent with the flat Earth model. You guys are claiming this doesn't work on flat Earth.
That wasn't the question. The question was, do we agree it's consistent with the globe model?
Yes.
There's nothing even strange about what you guys are talking about. It's crazy that you guys think it's exclusive.
Yes, it is.
So
It's exclusive.
We'll get into how it's exclusive.
For an explanation.
if we agree that it works on the globe model and that it's consistent, we don't need to talk about the globe model anymore. We can just let that go because we've agreed to it, and that's fine. Things can be consistent. Just because something's consistent on one model doesn't mean that it's proof.
I mean, it looks the same from both models. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Do you want to see why it's not the same from both?
That's if we think it's the same from the globe, we then move on to check the next model. There's no point doing that if we're going to go back to the globe model.
Yeah, but the globe model is what the moon, the behavior of the moon is what you expect in the globe model.
That's right, and that's
Bro, no one speaks whatever language you're talking.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's okay to be racist, brother. So, listen. The moon's behavior is what we expect in the heliocentric model. We don't.
Brother. The moon's behavior is also what we expect in the flat Earth.
No, it is not.
Let's go into that. Let's go on.
It will never ever set. It will always be light on the ground. Therefore, New Zealand would not have night phase of moon. So, tell us how there is night phase of the moon in New Zealand on a flat Earth. It's impossible.
You should look things up before you talk with so much hubris.
All right.
Your message is kind of getting lost in the tone of your voice, I think. You sound like an evangelical preacher who's also whispering.
Can we get back to the model about how this would not work for the moon on the flat Earth? Can we get back?
Yeah, because
please explain how this is not going to work on the moon on the flat Earth. Please do.
I'll explain it really quickly. Where I'm at in Florida, looking at the moon, I'm looking at this side of the moon, right? And where he's at in Auckland, New Zealand, he's looking at this side of the moon. Yet that's not apparent in the photograph. And why is that?
No, this side and this side.
That side, bro.
The same piece of the moon.
Y'all both playing. You're in both. Y'all both looking up. Y'all not looking Y'all not looking parallel to the ground. Y'all are looking up in the sky.
Yeah. When I look up into the sky, I see this part of the moon, right? Like this part. When he looks up into the sky,
what do you mean this part, bro? All you see is
if they were Jesus. If they were standing next to each other, they'd be looking in two different directions. What
does that matter for the light source you're looking at? We're all looking at the same light source, dude. What is wrong with you guys?
Well, you guys seem to think that they're looking in the same direction. They're not.
Yeah, we're not.
No one said that. Nobody said that.
He's looking at the moon from a different angle than we are.
You're definitely right. What you're looking at is that's why it looks upside down or a different direction, because you're looking up from two different directions, bro.
So if you look at something from two directions, you see different profiles of them. If you look at a person's face from straight in front, you see both eyes, nose, and mouth.
You're talking about different things. You're treating the moon like it's a person's face, dude. Yeah.
Well, if you look from the side,
don't believe the moon. We don't believe the moon is a physical object, so it has strange properties.
Yeah. That's a very
you're looking at something in the sky, bro. If you look at your fan from any directions, you'll still see the freaking full fan on your ceiling, bro.
No, you are.
So this is the true scale. This
both
is the true
directions.
scale.
If you're looking at your ceiling from, let's say, I'm on one corner of my ceiling, and I go to another corner of my ceiling. If I go to another corner of my house and look up in the ceiling of my room, I will see the ceiling in two different. One will be from one side and one will be from the other side. In other words, it will just look like it's
Look
and see the fan from the whole room. All you're seeing is something on your head, over your head. Doesn't make any sense. You guys are just retarded.
All right, so if each blade of that fan was painted a different color, you guys would be seeing two different things.
Also, you will see the same fucking shit just turned around.
No.
You won't see the edges of the fan that point away from you.
Again, let me tell you why he's wrong. This is real simple. When you're looking at the fan in your house, there's only daytime or there's only nighttime. You get it? Everywhere in your room is either day or everywhere in your room is night. Hold on.
The argument isn't whether it's dark or day. The argument is why are you not seeing two different sides of the freaking fan? So why are you going to a non sequitur?
No, you forgot what he said.
No, you're going to a non sequitur.
He said to you forgot what he put on the table. He said, in New Zealand, it's nighttime seeing the same phase, and in Miami it's daytime seeing the same phase. Did you forget that?
Okay.
You said it backwards, Robert, but yeah, you're right. In North Florida, it was nighttime. In Auckland, it was daytime. I changed the camera view, and I'm going to work on this a little bit more.
So it's daytime in your side and it's nighttime in his side. Well, it's nighttime in your side and there's daytime in his side. The phase are the same, but the perspective of or the not the angle, but the what do you call that? The orientation is just different.
Yeah, and if you look right,
perspective or
as it should be, exactly like it will be in a flat Earth. Doesn't matter. Y'all are saying like this is mutually exclusive somehow.
All right, so this is the true scale that.
Because of the night.
The only way this works on a flat Earth is if the moon is a mystical object and we just admit we know nothing and can know nothing about it.
You don't know nothing about it, bro. You see it in the fucking sky. What do you mean if we don't know nothing about it? You don't. All you do is look at the sky and declare this is what is going on. Jesus.
Bro, I left for like 20 minutes. What did you guys do to Elbow?
This is basically.
He's really emotional right now.
No, but I mean, it's just stupid, bro. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I know it's stupid, Elbow. But just take a look at. I changed it to like the true scale, and I'm trying to like play around with it to make it where you can get an idea. Yeah, of like where it would be. Yeah. I mean, obviously the sun's way the hell over there, and the true scale of our.
Saturn that's the true scale
because it's the true scale. Okay. So, anyways, the point is this is the moon. I'm up there, like on the tip of this. On the tip of my index finger is North Florida, right? And on the tip of my index finger here is Auckland. So that's why we see the same moon, right? Like it's because of scale.
Yeah, I see.
And you have the same view for the flat Earth, where you can just go to where the moon is at.
Well, we don't know what's the scale of the flat Earth.
So you don't. So you're going again with.
I'll tell you what, Elbow. Tell me how high above the Earth the moon is.
What am I going to tell you something I don't know? Matter of fact, if you don't even know how high, you don't even know how high. Then how can I strawman something that you don't even know? I mean, what I'm saying is, you even strawmanning yourself because you think you know where the moon is at, yet you don't know.
Yes, it's 200.
It's right here.
It's 238,000.
Oh, it's right here. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
That's what it is. It's 238,000 miles away from the Earth. That's
how the fuck do you know that, bro?
Yeah, because we have retro reflectors. We have bounced radio waves off of the moon. We have. Now, let's get back to what the guy put on the table. He said the same phase of the moon is showing daytime in Australia, and the same phase of the moon is showing nighttime in Florida. How does that work on a
You drive me crazy when you talk.
Fuck, man.
Whisper louder. That was great.
Yo, I'm in my kitchen right now. I just came home. I'm starving. I flipped the light switch on when I walked in the house because it's getting a little dark where I live. And the rest of the house has no lights on. And all the rooms I'm looking at around me are pretty dark. Like very dark. And
it's almost like there's a physical object blocking that light. We call that the Earth. Welcome to the globe.
No, almost like the lights above my head only attenuate for a certain distance, so the rest of the house is dark.
Those things called the walls in your house. They're the
take all the walls down, and you'll see that light from anywhere in your house.
The walls of the solid surface. We call the Earth. So welcome to the globe. Thank you for proving the globe yet again.
No, actually,
I put in a 1,000-pound, 20-foot steel 8x8 I-beam packed out with 6x6s by myself to make an open concept. So what I'm talking about is within an open concept.
Are you saying you can't see your Shill light?
Okay, so tell me when you put on that light. When you put on that light, are you telling me that the farthest parts of the room don't get any light whatsoever, or do they just?
No, they're getting some light, but that would be twilight on a larger house or over a larger flat Earth.
You see that light bulb from the other side of the room?
There you go. There you go. You just said the light travels to it.
You can see that light bulb from the other side of the room. You should be able to see the sun from the other side of the Earth.
If I was Jaren, 2 years ago, I would say if I was in a Home Depot and I lit this one light bulb on one side of the Home Depot, walk to the other side of the Home Depot, I wouldn't even see the light bulb either. And it'd be dark on the other side of the Home Depot. And the Home Depot floor is flat.
You would still see the light bulb.
Yeah, it's measured
because you would still see the light. You would absolutely still see the light. So that's another stupid argument.
You guys are wild.
Yeah, now it's far enough.
Thanks for proving the globe again, man. We really appreciate it. You're doing great.
If it's far enough, bro. Like you're acting like Home Depot is like fucking 10,000 miles, bro. Come on.
So Elbow, whenever you guys
At the height the sun has to be.
Amazon warehouse.
And for some reason, you're acting like the sun is how far away? How far away is the sun?
How far is the sun? How'd you know?
92
Couple kilometers.
I'm asking you. Like,
how did you measure it?
Well,
We've got radar at it.
I looked at Venus.
You pointed
and
a
then I
radar on
looked
a
at
black
Mars, and then it kind of moved a bit in the sky. And because it moved in a special twirly direction in the sky, that's how I know it's 93 million miles away.
Yeah, why don't those rays come
Or
in
you can just
straight?
bounce
Why
radio
don't those
waves off
sun
of
rays
it.
come in straight? Why is there local hotspots from the sun and the sun rays don't come in straight?
Are you seriously going back to like 2003 flat Earth crepuscular rays? Like, are you that like dog walked?
I'm just curious.
They don't realize.
Okay, so every single time, like, have you like because you're from that 2003 era of flat Earth? Have you ever seen the railroad tracks? Right, I know you've seen the railroad tracks or Lush's like thing right there, right? Crepuscular rails on that pathway.
Whoa! In
No,
space, perspective doesn't work the same. No, when
hang
you
on,
look up,
hang on.
when you look up into space, you can see infinitely.
So you're just gonna have to answer the question. Do you see Lush's picture? Are those
I
rails
don't answer
crepuscular?
questions.
I don't see a picture. I just have a
because you're a
headphone and I'm not near my phone. But yeah, no, you can't have it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say, "Oh, we
Yes,
could
I
You're the
see
one
can.
that wants the
thousands
cake
of
and
light
eat it
years.
too.
We could see 93 million miles away to the sun." But the rays
You're the
change due to
one that wants
perspective
the
when we're on Earth.
cake and to eat it too. Have you ever seen railroad tracks? Do they look
No,
crepuscular?
I've never seen a railroad track.
Yeah, railroad tracks touch in the distance, just like the sky and the ground on a flat Earth.
Okay, are railroad tracks parallel or?
They're parallel like the sky and ground.
Thank you for proving the flat Earth.
Parallel like the sky and ground.
Sky does not freaking touch. It looks like it touched. Yet again, the sun does not go down because according
That was a big one where
Earth,
the sky star. I remember that.
What happens if you watch sunset from an airplane? How does that work? It's below you. How does that work?
Well, is the
How is it
sky below you or is the sun below you? What the fuck?
Sun's below you. Yeah, the sun's below you.
You think the sun is below you? Really?
Yeah,
So are you saying what Eden just posted? Are you saying that those lights they're below you?
Yes.
I don't know. I've got Eden blocked. If you're from looking at sunset from an airplane, it should decrease angle. Yeah, of course.
You like have your phone with the
when
light
you
out.
have to
The
look
sun
more.
sets at the horizon, which is at eye level,
You
not
have to
below
look.
you, silly.
No, it's below you.
No,
The horizon's
not in
below
an
you
airplane.
when you're an
In
airplane.
an airplane.
Here it is. Here it is.
You have to look. You have to look. You have to look more than 90 degrees from your zenith. So yes, it's below your horizontal.
And that's an actual thing that's happening, or is something that it's apparent?
No, McToon documented it. It's pretty obvious. About 3 degrees. 3 degrees below the horizontal. The sun rises. How's that work?
Silly goose. The sun only sets at
or
the horizon, not below your
Yes,
feet.
it's an actual thing. McToon documented it. The sun rises at 3 degrees below the horizontal if you're at 35,000 feet. It's an actual thing.
Simple geometry. Come on, guys.
That doesn't even match the globe. That doesn't even match the globe math. You have a
it does.
You have a really small ball. You have a really small ball, dude.
It actually matches it perfectly.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Saying it doesn't mean it doesn't. That's just like you making shit up. I mean, it actually
doesn't even
does.
match the globe math, bro.
It doesn't mean it does.
Your ball is like your ball is like twice the size of Texas. If that's the case.
Your ball is like
twice the size of Texas. If
it.
that's the case.
I love it when a flat earther tries to do math. So go ahead and do the math and say why it's not consistent with the globe.
Did you do the math? Show me the math.
McToon did the math. You can go watch
No. See,
you show me the equation. You show me. Yeah, you post the equation you were doing, and then I'll take a look.
This is not kindergarten where I say tag you're it and then you just like say no you're it. That's not how this works.
The thing that you're claiming instead of asking us to come up with the math. You made the mathematical
you said
claim.
it's inconsistent. You claimed it's inconsistent.
You made the mathematical claim.
No, Do the math to show why it's inconsistent.
Where's your
do the math?
You made the claim.
You do
You made the claim.
You did the
See, this isn't kindergarten.
You made the
This
claim.
isn't
You do the
kindergarten.
math.
No,
You made the claim.
no,
I made the
You
claim
said
that
No, it's actually it's actually preschool.
You said 3 degrees
actually
is
preschool.
inconsistent. You said 3 degrees is inconsistent.
Yeah,
Math
that's
and
inconsistent as fuck.
do
You do the math and
and
prove it is
You made
consistent.
the claim.
You show us your globe math that gave you 3%.
It wasn't math, bro. It was a measurement.
It's not the math that gave you 3%. It was the observation.
You show your math that gave you 3 degrees. If you can't show the math that gave you 3
It
degrees,
was an observation.
It wasn't the math that did that. It was the observation that gave the 3 degrees.
Okay, so
do the math.
how does observation if you haven't done the math yourself?
Do the math
didn't
to
do-
show why it's inconsistent.
Matches the math.
No, you're
the one that claimed it's inconsistent.
Observation
Do the
match
math.
the math you haven't done. How can
You
the
can't do it.
How can the observation match the math? How does the observation match the math that's not currently done by you? How does that work?
How is it that you can say something is inconsistent when you don't know if it's inconsistent or not?
Wait, if you math so he can check if it actually matches.
Bro, you're roboting really bad.
If not, you're just making random claims that don't actually do anything.
Noah,
Listen.
why do you think it's inconsistent? What makes you believe it's inconsistent?
Is that
You're trying to
omnivore?
flip the burden on them.
Yep.
You're trying to flip the burden on omnivore.
No, wait. They
I'm
said
not flipping the burden.
they said they had an observation. They said that they had an observation that matches the math. Then I asked for the math, and no math was presented.
That's not what happened. We said there was an observation made. You said that's inconsistent with the globe model. Do the math to show how.
Wait.
But you have to bring forth the globe model and show that the globe model is consistent with your observation. You haven't bring forth the globe model and its various maths.
We made an observation.
Nope.
Observation doesn't mean anything unless it actually matches the globe math. But you don't have any globe math.
You referred to the globe model. So whichever globe model that you think you referred to, do the math on that model. Do the math on that model
You
to
are
show
claiming your
how the
observation matches
observation
the globe
is
model. So where's
inconsistent.
that globe model with the math at? Where's the globe model and all the associated math? Shut up, omnivore. Where's the globe model with all the associated math that's matching your observation? Why don't you have it here for us? Why are you presenting an observation with no matching globe model that shows that it's a globe?
Nathan,
Why would you present an observation and not show how it matches the globe model? That's weird. That's called an incomplete. That's called an incomplete argument.
Let me try to summarize the last
Noah
5
now
minutes for you.
believes that it's consistent. Noah does not believe it's inconsistent. He's changed his mind.
I want you to show the math and how it's consistent or inconsistent. There is no math to be spoken of.
That's a goofy demand.
You have no math. There's no math.
Sure, it's a goofy demand.
Okay, the sun is setting on a flat Earth, and you have no math to prove it's a globe Earth.
I don't even know what the claim is, but I know that you are no longer claiming, if you ever claimed, that it was inconsistent with the globe.
I'm not claiming anything. I'm saying that you have to show the math that matches the globe.
Wait, why? Why do I have to
hang on. Omni. Let me just take him down this. Let me just take him down the past.
Where's the math?
Let me just take him down. Let me just take him down the past 5 minutes.
Where's the math that the observation is supposed to be matching?
Let me take you down the last 5 minutes of what just happened.
Wait, no, we don't. We want the math that shows it matches the observation, not a history.
No,
but you're going into a history class, not actually going into the argument.
Stop
the argument is about the globe model and it matching an observation, not about the last 5 minutes.
Noah.
Thank you.
So someone said
show the
they
math that
observed
matches the globe observation.
3 degrees more than 93 degrees from your zenith. That's what someone said. Then you spoke up and said, that doesn't match the globe model. Is that correct? Is that what you said?
Bring forth the globe model and let's see it match.
Okay.
Bring forth the globe model.
So when you say, no, I'm assuming.
Where's the
when
math?
You say,
Where's the math? Where's the math?
Hey, can we get a mod? Let's get a mod in here. Let's get a mod in here, guys.
Let's get a math equation in here. Fuck a moderator. Get that math equation.
You guys,
Noah.
can I just hold on? You guys, the thing.
Sorry,
we
Gio.
don't- No, it's all good. We don't really want to have to keep like having to do like have a moderator do anything. All this takes is like sportsmanship and etiquette. It's just like when you're playing basketball. It's like if you're playing basketball, you have to have a certain sportsmanship. You can't just pull a knife out and start stabbing someone in the middle of a basketball game. So in the same way, that's just an analogy. But I'm just saying, like, there's etiquette. You have to let the other person speak. You know, not interrupt. Hear the points. It's you know, etc. So. Let's just try to go one at a time. And
okay, wait. Can I set up a question?
I have a clarifying question.
They have an Gio. They have an observation.
No. That's not what's going to happen. You've been the one
They have an observation that they're claiming is matching the globe math, Gio. Gio, but they're not actually providing the map that it's supposed to match. So could you force them to provide the thing? Like their claim is that it matches this thing, and I say, can you bring that thing forward? And then they won't bring it. So it's like a claim that they can't even manifest themselves completely. Like, can you force them to do that?
Rob, just let him go. Let him go.
All right,
stop crying to daddy. I need you to stop crying to daddy.
All right, this guy's just ad homming. Can we just chill for a second? All right, you guys, it takes a certain level of like good faith and back and forth. So Noah is asking for something. Flat Earthers are funny. Did you want to respond to that?
Yes. So he's now asking for something, which is different than what he said before. He said before, the words, I'm going to quote the words, that observation does not match the globe model. I'm sorry. I thought I could speak. I thought we're practicing proper etiquette. He said that observation does not match the globe model. When you make a statement like that, you are referring to a specific thing. When you say that does not match the globe model, you have an idea of what the globe model is. He's saying it doesn't match it. Now it's up to him to show why it doesn't match it, which would mean doing math.
I have a clarifying question.
No, you have to show why the 3 degrees matches the globe model. You made a claim that this 3 degrees proves the globe, and I said that doesn't match no globe model. Bring the globe model that you're assuming it matches. Because if you have just an observation and no matching model, then you're not actually saying anything substantially in science, sir. Please bring forth the globe math that you matched to your observation, and not just retell your story of the convo for the 7th time after everyone's already heard you 7 times recap the convo. All the rest of us are just waiting for you to provide the math that matches your observation, which you are filibustering and not providing.
Right. Well,
Noah doesn't like when his own words are played back to him.
So I have 2 clarifying questions. So the first question is to flat earthers or silly. The observation is the sun is directly, or I see the sun setting at 93 degrees instead of 90. Is that the observation?
From the zenith.
Are you fucking kidding me?
From the highest
was repeated like 16
not
times
from my
already.
zenith angle, from the highest point of the sun that day.
I don't know. I'm not the one that made the observation.
It's not even from the fucking zenith angle? Dude, your story's completely off.
Someone said they made the observation. Noah claimed that doesn't match the globe model. I want to know if Noah just spurs out words with no like actual meaning behind them. Because if he doesn't know how it doesn't match the globe model,
talking about me. He's not providing the model.
Then he is just a fucking liar. And that's it.
Okay, so all right. So then I have a question to Noah, if you're willing to answer. Do you think, I don't know if that observation is real or not.
It's like a guy with one leg. You need the other leg so the argument can stand. If you don't have that, you don't even have an argument. So please bring forth the math and the model that matches the observation. If not, no argument is even standing on the globe side right now. Thank you.
So I have a clarifying question for Noah, if he's willing to answer, which is, first off, do you believe that observation is for real? I don't know if it's for real. I don't know who claimed it. I don't know what evidence we have for it. But the second question is, do you believe that is inconsistent with the globe model?
I don't know if it's real or not. It doesn't matter, because the problem is we can't even go into the validity of that part of the model, because it's not even a complete argument.
That's not
like
do you know
the structure of an argument? Like,
so the question that I have is, do you believe that observation, if it were true, would break the globe model?
Okay, so you need two premises and a conclusion. He has one premise and one conclusion, he has an incomplete argument. His argument can't even stand. There's no argument on the globe side. The globers have nothing. Having no argument is an automatic forfeiture, automatically leaving the flat Earth claim to be the victor.
So
Would you like to? Would you like? 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 Would you like to volunteer? Now I'm asking now for over 10 times. Would you like to provide the second premise to give you your guys? Would you guys like to present a second premise and actually give the globe side an argument? If not, your side automatically concedes and forfeits and doesn't even have an argument. Thank you.
So
Bring
what
forth
just
the globe
happened
map.
here
That's the
is
second premise.
according to Noah himself, by his own rules, because he refused to give the argument for his claim, he forfeits. End of discussion.
That's
We
not
don't
a
even need
claim.
to talk to him anymore.
Mine's not a claim. Mine's a rebuttal. Mine's not a claim. Mine's a rebuttal. It's an attack at your premise.
Ours is a
But you don't
rebuttal
need,
as well.
it's an attack at your argument. Sorry.
Ours is an attack as well.
But you have no argument.
Yeah, we have an argument. We have an
Problem
argument.
is you have you need two.
We have an argument.
Rob, for an argument to be had, you need at least two premises and a conclusion. You guys have one premise.
I have a premise.
I'm asking for the second. I'm asking for the second premise to confirm and even give you guys an argument. You guys don't have an argument yet.
Let me offer it. I'll offer it to you. Noah, let me offer it to you. There's an observation. So first premise is we observe the sun below eye level when we're in a plane. Okay. The second one is if Earth is flat, that means that the sun is below the airplane. The conclusion is on flat Earth, we could fly an airplane over the sun.
No, that's not the argument. That's not even an argument either.
It sounds really goofy, huh?
None of this.
No, yeah, because that's not an argument. Like you made a non-argument.
Do you think the sun is below us when we're
your conclusion is supposed to be the globe. So you have your conclusion globe.
No. I was making a flat Earth argument.
Please be quiet. You have your conclusion, which is globe. You have
I don't have to make
sir.
I can make an internal critique.
Sir.
No, you're trying to hold me accountable.
The argument that was being made was towards the globe. You have a different conclusion than the rest of the room. Your conclusion is not a globe, then you don't have a globe. There's no globe.
I'll fight them. I'll fight the rest of the room.
So here's the conclusion. Globe. Here's premise one. That you look out a window and you see 3 degrees below 90 off your zenith angle or something. I don't know. You guys don't even have that part clear. And then you need your second premise to actually connect how the 3 degrees actually connects to your globe model. You've not provided that second premise. I've now asked over 15 times.
The Earth is flat.
I asked it twice. I didn't get to ask it a third time, but it's clear that he will not. And I mean, as far as I can tell, he won't answer the question. Maybe he doesn't understand the question.
Yeah, but Omni, his argument is also very, very flawed because
he's saying that's not the point.
Just because I understand.
No, I'm showing that you don't have an argument. That's not an argument. I'm trying to help you out, brother.
No.
Brother, I'm trying to help you out. You don't have an argument, brother. So to get the globe and make an argument for the globe, you need at least two premises, brother. You only have one premise, brother. Therefore, no argument from your side, brother. You have no standing argument, brother.
I can't even hear his argument.
Listen. The premise is because somebody cannot show you the globe, therefore the Earth is flat.
Yeah, can we just rewind for a second? This observation was made.
Right, no, guys, relax.
Hold on a second.
No.
I'm sorry, Gio.
No, it's all good.
Gio's trying to get in, bud.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Can we all just chill out for a second? So, okay, the observation was made. I think Noah was just asking, what is the math that relates that to a globe? Isn't that fair for him to ask that for the original?
No, that's not. That's not what happened, though. But that's not what happened.
Okay, go ahead. No one interrupt Funny and let him.
He said,
"Can I get next after that?"
Yeah, Funny,
and then I want after Noah, and then I want after Noah.
All right, Funny, Noah,
PFinky after Noah.
PFinky.
I want to get in. I have a presentation.
And then Omnivore. All right, those four. Go ahead. Funny, Noah, PFinky, Omnivore. Go.
I'm just gonna
I'll go after Omnivore.
I'll just recap. So Noah was presented with an observation. He said that observation is inconsistent with the globe model. He didn't ask any questions. He didn't say, show me the math on how that works for the globe model. He said that observation is inconsistent with the globe model. Then I said, show the math to say why that is inconsistent. And then he spurred out. That's what happened.
Okay. So we have a bunch of guys please be quiet. It's clearly my turn. We have a bunch of guys claiming that there's a globe model. So that there's a globe and the globe is real. So that's the conclusion, is that the globe is real. We have premise one, that when you look out the window of an airplane, that supposedly, this is premise one, so I could attack premise one or premise two, but there's not even a premise two. But premise one is that it looks like it's 3 degrees below eye level, is what they say. So that's their premise one. We can attack it or not, see if it's actually legit. And then premise two does not exist. Hence, there is no standing argument for the globe being real being presented. They have nothing. It's a phantom of Fugazi, a non-argument until the second premise is brought forth. You can't conclude globe without at least two premises. You can't conclude anything in argumentation without at least two premises. Please bring forth the second premise, which is necessary to make a conclusion in an argument and prove globe. Thank you.
Very good.
It's my turn. My turn. So as you noticed, Noah completely ignored
I know it's not
my argument, which was an internal critique. He demanded that I provide something on the globe, but when you're having a debate with somebody, you don't get to dictate what arguments they make. So that was just bad form. So I made an argument to show the entailment of this observation if the Earth was to be flat. So I just made the logical conclusion, which if Earth was flat with this observation, we should be able to fly planes directly over the sun, and also by entailment, we should be able to fly a plane directly into the sun, which of course we know we cannot do. Nobody's ever flown over the sun. The reason is because it's a dumb claim. The Earth is not flat. Thank you.
Can I go?
It's a very interesting claim. Some people
So I put a couple
that
of
flat
pictures
flown
in
over
the
the sun.
chat. This is totally not related, since I don't even know what the observation was.
Can I get back in
nobody
line?
knows what it was or if it even happened.
No,
I
I'm
don't
going
see how
after
we would
Omni.
argue about it.
I want to go after Omni, please.
But I have a chance to go now, Rob, so just a second. I put in at 41 minutes past the hour 2 pictures because I'm tired of the dumb 6-9 argument. The 6-9 argument is that the reason why you see the moon upside down in the southern hemisphere is because you're looking at it on the ceiling from the other side of the room. So the obvious answer to that is, what if both people are looking at the moon facing south? They're both facing south. How do they still see it upside down? Because that doesn't work for your 6-9, in the middle of the room, right? That only works if the moon is like over the equator. So what this is a scenario where we have one person in the northern hemisphere, one person in the south on the globe, and we can see that they're both looking at the same moon and they each see it upside down. There's a little 6 and a 9 on the moon, so you can see how that works, but it's the same moon and it's working on the globe. In the second picture, we see the same situation where they are both they're both facing south, and one of them isn't even looking at the moon. We know where the GP of the moon is. They don't see it. And if they did see it, they'd see it with the same side up. They'd see both C6 or both C9. So it's too bad elbow left, but that should put this shit to bed.
That's a very good one, Omnivore. But here's the other thing.
Fucking straw man. Fucking talk.
Oh, really? Okay, no problem. So the other thing that was put on the table was why? Why do we see the same phase of the moon at night in Miami and in the day in Australia on a flat Earth? Nobody has been able to explain that. Right, and flat earthers don't want to touch it because they don't have an explanation, and this goes for every single flat earth argument. There is no explanation that you have to justify flat earth, but every single thing that we say, like what Omni just said, we have an explanation for it. We have a
you have a just so story.
We have a distance. We have what light is. We have that the moon is an object. We have people landed on the moon. We have people who saw the globe. We have everything. We have everything that we can give to you. You guys just reject it for face value and don't give anything in return. That is the problem we have with you flat earthers.
Wow.
Don't give anything in return. It's like this. This is the last thing I'm going to say. It's like I have an orange. But I can't show you the orange. So you're saying oranges don't exist. That's all you're saying. Just because I can't show you the orange, you're like, oranges don't exist. That's it. It doesn't. Just because I can't show you the orange, it doesn't mean the orange doesn't exist, right? You have to give us.
I got pixie dust.
Why the flipping orange don't exist? You have to give us science for the alternative, and you guys don't have that. You don't have anything.
All right, so there were a couple different points. I mean, the discussion before of the sun setting below eye level is obviously different than the moon 6-9 thing, which I know Omnivore wanted to kind of go back to that. And then now, Robert, you're bringing up a third thing. So
Can I get a turn after you, Gio?
I'm bringing up the first.
Can I get a turn after? Can I get a turn after you, Gio?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want one after Noah.
Okay, so
How do you want one after Noah when Jules was about to speak?
I'll give Elbow. Elbow can take my spot. Elbow can take my spot. I'll go after.
Did I say I wanted a spot? It was just ridiculous because Gio was going to speak, but Noah has asked for a turn. And Gio can
Okay, Gio, then Noah, then you, then me.
Well, I don't really have much. I was just trying to recontextualize because it sounds like it was a bit of a topic shift. I didn't know if you guys were done with the.
It was big time topic shifts. It's three.
Okay, so
go ahead, Noah, and then Finky.
So these guys have come up to the plate and they have brought one premise that the horizon is 3 degrees below eye level, and they've made the conclusion that the Earth is a globe, but they still don't have a second premise to even give them an argument. They have no argument fighting for the globe or the existence of a globe. So I'm asking, could they provide that second premise, which in this specific case would be a model and some mathematics that would show on a globe that this observation matches their model? Could they provide that? If not, there is no standing argument. Shut up. It's not even your turn next. If you would like to make an argument for the globe, you're going to need that second premise that I'm requesting, or you don't even have an argument for the globe. And there's no reasonable man will side with you, because to reason with someone, you need to make a complete argument. You are unreasonable if you're not making a complete argument and not giving the necessary second premise. Thank you.
Okay, it's Elbow's turn. Thank you, Noah, for absolutely adding nothing. But go ahead, Elbow, your turn.
I told you I didn't ask for a turn. It was
Okay.
So Noah,
Flat Earthers, you can have my turn. Go ahead. You can have my turn.
Okay, so Noah, what you're failing to realize is when you say that observation is inconsistent with the globe model. One is there's an observation that's the horizon is 3 degrees below eye level. You're adopting that first premise, and then your second premise is that is inconsistent with the globe model. But the problem is that's a conclusion. It's not another premise. You need to state the other premises that lead you to that conclusion. You have yet to do that.
No, you seem to be fundamentally confused. Your globe side,
I'm not,
is presenting one premise that there is a 3 degrees sunrise below eye level, which we can't even crack into fighting against or questioning, because we can't even get a full argument from you guys, because you just give one premise and then assert a conclusion of a globe. Oh yeah, and that proves globe. You're missing your second premise to even give you an argument. Hence, the globe has no standing argument as far as this conversation goes. And so any reasonable man listening to this argument would think these guys don't have reason, they don't have an argument, they don't have logic on their side, because they don't have two premises and a conclusion. They only have one premise and conclusion. They're fundamentally flawed in their reasoning, and they need to provide that second premise, that mathematical model, in order to make the conclusion. Could you please provide the second premise and make an argument for the globe? Thank you.
Amen.
Just another. This is the third time now.
So you're not addressing any.
Well, yeah, he's replied 3 times. He's completely ignored my argument. Like he probably, I don't know if he's afraid to address it. I don't know why. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he just keeps repeating himself over and over, which I feel like is sort of a white flag. But we'll see if maybe he can muster the courage to address.
I'm requesting that you guys make a globe. I'm requesting that you guys complete your argument. Every time that I request that you guys complete the argument,
the funny thing
you give me a red herring. So could you please complete the argument?
The funny thing is,
could you please complete the argument so that we can make a counter argument? Thank you. So that we can move forward. I will keep requesting this so that we can actually have a debate. So far, we have you making an incomplete argument and then filibustering when I ask you to complete it.
Remember what Gio said, Wally?
Amen.
Yes, I'm sure if we timed the talk time, you would just be getting no talk time, Noah.
Oh my God.
Let me hear. I'm going to try. I'll try again. I think maybe
I'll let
I'm
that
making
stand on
arguments
its own right
and
there.
they're just
I'll
not
let that
good
stand
enough.
on its own right there.
Hold on a second. They're just probably not good enough for Noah. Let me see if I can cook up a real good one. So premise one, we look out and we see the sun 3 degrees below eye level. Now, I don't want to make a definitive claim. I want to stay open-minded. So I'm going to say my logical argument is that either one of these two premise conclusion combinations is true, but I don't think both of them can be. Either A, we live on a flat Earth and the sun exists below 35,000 feet. That's one possible option. Option 2 is we live on a globe and the sun can rise over the globe horizon. And I believe the abductive reasoning, the more logical conclusion is that we live on a globe and the sun is rising over the horizon. Thank you.
A is a non sequitur red herring fallacy because the original argument conclusion was not a flat Earth. The original argument you guys were putting forth was the conclusion that it's a globe Earth. The second argument is fundamentally flawed because the second premise does not work with the first premise in order to give you that globe conclusion. So please provide a correct second premise, which would be a model and mathematics proving that the 3 degrees below eye level would actually match the globe. Thank you.
No, my argument is just that it matches globe better than flat Earth. I can't rule out completely that we could fly a plane at 35,000 feet and run into the sun because you can't prove a negative, but it certainly seems a lot more likely.
Okay, so
the globe explanation would be
Finky
more
is just
reasonable.
trolling and not making an argument. Can any of the
I did
globe
make an
earthers
argument.
take the conversation clearly and complete the incomplete argument, which you guys are all grandstanding and acting as if it's some sort of knocking ball out of the park, but it's not even an argument yet.
Noah is incapable or possibly unwilling to engage with my argument.
3 degrees.
I don't know what to do at this point.
Yes, you are unwilling to actually give an argument for the globe side. Yes.
Hold on. I'm almost
brought forth the second premise for the argument.
I'm not quite done. All he can do is just say, I don't like it, and must be trolling. So rather than engage with it, he just kind of.
That's not what I'm doing. I'm requesting that you complete a reasonable argument.
I'm almost done, and then I'll be quiet. Okay, the guy that just said this guy's trolling is now complaining.
Think he is just lying and directly. Think he's just lying directly.
You're not letting me
just a liar, and you're wasting everyone's time.
Let me finish. Okay, he's really upset.
Let you finish lying and wasting everyone's time.
Okay, my argument must have been too powerful. He can't let me finish. Go ahead, Noah.
You're a liar. And you're just lying and wasting everyone's time. Does any other actual serious glober, would they actually like to complete the argument 3 degrees below eye level and blank? You please fill in the blank now and complete the argument so that we can have a debate instead of just filibustering and trolling and lying?
But you got to do one easy that Noah thinks he can take on. If it's too hard of one, he's just going to call you a liar.
Spurg up.
I mean, how?
Okay, so the globe. The 3 degrees.
Wait, hold on. Citizen vigilantes.
3 degrees. The 3 degrees.
Noah, you're hold on.
3 degrees sunrise below eye level is not a argument that supports the globe because they have no second premise. Case closed. They've had 20 chances to give their second premise. They officially now, if they do the second premise, this is an official resignation and forfeiture by the Glovers after the 20th.
If I graph this on AutoCAD, would you accept it?
Okay, hold on, because I want Noah's audio doppelgangers here, Citizen Vigilante. I think you used to be a flat earther, now a glober. I think you guys should debate because your voices are like almost the same. Let's make this happen.
That's one win under the belt for the flat earth.
Yes,
I'm going to
call the other people a liar. Call the other people a liar. Don't address the argument. Good job.
Well, why don't hold on? Wait. Did Noah say he's going to back out after I said I'm going to graph this on AutoCAD?
And they have not yet ever.
So I said I'll graph
got to their obligation of the request.
This on
automatic
AutoCAD.
Forfeiture. 1 point for flat Earth. Thank you.
AutoCAD, and now you're going to run away.
All right, Noah. He's trying to say he'll do it with AutoCAD. Is that acceptable to you?
After 20 fucking tries, yeah, sure. That's okay.
I just got back from walking my dog. Deal with it.
Bring forth the AutoCAD.
All right, it's going to take me like 15 minutes probably to set it up and do it
All right, hit
according
me
to
up
the
in
globe
15
model.
minutes. Until then, everyone else on your team is basically forfeited. So
knowing
you're their one saving
you ran
hope.
away from this argument. You ran. You were supposed to present
I'm right
the math.
here. I'm right
you
here.
said this is inconsistent.
I'm right here, ready
now,
for the
I'm doing the
AutoCAD.
work for
Ready
you.
when you have
I
the
literally
AutoCAD
have
for
to
us.
do the
Thank you.
work for you because you are refusing to do it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing. I don't want to do work. Exactly.
Well,
yeah. I want
don't know,
you to
man.
make an argument.
It'd be nice if we could all try to go one at a time, please. Thank you.
Okay, so the rest of the forfeit, flat earthers are silly, will come back with the second premise in 15 minutes.
Just a reminder, Noah refused to engage my argument. He just decided to call me a liar instead.
Your argument was a
Why
red
don't you
herring
steelman?
non
Here,
sequitur.
steelman my argument. Your
Argument
argument
was a red herring sequitur to the actual thing being discussed.
Steelman my argument. Let's hear it. Steelman.
I don't need to steelman your red herring.
Try to steelman my argument. See if you can do it.
If it wasn't the second, first off, I wasn't asking for an argument, so I'm asking for a second premise. You're in the wrong category, sir.
Nope, I made an argument. Steelman my argument.
Your argument is a non sequitur red herring to the fact that you're obliged to provide the second premise. The fact that you're obliged to provide the second premise.
No,
brother, the only steelman is a Superman, and he's flying around the globe, brother.
Robert, shut up,
It's
Robert.
close. It's closer than Noah's. Closer than Noah's. But. So Noah cannot steelman my argument. All he can do is shout fallacy words and call me a liar. That's
yes, I can't.
Nobody gave it.
Yes, I can't steelman your argument because what I am requesting is not an argument. It is a second premise to something other than what you were saying. What you are bringing in is a red herring argument when what is requested and what is obliged by your side is a secondary premise. You are in a category error to your understanding you're supposed to bring to the table. Nice try. Try again.
It doesn't matter. I don't have to do
are.
what you say. Hold on. I don't have to do what you say. You're not my mom.
Then you lose. Then it's a forfeit.
Hold on, I'm still talking. I don't have to do what you say. But I did make an argument, and I'm just asking if you could steelman it. If you can't, that just shows bad faith. Do your best.
It's not. I don't have to steelman your red herring.
You don't have to, but it'd be a show of good faith because all you did was just say.
No, it's not a show of good faith. I don't even have to listen.
Liar.
If your thing is a red herring, I don't even have to listen to it. It's irrelevant to the subject.
How is it a red herring? How is it a red herring? Demonstrate that.
Because I requested, and what your argument entails and is obliged to give to have any reasoning power is a second premise. What you brought forth was a whole new argument.
No, both of my arguments use the same first premise. I gave you two, and then I said one of these makes more sense than the other. Well, okay.
So you gave two one premise arguments. We need one.
He gave two arguments instead of a premise.
No,
he was supposed to bring a premise. He brought two new arguments.
Not two new arguments. I brought two arguments based off of the same premise. Premise one: we look out a plane window. We see the sun 3 degrees below us. Okay, now I'm going to make an argument.
You weren't
from a
asked
position.
for two arguments.
See how you can't even let me finish.
You're asked for a premise.
Like you're so terrified of it, you can't let me finish.
I'm not terrified. You're in a fundamental error. You look retarded.
We want one argument.
Let the card show that Noah's grandstanding.
One argument, two premise, one conclusion.
You met Noah?
Okay, I'm going to give you an argument. I'm going to do an internal.
Okay, new argument because you forfeited the last argument.
Okay, can't let me finish. It's a bad look. It doesn't make you look strong. It's a
bad look when you don't provide a second premise and then you try to make new arguments.
Okay, make an argument from flat Earth. When we make a level, we level our line of sight out. Okay, whenever something appears below that line of sight in reality, it is physically below us in reality. We looked out of a window and we saw the sun 3 degrees below us. Okay, therefore on flat Earth, the sun must be below 35,000 feet.
Okay,
that's a flat Earth argument.
That's a different
internal critique
than the original thing you said.
Critique. It's called an internal critique.
I don't think it's a whole different argument.
It's exactly what you asked for. Same premise. I used the
whole different argument.
It doesn't matter. I used the same premise and I made an argument.
It does matter. That means you forfeited the last argument.
No, it doesn't. Yes,
if you've moved from a different argument to a new argument, the first position is conceded to or forfeited.
What you requested is taking that one premise and adding a premise and a conclusion. I did that in the form of making an internal.
No. The conclusion was already made. All you had to do was bring a premise.
I'm not doing that conclusion.
Okay, then you're not. Yeah, then you forfeited the last argument.
Nope.
Well, the thing is, an argument doesn't need two premises. Well, the first thing is an argument doesn't need two premises. That's the first thing we have to understand. There could be a single premise, right? But it needs a conclusion. The conclusion is the Earth is indeed a globe, right? The premise is the sun, the moon phase is the same in the daytime in the southern hemisphere, and it's the same in the nighttime in the northern hemisphere. That is the premise. That's a globe arrangement. That can never happen on flat Earth.
Since it's been going in circles, can I chime in too? I don't want to speak for all flat earthers.
Try to save Noah. It's not going well.
But I have a thought about that too. That is, both of you guys are right when it comes to that. So yeah, you made a claim, and then Noah said couldn't. That doesn't match the globe model. But then you egotistically wanted him to prove why it doesn't match a globe model, and you're stuck on that to try and, because he may or may not have just thrown that out there off the cuff.
Oh, I want to get in. I want to get in.
And it was a quick response. So yeah, so maybe he did. But that doesn't mean he has to prove that the claim is doesn't match a globe. But a claim should be
match if it does match a globe.
So, I want to get in.
If it does match a globe, they're required to give that globe
Noah,
that it matches.
This guy's helping you out, and you cut him off. Moto Pops, finish.
I didn't cut him off. He was done.
Yes, you did. He was. I'll ask him. Moto Pops, were you done talking?
No. I just.
Okay, then why was Omni cocking then?
I want to respond to Moto.
So what I was gonna say anyway is to Jupiter that like it sounds like you think that a lot of flat earthers believe that, or came to the belief that the Earth is flat from looking at the sky. And I personally came to the conclusion that I believe the Earth is flat from looking at the ground and the water. And there's nothing anybody could ever say about the sun or the moon that would flip my mind on whether we live on a flat Earth or not. So like I said, I don't want to speak for all flat earthers, but it's a really weak argument to go to anything in the sky.
So I don't think that's true. So I tried to get Noah to say why he thought it was inconsistent with the globe model. And I asked him several times, at least twice, and he wouldn't answer that. If he'd say,
ask me a question right now and I'll answer it, liar.
I would have been like, oh, okay.
Slanderer, ask me a question right now and I'll answer it, slanderer.
But, he wouldn't do that. And of course, now he's, over talking me. So yeah, I think he was given a chance.
Ask me a question right now and I'll answer it, slanderer.
Let the court show that just called me a liar. It's really bad behavior.
Let the court order show that he is claiming that I won't do things and I'm requesting to do them for him.
We all know Noah.
All right, could you just wait till he's finished, though? Just let him finish.
Wait, but he's saying Noah will never answer a question from me. He's lying.
All right, well, it doesn't
Is he allowed to just personally attack me like that? Is that
and while you're answering that, Geo, is Noah allowed to personally attack me?
It doesn't. Let's just all not do that. It doesn't sound like it's an egregious ad hom. So can we just let him finish, Noah? Then you can respond.
Okay, could you correct his ad hom then once he's done his thing and tell him that at no point did I dodge his question?
And then also correct Noah's ad hom of me when he called me a liar.
All right, everything's corrected.
You are a liar. It's not an ad hom. That's an insult. You are a liar. There's no argument between me and you. You've never made an argument.
You haven't demonstrated my lie. So until you do so, it's an ad hom. False claim.
The point is.
Hold on, dude. Can we let Omnivore finish? He was the one speaking. Go ahead.
I thought that Moto actually said some good stuff, but I wanted to point out that I explicitly waited to get in and ask Noah to explain why he thought I'm not sure why he thinks it's out of keeping with the globe. I would have liked to have heard that, but I also didn't hear any.
What do you want to hear? I'll answer any of it.
I'm not even sure what the observation was exactly. So,
all right, I think what this was is the idea that a sunset can appear below your horizontal eye level at altitude, the setting of the sun. So that's what it originally was. Noah, somebody said that works on the globe model. I think Noah basically said, could you prove that or show the math of that working on the globe model? That to this point has not been quite shown. I think the funny was going to make Flat Earthers Are Funny. He was going to make a AutoCAD thing, and he's on Deafin. Maybe he's doing that right now. And it kind of was going in circles because Noah was asking for that, and then it wasn't necessarily being provided. And then to complete the argument, which is the point he was making. And then PFinky had a separate argument, which was sort of more of A or B, which was one conception of the idea of a flat Earth that you'd have to be above the sun, or it's on a globe and you're looking down, over the curve and you're on a ball. And he kind of was saying which one makes more sense. So he was giving this ultimatum, A or B, which I don't necessarily agree. Those are the only two options, that's where it was
thank
going.
you, Gio, that's actually a good steelman of what I said. Thank you for doing what Noah couldn't do.
Yeah, and I would agree with
Who cares if I could do that or not? It's a non sequitur.
Well, flat earthers.
He just threw a non sequitur. He's so strange.
You guys, Moto was speaking.
It is a non sequitur.
You guys, if someone's speaking, please don't interrupt him. Go ahead, Moto.
I was just saying that was on point, except Flat Earthers Are Funny is correct that the first thing that Noah said was that doesn't match a globe model. But where the contention comes in is he could be right or he could be wrong, but it's not on him to show why that doesn't match the globe model. Even if he said that out of his ass, still has.
Why not? Why wouldn't it be?
I want to get in after.
Because I'm curious, why wouldn't that be his? Hold on, I'm asking. No,
the burden of proof, sir.
Moto, I'm curious why you would say it's not. Like, if he says that doesn't work, why would it not be on him to show how it doesn't work?
Because the burden of proof is on the person saying it works. The person presenting the argument must actually bring it out.
I'm back.
Thank you, Moto Pops.
I did it in AutoCAD. Do you want to see the evidence?
Yeah, let's see it.
All right.
Because I would think that's why there is the burden of proof fallacy, because things go in a circle. If it's like claim a rebuttal, and then the person who made the claim never has to substantiate it, so they can always say my claim's correct, you never proved me wrong. Then you just constantly go in a circle.
Well, let me tell you. Hold on. Let me say.
Because I don't have that much time. I'm going to have to go.
Let him explain his AutoCAD.
So, real quick, Noah's actually right. If you just do pure geometry, the 3 degrees doesn't even let you touch the horizon. You actually have to go further than 3 degrees. So Noah's right. It doesn't match the globe model unless you include refraction.
Okay.
You have to. Either way, you have to look down to see the horizon. So there you go. It matches the globe model.
Right. Exactly. And the other point is the disingenuous.
Wait, he just claimed that it matches the globe model after saying I'm right.
Wait,
no,
did you
because I'm saying I
Funny,
did.
Did you post something in chat or somewhere?
Yeah. Did I do it on the wrong thing?
Well, the disingenuous thing here is that
I don't see it, but maybe it's in the side chat.
Was it audience text or live stream text?
Oh, you put it in the side chat. That's fine. I got it.
I think he made the argument the best.
The first picture shows that the point starts at 0.10668, meaning meters, because I did a circle with a radius of 6371000 because it's in meters, and then I did 10.6668, and then I do another line from that. I did 3 degrees, and I just did like 10,000 or 10 million meters because I didn't really care how far it went. That line never actually touches the circle because, I mean, in real life, we have refraction, which lifts things up a little bit. And you probably, there you go.
What? The point is, real quickly, is that if I tell you something that matches the globe, that supports our globe, and you say, no, it doesn't. The burden of proof is now on you to say why it does. So stop putting the burden of proof on us, because we tell you
That's
something.
not how the burden of proof works.
Well,
if you say there's a ghost in your attic and I say no, there isn't, you have to then bring forth the evidence for the ghost.
And if you say the model
is fundamentally misunderstand the burden of proof.
And if you say the observation is inconsistent, you need to bring the proof to show why it is inconsistent.
Exactly. You have to say, because remember,
you said there's a ghost in the attic. I said no, there isn't. No. You said because I
observation is inconsistent.
Because I looked 3 degrees below the horizon. There's a ghost in my attic. I said no, that's not true.
No, that's not what you said. That's not what you said. That's not what you said.
You said, "Oh, bro, look, the sun is setting three degrees below the horizon," and then you said, "And therefore,
And
there's a
then
ghost in
you
my
said,
and therefore,
nope,
there's
there
a
was no
ghost in my
therefore.
attic."
There was
And I
no
said, "Yo, wait,
therefore.
no,
There was no therefore.
the
There
ghost
was
in the
no
attic
therefore.
math."
There
The
was
ghost
no
in the attic,
therefore.
the ghost in the attic
There was
math
no
does
therefore.
not actually match a 3
There,
degree below the eye horizon.
there was
And then
no
you came in later and
therefore.
said, and then you came in later with your AutoCAD and said, "No one's correct. No
No,
one's correct about the
oh
ghost
my
math,
God! If
the
you're
ghost in the
really gonna
attic
freaking
math."
take that,
You
like,
said I was
you
correct
not
about the
because
ghost in the attic math.
not in the sense that you think is good for
Fucking, you
you.
said I was correct. Oh yeah,
I've had to be correct so rarely in my life that I act like that when I am.
Only in the
Let the
sense,
record show.
only in the sense that if you do the pure geometry, you would actually have to look further down than 3 degrees to see the horizon. So the only,
so it's
like,
not a globe horizon.
this isn't a win for you. We know in real life
It
there's things called
is.
refraction.
It's a
No,
fucking. You
it's
just fell on your own
so
sword.
not. It's so not a win for you. It's just
Dude,
not.
you just fell on your own sword when you
So
said
he
Noah's
assumes there's
correct.
no such thing as
I did an
refraction
AutoCAD
on a
and
flat
Noah's
Earth.
correct.
Which
I know that you're gonna probably clip this just to like repeat it to yourself so you can give yourself a little self-esteem
Why would
every
I want
single
to clip
morning.
it? I
You're
just
But
only
revel in the
correct
glory of the
like
moment.
not
once a
what
year.
happened.
This is how
That's
you act
not
when
what
you.
happened. You fucking said something. You got demolished. You got demolished in that you made a claim and you
I
couldn't
was
back it
right.
up. You got demolished
You
in
said I
that
was
you
right. You never
couldn't
made
do
the
the
argument,
math.
and then once you
You
went to go
got
find it, you said I
demolished.
was
You
right.
got utterly destroyed. It's
By
pathetic that
demolished,
you
you mean
think
one, then yeah.
that if you had to look further down than 3 degrees to see the horizon to match reality, then it's just mind blowing that you think that's a win for yourself.
That's a definite win. Are you kidding me?
No. How
It's
do you think
mind-blowing
it's a
that you
win?
think it isn't.
No.
It's mind-blowing that
Explain
you
how you
think
think
it
it's a
isn't.
win. I don't see how it's a win at all for you. Explain
He
it.
thinks it's a
Explain it to
win
me.
because he heard three
I
words
said,
that say
oh,
Noah is
Noah
correct.
explained to me he doesn't think. Like, you can't
Okay,
even
no,
understand
explain
your own
how it's a
argument,
win.
let alone what I think. I'm way
Okay,
beyond your level for you to
the
ever
meta.
understand
Explain
what I
how this is
think.
a win for you. How's this a win for you?
Okay, so you said I three degrees below eye level.
You said.
Yes, your side said 3 degrees below eye level, therefore ghost and addict. I said, nah, ghost and addict math doesn't match 3 degrees below eye level. Then your boy went and did AutoCAD while you guys filibustered. He came back and said, Noah's correct. Ghost
all he
and
heard.
addict math does not actually add up to the 3 degrees.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
because we know
Okay, so
that
you just
because we know that
bad
there's
That
refraction.
is
Because
great,
we
bro.
know
There's no ghost in the attic, buddy. There's no globe. There's no ghost in the attic.
Hold on.
we know.
I think to all of us here, it's a shocker. It's a shocker to learn that Noah is not that great at listening.
All right, let's not do personal stuff. Hold on. Noah just said his point. Funny, what was the degrees that you had in the AutoCAD? What was the number of degrees?
Just 3 degrees.
It was 3?
Yeah.
And did it work?
No, actually, that line of sight doesn't even touch the globe. But good thing there's refraction, which would explain maybe why it needs to be lifted up a little bit more. Or maybe that plane wasn't flying at 35,000 feet, because that's the calculation I did. Maybe the plane was just a little bit lower, which is why he only needed 3 degrees. There's multiple different reasons. I don't know how high the altitude of the plane was. I just did cruising altitude, 35,000 feet, and figured, let's just do that. I don't know if he was actually at 35,000.
So, Gio, do you get what he did with the AutoCAD? He made a globe, and then he had a plane 30,000 degrees above the globe, and then he had the line of sight go out 3 degrees below the airplane, and the line of sight missed the globe, it missed the horizon, it missed the sunset. So when he plugged in the geometry, for the globe and for this 3 degree thing, it missed, and you couldn't have seen the sunset because you would have been looking in the wrong direction.
That's a red herring.
And hence why it doesn't match the globe model.
Thank you, Noah. It makes sense why you think it's a win, but the whole claim wasn't. It was that somebody saw the sun.
That's why there's a gap between the line and the circle.
But Noah, could the sun have been above the horizon?
There should have been.
Noah,
there should have
answer
been
the question.
There should have been.
Answer the question.
There should be no
Could
gap.
the sun have been above the horizon?
There should be no gap between the horizon and between the line and the globe. Basically, there's a gap
Answer
in
the
the
question.
AutoCAD. It doesn't hit the globe.
Noah, listen. Could the sun have been above the horizon?
Could the plane have been at a lower altitude?
But answer the question. No, could the sun have been above the horizon?
No, not as per your guys' claim. No. The claim is that he was in it. The claim. Please be quiet while I answer the question you made. You fucking lying piece of shit.
Wow.
The globe the claim that was made by your side. The claim that was made by your side. Yes, bad faith interlocutor. Ask a question, then don't actually let the answer be said. Yes, bad faith. Yes. when the claim was made by their,
I'll try to follow
when the claim was bad faith, not letting me answer the question once again. When the claim was made that they were at this altitude. So to say, could it have been at another altitude? Defeats the premise of the observational premise. And when they say, do you think the sun could be above the horizon? Defeats the premise claim. Defeats the first premise claim of the observation that they were looking at that they were looking at the sunset. Thank you very much.
No, at the sun. At the sun. Looking at the sun. Could the sun have been above the horizon? If
looking at the horizon.
That wasn't the claim.
You don't even know your own claim now.
No, we can rewind it.
Now you don't even know your own claim.
He is so lost.
You don't either. Could the sun have been above the horizon?
Drowning.
You don't even know your own claim.
Okay, answer the question. Could the sun have been above the horizon?
You don't even understand premise 1, which is the observation. And premise 2, the mathematics shows that I'm right.
Okay, what was the claim made? What claim was made when this topic came up? And then we'll go back and look at it and see if you're right.
But does the line coming out of the plane touch the globe in the AutoCAD diagram? No, it doesn't.
The sun.
Premise 2 goes for the flat Earth.
The claim wasn't that somebody looked out of the plane.
Premise 2 is a flat Earth win because that
I'm trying to talk.
doesn't go through the globe on the AutoCAD
No, it's my turn to talk.
Really, because Silly was speaking through you, and you didn't stop him.
Thank you.
I thought it was Silly's turn to talk.
It's my turn to talk. Thank you.
No, it's Silly or my turn to talk.
The globe claim.
It's fine.
No, it's either between me or Silly.
Okay, if he can't control himself, maybe the mods can help it. The claim wasn't that somebody was in a plane and then they looked at the Earth. The claim was they're in a plane and they looked at the sun. Now, I don't know what the image is. Maybe it'll show something different when it shows up. But you somehow have changed it to be they were in a plane and they looked at the Earth. I don't know why you did that. Maybe so you could win, but...
I think he left actually, or he dropped out. I think the idea was that it was a sunset. Was there an original picture of this observation? Is it when the sun is intersecting with the horizon?
Well, the sun sets when the bottom starts going below the horizon, so therefore it doesn't have to be directly at the horizon what they were looking at.
What? Yeah, there was no pictures, Gio, and they were saying it was a sunset.
And again,
they were saying, why are you interrupting? I stopped when you finished, right? I started when you finished.
My bad.
I started when you finished, bro.
Okay, my bad.
All right, so Gio, it was a sunset. There was no picture. And if it was a sunset, that means the sun was definitely touching the Earth. And if it's missed the Earth, then their premise is wrong.
Well, there's a half a degree. Again, maybe you could run the CAD for half a degree up.
I got to say this. Was I presented with the altitude of the flight? No, I was not. I just did the cruising altitude. So therefore, we don't know the altitude of this observation. So I could be inputting the wrong sets of data. It could actually be at 30,000 feet, and it might be 3 degrees.
So somebody talked out their ass. You thought that they were giving you a good argument, and you tried to display the argument, and then it's failed.
No.
Okay. Understood.
No. That's not what happened. So the argument was that you don't have to look down to see the horizon in a plane. I presented it doesn't match the globe model. I showed that it does match the globe model.
It misses the globe. It misses the globe. I can see I'm looking at the gap right now.
Well, I'm just curious. So within your guys' globe model, you guys say there's an apparent horizon and a physical geometric horizon, and you know which it is based on if it matches up with your model.
No,
so when you're looking, I'm not done. So when you're looking, when you're high, I'm not done. So when you're high up in the air and you're looking down at a horizon, how do you know it's the real horizon?
So can I respond now? Okay, so there is always, everything you see is always apparent. The geographical horizon is what causes things to disappear bottom up, but where you see it is based on the refractive conditions of the day.
I understand that, but do you understand what I just said?
Yes, I do. It's not either or. It's not that you're it's not that you're looking at one or the other. You're always looking at the geometric horizon. It just isn't always where it would be without an atmosphere.
It's funny. A few minutes ago, they were saying there are actual things happening.
Yeah, it's like when you first see land it's like when you first see land, like hit the very first horizon, your first moment you see land, that's a physical location of the horizon. It's not hard to understand.
Wait. They just say it was apparent. Now you're saying it's a physical location?
So
y'all gotta make up your mind. Y'all can't both be talking. It's like we can't argue with you because one says one thing, the other one says the other.
I'm sorry that you can't understand beyond the second grade level of education.
So I don't know if you guys understand.
So is it apparent or is it physical?
Let him go.
Dun, dun, dun.
I want to hear it.
All right, so I understand like what the Globers are saying, but like you're not understanding what I'm saying. Like you guys don't try to understand like our like a different model, right? So imagine for you guys, there's a physical horizon. It's the only thing that causes obstruction, but there's an apparent horizon, and that's depending on refraction, blah blah blah. But what if so you guys are saying it's like a debunk of flat Earth if you're looking down at the horizon. But like for me or other flat earthers, the horizon is just basically eye level, where the vanishing point at where perspective meets at the middle. So as far as like that, always having to be eye level, I would agree. So maybe when you're looking down from like high above, maybe there's something causing you to not see the actual eye level horizon that still exists because there's like an apparent horizon being caused by just a lot of atmosphere in the way, causing you not to see far enough to see the center of your vision.
We're talking about the sun. We're talking about the sun. If you see the sun below your eye level, the sun is below you. Like that's how vision works. That's how.
So that's correct.
Works.
So even with perspective, the street
But I look at a
lights
mirror
never,
and I'm not in front of myself.
They get smaller and smaller. They get squished. But they never go up into the sky, right? They never go above your head where you're looking up at them. Everything just gets squished together. So when you say, can you just, accept this other idea? Sure. What do you think is going on? You're at this point, it's kind of incumbent on you to explain how you think this works on the flat Earth. Like what laws are in play.
For the most part, like what we see has nothing to do with like the real Euclidean Earth, like as it exists in its omnipresent, like physical state. Like we're all seeing like just wave perturbations and are bouncing off things to our eyes, and things have different effects depending on what the wave is traveling through and all this other stuff and what kind of wave it is. So it's like you guys trying to claim like, oh look, let's draw straight lines to everything and build a Euclidean model off of something that's traveling to you in a non-Euclidean fashion.
So so that's not true. So we know that light bends towards a region of greater density. We know that the atmosphere is a gradient. Those are things that I would hope we both agree on. So if we both agree on those facts, then it's not especially hard to show that the physical horizon of the globe is what we see. But how far away we see it would be based on refraction. That's not an absurd claim.
Okay, but us agreeing on refraction, these things existing, doesn't mean you guys have them like calculated correctly. Like, so for the most part, like let's say you guys are bouncing a radio wave off of like a planet, right? That's the only example of us being able to bounce a radio wave off something that far. So in both models, it's very far. So for you can't like compare it with anything to see if like, this lines up with this, so we know this is accurate. You guys just have like a model, and the only way to test the model is with things that are in space or like in wherever these things are. Those are the only things that are that distant. So we can't know how the sun is working because it's the only thing that works like that, and it's too far, and it's the only thing like that.
Okay, so no, I don't agree with any of that. So first off, we can bounce radio waves off all sorts of things like cars and planes, but we can also bounce radio.
And those are things we can actually.
I waited for you. I was agony, but I waited. Let me finish.
Okay, but I want to explain that those are the kind of things that we can go out and measure with a measuring tape, right? So like we know.
I got you.
If we use a laser rangefinder with a car, we can then take a measuring tape out and see how far it is. We can't do that with the stars or the planets.
Okay, I got you. But we can also bounce radio waves off the moon, and we have bounced radio waves off the corona of the sun. Are you not aware of that?
Yeah, you guys claim to. That's what I'm saying. There's no way to like compare it with. There's no way to actually measure if you guys are getting if that number is correct for the speed and the distance.
That's not true. So we have 3 different ways to measure distance to the sun. Do you know what they are?
I could guess.
Okay, go ahead. Guess.
Well, mostly, all I ever hear is the radar bounces, but I can't come up with the other 2 right now. But I don't know.
Okay, all right. I'll give you the easy one, the Parker probe. Now you don't believe in it, so we'll leave that aside. The other one is the transit of Venus. And it will not shock you to know that these all more or less agree on the distance to the sun. And I don't expect you to be able to do the trig for the transit of Venus, but it was, Captain Cook was doing it back in 16 whatever.
But you doing trig with the transit of Venus is you assuming things about your model and just claiming that's how you like it's just circular as fuck.
No, that's not true. Okay, if you're going to throw that down, Q up, then I want you to explain the transit of Venus, just at a high level.
Well, it's the same thing. Like falsification is not. It's independent of replacement.
So you can't.
You having a circular argument doesn't mean I have to replace it. Like with.
No, I'm not asking you to replace it. I'm not asking you to replace it. I'm asking you. You say if you tell me
reaching into the Witsit tool bag.
Bob
he didn't invent that. I don't know why. Like just because he says things like now they become his. Like it's ridiculous.
He said it exactly like that. That exact phrase is a Witsitism.
It's my turn for a second. If you say Bob is a redhead, and I say, how did you come by that? You haven't ever seen Bob, then you would have to explain why you think that. So if you think that the transit of Venus is a circular argument, explain to me why you think that.
Bro, you're everything and nothing about you're observing Venus. You're not actually measuring anything. You're just assuming things.
Okay, so what am I measuring? What do you think I'm measuring in the transit of Venus?
Nothing really except like angles.
Okay, that's not true. Okay, so you're wrong about that. So could it be that you're wrong about it being circular?
Okay, so tell me what you're measuring.
Okay, so I will in a second, but I want to explore this because when I told you about this, you said it's circular, and I don't think it is. And now when asked what you're measuring, you got it wrong. It's not an angle. So is it possible you are misunderstanding the circularity?
Okay, so how is it?
Explain it. I want to hear the yes or no.
How is it not an angle thing? Like, what do you?
I know. It's yes.
So
I understand.
The Venus transits in front of the sun, and you're looking at like basically the rate at which it travels across the sun, which is like an angular size thing.
No. I know you're Googling it. I understand you're Googling it right now, but that's not correct either.
I didn't Google anything. Bro, like, can you just tell me what you think is the measurement you're doing?
Yes, I will. So what you're measuring is when the transit of Venus happens, it is because the black disk of Venus crosses the sun. Okay, so you have two stations that are as far apart as you can get them, like Tahiti for Captain Cook and London. So you have these 2 stations, and both parties have to have a very accurate clock. And what happens is when you're observing the sun, as soon as the dark shadow disk of Venus touches the sun, you start timing it. And you time how long it takes to go across the sun. Now that draws what's called a chord. The sun is a circle. The black disk of Venus is a circle. And you time it from the time it starts to the time it ends. And that gives you a chord across the sun. You do it from both stations. That gives you two separate chords. By knowing the exact time that both of them observed it differently and the distance to them, you can tell how far away, through parallax, how far away the object is.
Okay, but you just assumed distance.
No, I didn't assume distance.
Okay, what's the size of the Venus in that parallax?
It's whatever its angular size is, whatever you observe it to be.
No, you will call it same size of the Earth, and how you got it?
I didn't. I know. I mean, it turns out that it is, but that's not an assumption of the transit of Venus.
Why you're assuming the size of the Venus?
I'm not assuming the size of the Venus.
Without assuming the size, you can't do parallax.
Yeah, you can because you're doing it with the chord.
If you measure Venus with a radar, you can know its angular size based off the distance.
Right, it's angular size, but I don't think Joe knows the difference between size and angular size.
I mean, the angular size can tell you the actual size based on the distance. If you know the distance and the angular size, you know the size of the object.
Yeah, so how do you guys? So it's circular, right? You're claiming there's no assumptions, but the assumption is that you measured the distance.
How is it circular, Bob?
All right.
No, we have the angular size of the Venus, and someone assumed that the Venus is same size of the Earth. So in that way, they
That
got the
was
distance
back
to the
then.
Venus.
That was way
Then
back then.
they applied
now, if you
that
measure
distance with the
Venus-
sun.
Right now, if you measure the distance to Venus in any way, shape, or form, and you know its angular size, you do not have to assume its actual size.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Do you know what angular size is, Joe?
You do have to assume the distance between Tahiti and London.
You have to assume the distance between what?
Tahiti and
Yeah, I
the
know
two
angular size,
observation
yeah.
points. That's the only distance that you really need.
They by the way, they didn't have to know the distance to Venus either.
So how you do the parallax? Do you have any kind of citations that we can read? Because historically, I can give you the citations where how they figure out the sun distance to the sun, and they assume the size of the Venus as same as the
Okay,
Earth.
yeah. Give me that citation and then
Well, what they did is they did a parallax measurement to Venus
right
when it transited the sun, so that way they could determine how far Venus was and apply the Keplerian equations to figure out the distances to all the other planets as well as the sun.
in astronomical units, which is what they were calculating in. Yeah, you can do the ratio of the distance of the sun to Earth.
Yeah, you can do the ratio without knowing the distance to them using the Keplerian equations, but we get the actual distance was after doing the Venus transit.
Correct. That gave us the distance to Venus. I know. I was waiting for Joe to give me his.
That gives you the actual distance and.
I was waiting for him to give me the actual measurement.
Whatever the
actual citation.
Was it Captain Cook that did that first? It was I think it was Captain Cook that made that observation.
Well, it was Cook who did it famously, and then it was done at a ton of other observatories all over the world. It was most recently done between Alaska and Hawaii.
Oh yeah, well even what's his name on the other server did it? The mathematician guy. I'm drawing a blank. He's a famous cipher mathematician that used to go to sometimes on Gem server.
Oh, I guess QOP left. Oh, he was probably right to ban me off the server.
You don't need to know the angular size of Venus in order to do that measurement, though. You're just measuring the offset of Venus against the sun.
Right. That's exactly right. So what Joe has heard Witsit say is they assumed the size of Venus was the same size as Earth, which is also not. I mean, it's true that that's what they thought, and they were right, but that's not.
Well, yeah, they could have calculated that out once they did the parallax measurement by looking at what the apparent angular size of Venus was compared to the distance.
Yep.
But the size of Venus was completely irrelevant to the observation.
Correct. Yeah. So see, that's the problem with counting on Witsit to do your thinking for you. Witsit doesn't understand it either.
Okay, so the guy like Christian Husen, he imagined that the Venus is the same size of the Earth, and that's how he was applying his parallax and got the distance to the sun.
No,
you don't need the angular. I mean, the size of Venus is completely irrelevant to the parallax.
Correct. So do you? I don't think Joe knows what angular size is versus size.
Angular size means an object like sun. What is the angle? Like if we have 360 degree, so how much of 360 degree is obtained by that object?
How big it is in
angular
your
size.
field of view, right?
What?
How big it is in your field of view? How big does it appear to?
Yeah, in
Not how
360 degrees, like if the 360 degrees the whole circle, then the angular size is out of that 360 degree.
Right, and as it gets closer to me, its angular size will get bigger, and as it gets further away from me, its angular size will get smaller, right?
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Okay.
Something twice as far has half the angular size. Twice as close has twice the angular size.
Right. So what's your citation that they had to know the size of Venus to do the transit of Venus? If you're going to cite ChatGPT,
Venus could have literally been a point. Just it could have been a point source, and you could still do the measure the displacement of the parallax and calculate the distance out to it.
Yeah, it's the chord that gives you the.
Okay, so you're saying like they figured out the distance to the sun. So who was the first one who figured out the distance to the sun according to you? Because at the time of Newton, I think even at the time of Newton,
it was not done by
Newton was believing that the sun distance is, I guess, what was this distance? But it was not 93 million miles. It was something else, even at the time of Newton.
Captain Cook did it in 1760 or so.
Yeah, 1769.
Okay. So, yeah. So in 1769, that's when Captain Cook did it in Tahiti.
Captain Cook, and how he figured out the distance to the sun from the Earth.
So he figured it out from when they got back to England, they had done the 2 observations. So they had the 2 chords and the timing, right? You also have to know the timing. They had done the 2 chords and the timing, and they were able to do the trigonometry to figure out the distance to the sun.
Yeah, well, all that they actually really had to do was just map out the path that Venus took across the sun from the Captain Cook's location in Tahiti or wherever the hell he was. And then they had at the Royal whatever in Britain, they had the path that they had taken, the exact path that the Venus had taken across the sun. Because they know that the sun is 30 arc minutes across, they could calculate based on the differences in those 2 paths what the parallax shift was. And then by knowing the distance from, Tahiti to England, they were able to use that as the base of the triangle, and then that calculates the distance to Venus. Once they know the distance to Venus, they know they can apply Keplerian equations to figure out all the other planets by applying the ratios.
So yeah, they'd done that before actually. Kepler being able to figure out the ratios. So Kepler equations tell us that Venus is like 0.7 AUs from the sun. Earth is 1 AU from the sun, and Venus is 0.7 AUs from the sun. Now you don't know exactly how far an AU is until you do the transit of Venus, and then you figure it out.
This was done like half a century after Newton's death.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there might be a lot of presuppositions they had.
So, but
put
is that
that
is that do you have a reason to think that, or are you just presupposing it?
No, it's always like whenever someone is claiming something like that, then if you go into it, then you will find out there are a lot of presupposition. Like you will call Eratosthenes, figure out the circumference, and then you will find out, okay, he have a presupposition that the sun rays are coming parallel. So always.
I got it. You're presupposing it. Sure. Okay. That's fine. You're presupposing that I'm presupposing. Gotcha.
Yeah. So because you are not giving any kind of work that was published and that saying like, okay, they figured out the distance to the sun. You might be like heard somewhere on YouTube and then.
Oh, I read Captain Cook's log. It's on the internet. Would you like me to find it for you?
Okay, and he's saying like he figured out the distance.
This is nothing contested or in contention. This is just for anyone that's into astronomy. This is just well-known fact.
Right.
And part of the reason why this was the first precise, rigorous measurement was because it was after the establishment of the marine chronometer to have a precise timing device so that Captain Cook could precisely know his latitude and longitude at the time of his observation compared to the latitude and longitude of the other observations. So they had a very precise distance in terms of their distance in separation between the 2 observers.
So I'll tell you how I learned this, Joe, since you kind of implied I watched a YouTube video. I watched one of my first encounters with Witsit was watching him debate some sort of aerospace engineer. And Witsit, of course, doing the Witsit thing, asked if he had exclusive evidence of, I think, the Earth's rotation around the sun or something like that. And the guy was like, the transit of Venus. And Witsit was like, oh, you know that NASA has said that they don't believe in that anymore. They just give it to people as and they give it to like astronomy students as a problem to solve, but it's no longer considered accurate. And the guy was like, what? And he was like, yeah, that's what NASA has said. And the guy was like, where did they say it? And Witsit, you will be shocked to hear, was like, I'll dig it up later. And so I was like, the transit of Venus is disavowed by NASA. That's like news to me. So I went and I looked it up and I found out that no such document exists. Now, NASA's webpage, which once I finally cornered Witsit, he was very upset about, but he did admit that it's one line on NASA's webpage where they say it's quite a hard measurement to take. And it is. It is a hard measurement to take. So, but they didn't say we disavow it or we only, we don't use it anymore or anything like that. In fact, the 2 observatories, went all in on it and had like a big deal for it in 2008 and 2012. So at that point, I was like, Witsit be lying. And he was lying to try to win the School and Globers debate. And so I went and I looked all that shit up. And you know what I discovered? I discovered how it works, Joe. So that probably wasn't the answer you were hoping for, but that's the answer you got.
That's so funny, Omni, because I told Witsit just a couple days ago in here that he lies and makes stuff up. And he said, name one time I've ever lied and made something up.
I remember what you
Well,
said.
he also said that there was a flat Earth calculation for the path of totality of a solar eclipse, which is a huge lie.
Yeah, he was saying that gravity doesn't work. I think.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not saying Witsit is the biggest liar in flat Earth, but I am saying that his angular size as a liar is like over 350 degrees
Angular size of what?
of a liar, of him being a liar.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I don't think it's that he doesn't think gravity exists. He just thinks it's more like the emergent property of the vibratory nature of the background.
No, he said it doesn't work.
Doing pressure mediation, maybe?
Yeah, he didn't deny its existence. He just says it doesn't work.
He thinks it could be electrostatics.
Like he said, it doesn't work the way that we say it works because the galaxies, dark matter, what have you.
Okay, then the strange thing is like the distance to the sun is 93 million miles. It's written in some religious text also, and that is like at least more 500 years old and more than that.
By the way, Joe, here you go. Here's a link.
That's pretty nice. Which religion got that right?
No, there are no. I have also read. There is a book, and that's proven to be like 500 years old, and it's a religious book, and it claims that the sun is like just about like 93 million miles. I don't know how they got it, but maybe like at that time there was some kind.
How's the scamming going?
Oh, okay, going on. The globe is the biggest scammer. Like you people scam others by showing the globe, stealing the globe.
I'm a glober because I point out that you're a self-admitted scammer.
I don't
What do
admit.
you think's a bigger scammer, the globe or Joe?
He's definitely not big.
Well, how's Joe scamming? I'm interested.
Is he doing like the Indian tech support scam, or is he doing
I'm a
the
scammer because McToon said so, according to them, and they submit.
You're the one who offered her the
Are you New Moon?
Yes. So if someone is saying like I offered a free ticket, and then say that I am not offering it, then is it a scam? Or is it like
yeah.
I give
You're
an
definitely a
offer
scammer.
and then take it back? It's just like I give an offer and then I take it back.
You also
It's not
argue
a
in
scam.
bad faith because I heard you talk with Red's Rhetoric for like over 2 hours, and he gave you every piece
Red's
of
Rhetoric
He used
is
to
a
come into the
big
Tribune.
scammer. Like Red's Rhetoric is a big scammer. Like for the first time I talked with him in 2021, I guess, and
Yeah, I
that
was the
time
same.
he was just fighting. He was not doing good arguments, and he's not a good. Person.
If I were you, Joe, after pulling that new moon, I don't think I'd be calling people scammers. I really think I'd just be quiet about that, because I don't generally go in for the racism thing, but I would think you would not want people calling you do not redeem, right? If people just referred to you as do not redeem, I imagine that would be pretty insulting. So if I were you, I'd probably just lay off that.
I will say this though, in his defense, he did get Mark Sargent and Nathan Oakley to preemptively say they would not go to Antarctica because of like the free trip that he was offering. So he did get them like on a bluff to deny that they would go when they could have just been quiet and waited to have it confirmed before they said anything to give away their position. So that worked, I guess.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I just doing it as...
Wait, I didn't hear the lore. Somebody give me the rundown.
Oh yeah, there's lore.
I'd love to
He pretended to do the golden
I'd love
ticket.
to ask him more questions about it.
Yeah, it worked for Duffy very well. Like he also got another contestant as Elizabeth because of me, and he got 8 people. So because he got 8 people, so he got his ticket for free. Now Will Duffy don't have to pay for his flight charges to ALE.
So the point is you were going to pay for it, right? Like you were going to pay for it,
like
but then they had to
scam,
like
but then at the
scramble and
end-
and someone else like stepped up to the plate and paid for her, but you were supposed to.
No, it's up to Will Duffy. It's like my was okay. I said okay, I'm going to pay. Then I said I'm not going to pay. And when Will Duffy was selecting Elizabeth, and when he was organizing that live stream where he's going to select someone out of 10, 2 days before that live stream, he knew that the offer is fake. But still, he go for it. So it was all up to Will Duffy. It was not up to me. It was his choice. Otherwise, he can say, okay, the offer is fake, just close this. But he go through it.
Oh, I think I heard about that.
All right. Did anyone give you the idea for this to begin with, like before, or was it your idea?
He's Indian. It comes natural. They're born with it like I did like that.
I never wanted like Will Duffy should start fundraising or something, but it was his idea. He should not even organize the live stream. He should just say, okay, the offer was fake. But he go through it. It was his choice. I can't.
No, but initially, whose idea was it to make up the offer that you emailed everybody?
Yeah, that was mine. But when I take it back, then he should stop it. But he was going through it.
You didn't take it back until after the broadcast was over. You were supposed to be on that broadcast. And he decided to go through with it.
I took it before the broadcast. I took it before the broadcast when he was selecting the laser bat. 3 days before, he knew that the offer is fake, and I can prove it to you.
Yeah, show the
and he
evidence.
Also admitted, okay, if I show the evidence, then what? You will,
I'll say that you were telling the truth.
Board that I'm not a scammer.
Well, it's pretty scammy just to offer a fake trip that you didn't even have the money to pay for, right?
Of course, I'm not a scammer, but okay, if you want that thing, then I will give it to you. Wait.
Yeah, I've always been under the impression that you didn't pull the plug until after the TFE broadcast, and I can show you when that happened. And so if you sent an email before and said, hey, this is fake, just so you know, I don't want to do it, whatever language you use. Okay.
It was before the broadcast, at least 3 days before, and I can give you the proof of it. Wait.
Yeah, do that. I'm gonna look up when that video was. It was on the final experiment.
So I just don't believe in coincidences. Like I don't believe that they weren't going to have a female for this documentary. So I think someone gave you the idea. Or somehow they capitalized on the fact that you did that, and they were going to bring in a girl some other way anyway. But I don't think this was just a random order of events. And and the most ridiculous part is that like when Will Duffy did his debate against flat earthers for his final stream, he had New Moon as the last flat earther defending flat earth, which was scripted.
This guy thinks everything is scripted, dude. This is so funny.
See, and oh my god,
I
literally thought it was a Glover fucking saying that. That's how fucking stupid you are. You're
Jake, you asked me yesterday.
Dude? I thought it was a Glover talking, dude. You're such a
Jake, you asked me yesterday.
How are you such a normie?
Was a dumb fuck, right? Remember? You asked me that?
Gakushi called you the worst name possible. He called you a normie.
Yeah, I remember that. Gakushi, why? Yeah. The dumbest fucking flat earther in the past 2-3 years, definitely in this field, has to be Q Up. He's the dumbest fucking retard.
Oh, good one. You're just
watch his video. Watch his debunking video of the 24-hour sun. Watch his video.
How clever!
There's a dot in the cloud, therefore it's fake. This guy's the dumbest fucking retard. Dude.
How clever, dude! You're so clever.
How do you even claim you're a flat earther? You're
taking my ad hom and just saying it back to me without any specificity.
I literally just gave it to you.
You're just saying I'm dumb.
You think because you found a dot in the ceiling that you did a gotcha moment on the 24-hour sun. Good one, buddy.
Bro, I did literally. That was such like word salad. I couldn't even decipher what you just said. You mumbling fat fuck.
So I'm a normie, but if I was conspiracy minded and I watched you cozying up to MC Toon and doing a bunch of streams with him, you don't think that looks like suspicious?
Cozying, dude. It's just like I'm just.
Yeah, you guys are like BFFs now.
If I want to get my YouTube channel out there, I'm not gonna like tell him.
They spoon.
All right.
So when you do it, it's just you're just trying to get your. Hold on. When you're doing it, you're just trying to get your channel.
What did I just do? What did I just do the last time I was on his channel? Does anyone know what just happened when I was?
I watched like half of it. You guys were like laughing and chumming about and.
What was the main focus of the stream?
The main focus of the stream is you made a presentation about interferometry.
All right, so I debated McToon on interferometry, right?
It wasn't much of a debate. It was more like you presented, but yeah.
I literally schooled him. I schooled him. So that's me cozying up to him, schooling him in front of his fans.
Yeah, just it's a fake performance. Yes.
Fake performance.
Yeah, it was all scripted.
Yeah. Why would you not?
So it's all scripted to me. That's scripted.
The whole thing was scripted.
That's your conspiracy theory? That I'm the script?
You're the ops.
You're
the ops.
Scripted.
You don't even
like the Illuminati just they didn't hire anything else. Nothing is fake. NASA's real, but QOP is fucking the script.
Yeah, it has ops.
What would be better? You find the person that's the most fringe.
This is why I fucking try to get banned from these
best
servers.
psyop ever.
You guys are
The
so
best psyop ever would be to
retarded
get the
dude.
most.
It's literally like
Hold on, dude.
it's like if someone designed AI to be stupid and gay and sound like Cora and sound like Cora.
Getting too defensive.
You don't have any self-awareness. Listen to the shit you're saying. Listen to how you're saying it. Listen to how you talk. Even what's wrong with you people? like if I was in your guys' body, I would be like, oh my god, I've worked on so many things about myself. I'm such a homosexual. What's wrong with me?
Okay, I see.
Why are you talking about homosexuality? You got literally 7 earrings on your fucking ear.
Your guys are gay.
You have 7 earrings on your ear. You're calling people gay? You literally got 7
about
earrings.
being in other guys' bodies.
They're not earrings, they're gauges. What?
That's even worse. Then you're calling people gay?
Gauges are gay?
The truth has to be
explained. And male wearing an earring or gauges is gay.
They're a sign that I can have high pain tolerance. That's it. That's why Native Americans do it.
Okay, but listen, if you were, let's say you were trying to control the narrative, right?
To show that you're a slave.
Hold on, Tor. It makes sense that you'd get the person that's the most non-normie, then you pay them off, whatever you got to do to pay them off, or whatever.
I provided you the proof. What now?
I promise to promote their YouTube channel really big, whatever. Then you get them to cozy up to the biggest glober, and then before you know it, they're going to become a glober. So it makes perfect sense that you would be part of a controlled op.
This guy's best buds with ICSpin and fucking McTune and all those guys.
I literally just banned ICSpin. Did I just ban you from my server?
Yep.
Dude, your name has op.
I literally just banned ICSpin from my server.
Yeah, whoa, you just banned him. That couldn't be part of theater. Did they?
This is your fucking conspiracy theory. I'm the fucking Illuminati. I'm gonna somehow
controllers.
What is
sent you a note? They're like, hey, today it's time to ban ICSpin.
It's ironic. Shut up, Takushi, you fat fuck. Go eat Snickers, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
PFinky, fucking a Disinfo agent, literally
you literally wouldn't say anything to anyone's face.
Takushi, stop acting like you talk, dude. I would smack you if you didn't talk while I was talking.
Shut the fuck up.
Turn on your camera. Show us that you're not at your fucking desk full of fucking, munchies everywhere and discombobulated shit, clothes everywhere. Show us that you're not in your mom's fucking house.
Yeah, do you agree Pafinky's doing what you're doing and you don't like what he's doing?
Prove that you're not what you sound like you are.
Wait, what's Pafinky doing? And why do you call him Pafinky?
He just got way too defensive. That's all I know. That's when you know you struck a nerve.
The thing that
bro, it's because you're a Disinfo agent and you're fucking making this fucking conspiracy theory when you don't make conspiracy theory. It's ridiculous.
Hold on, and then your QOp's upset with Pafinky's behavior, but Pafinky's just doing QOp's behavior. So QOp, do you not like your own behavior?
Is someone talking that I muted? Is it Eden or something?
Tora.
Is he talking about me?
He asked why you were his favorite streamer and you won't come back and do a lot of streams now, and he's upset about it.
Can you say it like he does?
No, he can repeat it though. That's exactly what you said, right, Tora?
No, that's not what he said.
No, I'm just kidding. He knows I'm kidding.
It's kind of it's sort of like a taste of your own medicine kind of thing he was saying. Like if you're gonna do what you've done, then maybe people are gonna do it back to you, kind of thing. That's maybe what he's saying.
Yeah, but I never did it. I mean, PFinky's I never really call. I mean, he's a Disinfo agent, but I don't really call it out because he's so low level. I don't care about him.
I liked how you were almost about to say, "I don't ever do that," but you caught yourself. That was good.
No, I don't ever. When have I done that to you? Like I've never exposed
Not
you.
To me. Who cares about me? I'm literally a nobody.
I know. Who cares
about
about
the
you?
point?
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, that's not the point though.
Pafinky, you're somebody to me.
Thanks, Tora. Thanks,
Tora. Hey, I did have something substantive. New Moon actually was telling the truth. And I just wanted to highlight that. Duffy did know it was a scam before he went live, but he decided to go through with it and trust his gut that somehow he'd get it funded.
Which is actually really weird. And when we went through all that, it's actually illegal to host like a false contest, like a fake contest. Yes. Now, somebody would have to somebody would have to actually sue him or go into a whole thing. But Duffy basically did something illegal. He hosted a contest for a trip to Antarctica, which was not paid for. It wasn't a real prize. Like the prize was not actually secured, because New Moon, I guess, sent that email. So Duffy he basically ran an illegal contest to add on to all the other stuff with this.
Well, okay, to provide full context,
like he doesn't have any history of
Can I play the part where he was clearing New Moon's name for that part and hear what his justification was? I don't know if you're showing. I saw that live stream one was watching, but I mean, I can give context. I can just read it. He said, "I'm caught red-handed," and presumably, are you still there, New Moon? By the way,
no.
Yeah, I'm here. I can tell you,
Are you
if you don't understand that. Yeah.
Are you the cat? Are you the cat right here? And the person talking to him? I haven't listened to it. I was just reading the transcript. Like that's your avatar, right?
That was the question put by that.
Oh, that
and
person.
then Will Duffy's answered from that. Yeah, I caught red-handed from where Will Duffy's talked.
He said, "I am caught red-handed. All right. So I've never stated this publicly, but I will admit to it right now. I don't believe your timeline is correct, but I did know that it was a scam prior to our live episode where I chose who won the golden ticket. I'm going to tell you exactly why I did it that way. The way that I did it. I felt so bad at that point in time and guilty to some extent for not doing better due diligence that I had all of these people believing and excited. We lost him for some reason. Oh, I guess that guy fell off. I don't know where he went, but if you want to come back, okay. In hopes. So I had these people, their hopes up, and they thought they had a legitimate chance at going, and that someone was going to pay for it. I made a decision that I didn't tell anybody about, that would have been risky, but I would make a decision that I had to go through with it, and I knew I was going to offer a crowd fund and see if the crowd would come together, and if not, I was going to pay for it. So he's clearly had the money, or he says he
You mean his congregation was going to pay for it?
He didn't say that. He said he would pay for it. So the point is, like, you can say what you want, but like the fact is like he had a contingency plan if the crowdfunding didn't work. He wasn't hosting an illegal what do you call it, fundraiser, as it were, or like a golden ticket opportunity. He had obviously a backup plan to his backup plan. So like I don't think that's
and not
fair
only
to say
Will
that,
Duffy, like McToon, Jaren, Will Duffy, and me, we all four knew that 3 or 4 days before I told them, and they all three decided, like, I think we should go for it. I think because of Will Duffy, like maybe like primary, like Will Duffy decided after talking to, because I told Jaren first, then Jaren told to Will Duffy, and then Will Duffy and McToon discussed that we should go for it. It was like that.
What was your goal? You've said it 1,000 times, I'm sure, but like you just did it because you thought it was funny, I guess.
No, I wanted to destroy the credibility of Will Duffy among flat earthers, but when I told Jaren, I didn't know like he will tell Will Duffy in that way. I wanted to like Will Duffy will know that the offer is fake and he will take it back. And when he will take it back, then all the people will go against him. But instead, Will Duffy organized it and started fundraising. So that was not my plan. That was his.
Man,
Will
that's
Duffy
like
plan.
first
So he come out
degree
with that.
something, right? Like that's not good. Does anyone else have thoughts about this particular topic?
Yeah, I mean, if he put out an offer that any reasonable person would have expected to be true, he's definitely committing fraud there.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see the email? Hold on, dude. The email had leaked around that New Moon or Joe had sent. It was like it was like unintelligible. Dude, I don't know where you got that. Like, it was so bad, dude. It was so bad.
That was funny. I was just joking. Yeah, that was funny. I was joking. I was not caring very much. If they figure out
So Will Duffy
but I mean,
knew,
did
he
you
used it, he capitalized on it.
I'm just saying, it looks like one of those emails, like a spam email you get from a Nigerian prince that wants to, that needs money to or whatever. Like, it was so bad, dude. Like, where did you write that yourself? First of all, secondly, the fact that Will Duffy like believed that was a real offer for $35,000 or whatever to send someone to Antarctica is just so like absurd. Like, is Will Duffy really that?
I don't remember seeing the email.
Is he just clicking on? Is he clicking on all of his spam email?
It's a Glober, Gio.
That Nigerian princes need $1,000, or whatever. Is that what he's doing? Like, because the fact that he even believed that was weird, and then thought that was like a legit thing without any actual contact, any money in escrow. And I mean, I hear what you're saying. If he figured, all right, it was a scam thing, now I'll cover it myself, then maybe that's not a fake contest, but it kind of still is, because the contest was under the auspices that this person came in to pay for a ticket. Not that Will Duffy was going to scramble and try to cover it.
I think he could have framed it differently. I think that he could have. I think that if he would have said something, I I can understand both sides, and I think I err on the side of like being full disclosure on the front end that they're going to crowdfund it, and then going through with like picking the winner. That might have been more of like a hey, all
Dude, the dude's
all
been a
things
liar from the beginning.
forward. I don't think that it takes away from his credibility if he was definitely going to pay for it, though, right? And like he can show that he was going to pay for it.
He's definitely. Go ahead.
He's definitely clicking on all the Russian bride pop-ups that come up on his shit. That's for sure. If you read the email, it's really funny.
Yeah,
Do you have a copy of it, Rustin?
He's lied. Dude, he lied since the beginning. He said that he got into the flat earth conversation based off a like Facebook friend that he had that he was talking to in 2021 or 2022 or something like that, right? But the dude was like the manager of Bob Enyart's call-in show or whatever, and they're a known anti-flat earther. So like he's been in the conversation for years. Like Danny Faulkner, Bob Enyart, Matt Slick.
So you're saying his whole story that like, oh, I just found out about flat Earth and decided to take people to Antarctica. You're saying that
bullshit.
It's false.
Yeah, and he already knew McToon. And then you know what he said? His justification was, it's like a birthday surprise. Like, is that a lie? I wanted it to be
What
a
is an
surprise.
anti-flat earther, though? Are you just talking about a normal person that doesn't talk about like the planets and shit?
Someone that spends a lot of their time and effort to go against the flat Earth cosmology.
Like me, I'm an anti-flat earther. I try to convince people to abandon flat Earth belief.
Yep, see?
And you're completely unsuccessful.
Really?
Yep, completely 100% unsuccessful in your quest. If that's your quest.
I gotta try.
Like, there's a difference between someone that's just like a normal person who just doesn't really think about this stuff versus someone who knows all of the arguments and still tries to go against it because it's a belief.
Yeah.
So do you think that
Matthew's face is so punchable?
Do you think that both sides think that they
fine.
are
It's not punchable.
like to find a level comment to say about this, Beasticles? Do you think both sides think that they're fighting disinformation?
No.
Oh, do you? Okay, so go ahead. Like you think our side doesn't?
Disinformation implies intent. Right? Like, I'm not saying Matthew.
I think that's misinformation. Disinformation doesn't imply intent.
Well, whatever it is. The point is, like, I think you truly believe that you're on a spinning ball. Like, I don't think you know the truth.
Right,
About,
and
like,
you feel
the reality.
you feel the same way about your side, right? So we both feel like we're doing our jobs, or like it's funny to us, right? Like
I'm not necessarily a flat earther, bro, because I have a biblical viewpoint because and the Bible talks about like you should you're not going to know the entirety. Who are you to where were you where the foundations are laid type shit. So
what do you think about like what Bible calls it, like when Bible calls it Satan and associates Satan with some kind of deception? So do you think it's also associated with the globe earth, like, and that's why we call it, okay, there is 666 in the globe and all? Yeah, right.
I mean, I'm not saying I do think that that's what it is, but if I had to put a category to it, then yeah, I mean, dude, it's so intricate because I mean, it works, right? Pragmatically, like in terms of maps and the celestial sphere and celestial navigation, et cetera, right? But it's all a conceptual model. It doesn't mean that's what the shape of the ground is actually doing. But the point of like actually using the 69 per 1 degree relationship using the stars, like it's extremely intricate. Let me just put it that way. And I think it's on purpose because you're supposed to not know.
I think
we're definitely not on a spinning ball.
the concept of Satan is among all the religions, all the major religions in the world. It's not in Abrahamic religions, also there in Eastern religions also. In my country, the concept of Satan is called in Maya and
I was just about to say Maya, the illusion, right? Goddess.
Yeah, Maya. Yeah, Maya is pretty similar. And if you go into Buddhism, then Buddhism also call it Mar or something. Like when Buddha was attaining enlightenment, then the Mar came and he tried to deceive Buddha and tried to distract him. But he said, no, I'm not going to deceive by you. There is something that
People call
all
it
religions
theory in
agree.
modern times too. Like that's the same thing. Yeah, but can I pause real quick? Oh, sorry, G. I just wanted to because ICSpin has his picture on the screen right now. Yeah. Okay.
Well, wait, hold on. Before we fully go into that, hold on. If he's going to do that, because can I just say, Matthew? Can I just say real quick? So, Matthew, you say, can I just go back and forth with Matthew for like 1 minute? Matthew, you're saying you're an anti. You call yourself an anti-flat earther, Matthew? You're saying?
I guess so. I mean, I'm opposed to the idea that the Earth is flat, so that's an anti-flat earther, right?
And then, do you think that Satan is pushing the flat Earth or whatever?
No, I mean, I wouldn't say that. No.
Okay, then we'll leave that aside. Yeah, I was just gonna say because that would be an interesting if someone thought that, because the thing is, like, when the Bible was written,
churches that think that
they were all flat earthers when the Bible was written, so that'd be kind of wild to think that Satan was deceiving them while they were channeling God's word or whatever. But all right, that's a separate thing. Well, but Matthew, like when you were saying you want to sway people away from thinking the earth is flat, the only reason I said you've been unsuccessful is because, like, of the couple hundred people that are circling around Discord, I mean, maybe 500 to 1,000 when you think about it, that are, like, at most, that are even either like watching or talking about it, at least on Discord. There's other YouTube stuff or whatever. But if these are the people you're reaching, have you flipped anyone? You know what I mean? Have you changed anyone? That's why I said
not that I know of. Yeah, but that would be hard to measure.
I got you. And I mean, there's some people could be on the fence or whatever, but I mean, this is a whole, it's just like, yeah, but just the position of being like, hey, I think it's a globe and I'm here to like switch people's minds. I just, like, if that is the case, like Ruhif kind of admits to that too. It's like the successfulness is like literally zero. So then that kind of brings a question, like, is that really why you're doing it? Or is it because you're actually interested that it may not be a globe and you kind of want to have your ear to the ground? Even though you might not think it is, you kind of want to see if there's more to this rather than just.
No, for me, it's more about the sociology and epistemology, why people believe what they believe, thinking about how we determine what the truth is. I think those are fascinating philosophical topics. So this is just a good example of those questions.
That's a fair answer. Yeah, that has a lot to do with it because you're talking about your worldview.
Right.
But there's
to be fair though, he's a school teacher though, so he can't go against the narrative. That's the other problem.
Well,
what do you think would happen to you if you try to teach flat earth to kids in school? They'll fire you, right?
If I try to teach flat earth to kids in school, they would talk to me. I mean, they would fire me eventually, but they would probably talk to me first.
No, they would definitely do that. Because here's the thing. It's so intertwined with the school system in terms of like education. Like when you're in kindergarten, the first thing you do is play with the globe, right? You have like a physical sensation with like what the earth is. You spin it around. Hey, you're here. You're located here, right? But then you never go back to that. You never really go back to it throughout your entirety of school unless you go into a specialized field like in college, right? So it's just like the default worldview. And I think it's a disservice to education to kids when you give them a worldview. They feel like everything's already been explored, right? They feel small and insignificant. I think it's totally on purpose.
Well, I agree.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. It's on purpose. But like, if you go with the concept, like why they have the globe Earth, then you have to accept that physical evidences of the world is leading us towards the globe. And why it says because this world itself inherently designs it in a way when you have a wrong question. Like if you have a question, what is the shape of the earth? So of course there is no shape of the earth because earth is a realm, right? So it has a fake answer. It will deceive you towards a fake answer. So it will lead you towards a heliocentric globe earth model, and you will believe the earth is a globe. And it is an illusion, but it is utilitarian. So you can use that globe earth model in your daily life. So it's very useful. You got a globe earth map where you can do so many things with that.
Pragmatic, right?
Yeah. So, but in reality, it's flat. But the world is it's existing in a way, so it will deceive you because we are not here to know the ultimate truth. If God wanna give us the ultimate truth, why will we here in a miserable world? We are here without the truth. We are here in delusions. And we can choose to become an atheist. We can choose to become believing in God. So we have all the opportunities. Why? Because we are in a deception. If we know all the truth, we will not have the opportunity to do the things we are doing here.
The only problem is if you become an athist, I don't think you can go against the science narrative. That's the only issue.
So can I present now?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, because
Russet, are you there? Because I wanted your thoughts too.
Gio, this is crazy. He actually has evidence like that goes against the globe. Like you guys have a way tougher time explaining this. And even I went and argued with Gemini about this. So, but go ahead, present.
Okay. So, and I think, are you showing it, Gio, or do you want to wait, or no? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I had it minimized, but I just maximized it on the stream. Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm going to slide this bad boy over. So yesterday at 9:54 my time, I took a picture of the moon and I put it online. 24 minutes later, Good Vibes took a picture from Auckland, New Zealand, and he posted his online. So I did some
you inverted it yourself?
fancy crafting. Yeah.
Wait a second. Wait a second. So that's the OG photo? What the hell is the side by side you have here?
Well, I flipped it so that you could see it because humans have a hard time conceptualizing things, right?
Oh
so
my
just made it
goodness
easier.
gracious.
Oh no, you had a false argument with Gemini. Okay,
You do
yeah,
realize that like it being inverted is more evidence for your side.
I mean,
So, like,
dude, I don't think I could have made it more obvious that I like did some twisting and turning. But anyways, that's fine. That's beside the point. But anyways, yeah, sorry that was confusing. I should have put this in my original photo to make it more
It might
clear.
be good. I mean, the fact that the blue thing is like a rectangle that's at an angle does kind of imply, that down there, the way
that's what I
thought.
thought.
You might want to add to that thing like this has been rotated or something.
Well, I think adding these up here for context, like do that, right, Gia? Like it shows them in line and then you can be like, oh, okay, I see what he did. Right. Okay. I mean, if it's zoomed out, like you can kind of see the whole thing, but I'm just zooming in right now. So yeah, he posted it and I'm like, oh, cool. That's interesting. His is during the day. Let's see if this matches up. So I flipped it around and I mean, obviously I took mine with an iPhone. Presumably he took his he was here earlier, but he took his with probably a phone of some sort.
Android.
Okay. But you can see little characteristics like right here, for example, the little dot, and you can kind of see a faint version of that dot. Not to mention this clear, like there's a gradient of this kind of shadow where you can see it more clearly on mine. It's easier to see at night. And then you see this little kind of looks like a little paw, like right here. You see it there. And then kind of some fading. I mean, I think most people would agree that this is a representation of the same face of the moon.
It's inverted.
Right?
Yeah, for sure it's the same face.
Yeah.
Dude,
right.
pull up what I tagged you in real quick.
Okay.
You're gonna see how confused AI was too, as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me 1 second, like 40 seconds. The point is that on the globe, right, we say that the face of the moon should be the same for everyone on Earth that can see it at the same time. We say that the phase of the moon, PHASE, should be the same everywhere on Earth. In other words, if it's a full moon for you and you're in Auckland and I'm in Florida, we should both be seeing the full moon. The one thing that was a little bit funny about this one that I thought was kind of a unique characteristic was that he took it during the daytime, right? And I took it during the nighttime, but we're still looking at the same moon. And presumably that works on both models, which I'm going to show here real quick. Basically, I took this exact time, 9:54 p.m., based on my Eastern time zone. 9:54 p.m. is when I posted it. I probably took it 3 minutes before that, but for all intents and purposes, it's the same time. We've got the globe model, which I'll get to in a minute, but let's look at the flat Earth model. This was kind of the thing that I found a little bit mysterious, was that I'm here in North Florida, and you can trust me that that's New Zealand. I found it on the globe map, and it transfers easily. So New Zealand, North Florida. We're both looking at this thing right here that's called the moon. I mean, it's off a little bit because I was just freehand. But I'm looking at supposedly this face of the moon, right? And he'd be looking at this face of the moon, which would be different. Like we wouldn't be seeing basically the same exact characteristics. Like this little dot here would be, for him, it would be like somewhere probably over in this area, or it would be around the other side. I'm trying to conceptualize it in my head at the moment.
You're also presuming a physical sphere over a flat Earth.
I am. I'm presuming the moon is spherical because we see it as a circle in the sky everywhere at all times. That's the reason that's my justification for that. I don't think I'm going to get a lot of pushback, but we can visit that argument if we do. But I'm assuming it to be spherical. Besides that,
you should go to the globe side, though.
Say again?
You should go to the globe side, though, because I mean.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I can show the true scale of it.
It'd have a different angle. Sorry,
yeah, and so he's here in New Zealand. He would be looking at this face. So that's my argument for. Well, my question would be, what's going on with this?
It's an AE map, though. I mean, so
yeah,
you're like you would be seeing in arcs, right? Like you know how you drew straight lines in terms of like a line of sight. That's not how. That's like definitely not.
Yeah, and so what we can do here also, I had it earlier. Let me play it for a second. This is the true scale. I'm gonna bump this down. I'm going to go
9:54 p.m.
Yeah, but we should see. All right, let me stop this. I'm just going to show it from the other scale because I think I know what you're going to get to. Set. Let me take this back. I was trying to kind of put the cart before the horse a little bit. Let's go back to the Earth. All right. So what we're looking at here, the moon. This is obviously off scale, so that's why I was trying to do. You can do the full scale on this too.
You can do off scale for now, but it's okay. It's fine. I get it.
So what we would see is like right here. This is where the moon is, indicated by this dot, sort of in the middle, projected straight out. That's the GP of the moon. Okay, it's
That's
obviously
the GP of the moon at that time.
Yep, at that exact time. He's here in Auckland, so he would be upside down. And this is kind of an update that I'm trying to work on, where I can get onto it and kind of we can look at what it should look like from his exact perspective.
It should be inverted almost.
It should almost be inverted, yeah. And so what we can do actually
kind of looks like that.
We can go over here even and kind of, if you just imagine that he's standing upside down right here and you can flip your head over a little bit, it's got in the original camera, it's got this sort of thing going on, right? Now for me, obviously being over here, it's going to be in darkness for me, which is clear based on the termination line. And if I was to look at it, I would be standing almost right side up from this point of view. And if you look at my original photo, which obviously I have to zoom in a little bit, but it's off kilter a little to the right. This isn't perfectly straight up and down, but that's pretty damn close, right? Like tilt this a little bit to the right.
See how far, like where was the moon in the sky for you, for example? If you had to guesstimate degrees of your ASI.
I almost took a screenshot with my Skyview app too, but I do have that. And I can just go back to it because I checked Skyview before I went outside. I don't remember now. I know it was like, I think it was above 30 degrees because I was thinking like, I wonder if I can see it. I think it was above 30. It was either right around it or above it because in my head, I'm like 30 degrees. I ought to be able to see. I have some trees behind my house. Like I'd have to go.
So here's the thing, right? In your paradigm, go to the Auckland position real quick. Okay.
Hold on. I think I kind of have to do a little trickery.
You got to kind of,
so from
right here. Yeah. But
good enough, right?
So if he was facing, if you're seeing it above 30 degrees, yeah, he would be seeing it low to the horizon. That's how he should be seeing it.
Okay, let me follow what your train of thought is again. He should be seeing it pretty low.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what the detail. Maybe he can supply the metadata. I mean, we could look at
just look at the GP. Go to the GP. Just go to the GP. Yeah. Okay. So you're seeing it pretty high in the night sky. Right? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. And it's barely visible to him, right? Like, from our positions,
right?
I mean,
so I'm saying he would have to have it way lower on his horizon.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. He said Auckland. Obviously, people just say generally the closest city. But
you have it high in the sky.
We could look at an actual. We could go into like, for example, we could use Stellarium or even probably time and date and put in the details too.
Let's do that. I'll do it right now.
Okay. Let's see.
Because it's important to see. Because I am questioning how is the phase of the moon the exact same?
How's the moon? Because the scale, right? That's kind of what I was trying to get ahead of. And I had it earlier. So let's go to orbit view, true scale, focus Earth. Just too many damn clicks. But do you see that thing way out there? Like right here where if you put it in between my index finger and my thumb, this little cursor, really kind of hard to see, but that is the moon, right? And what we can do is we can actually flip around. We can play it. I'll try to get this right in the center so I can back up and basically pass the moon. All right, you see that? So this is what we're talking about when it comes to, this is like the true scale. So that's why we can see the same phase of the moon because it's that far away in reality. I don't know if that clears anything up, but it's virtually far enough away that the shift, the difference between this parallax here and that parallax there is virtually minimal to where we're still going to see, basically the exact same features of it, basically the exact same face. I don't know what degree is going to be visible to him that is not to me and vice versa, but it's because of scale. Like that's if we zoom out, like you can see that's about where it is. If I zoom in and zoom out, you can see that. And then the funny thing is the sun is like way the hell over there, right? So if we back out, this is like the scale of how we are around the sun. Zoom way in. So that's the thing that makes it hard to kind of wrap your mind around, I think, from just a normal human's perspective, right?
ICSpin, you should also show the lunar libration time lapse, which shows that we do actually see more than 50% of the moon over the course of the month.
How it kind of goes, back and forth.
It doesn't make sense as the contrast because at night, right, you're presuming that the sun is still illuminating the moon. right? So you
Mhm.
still should be able to make the outline of the moon at night. You should be able to see it.
I should get it to where I can follow the moon too, so you could kind of
Same thing
track
in the
along.
date. Like you should be able to see the rest of the body. It doesn't make any sense. I don't care how much earth shine or refraction you want to invoke. Like the simple fact that in the daytime, there's no reason why the Terminator line's the same when it comes to nighttime and daytime. That doesn't make any sense, especially when it comes to daytime. Because like you should be able to make out the rest of the physical body.
But like if he's looking at it from this point of view, right? Like let's say he's in Auckland, like he's seeing that face of the moon from there, and I'm still looking at it from Florida. Like it's hard to see. I guess it's too far away now. But like the point is
I see it. Go ahead. Go back. You had
Can you
it.
see it? Did I have it?
Nope. Nope. Go the other way. Exact opposite direction.
This way?
Yep. And then left. Nope. Nope.
Damn, dude. I'm all turned around. Let me get back to Auckland so then I can follow it. Okay, there it is. It's like right up here, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So if I'm like in Florida, I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard from that angle. I can't play around with it too much, the controls. So that's the moon. I mean, it's easier to see, I guess, just in general that it's like way far away. It's a work in progress. So maybe as a tool, you can at least be like, okay,
do you
the
see how it's
scale
supposed
is
to be
way off.
close to the horizon? Like for
Close to-
Auckland, I'm saying. Because
Oh,
right
okay.
now it's high in the night sky, 35 degrees. Like if you
Could be, but
what
like
do
if you think about it from here, I'm tilting down because Auckland's right here. I mean, that's still pretty damn high,
Almost-
like for Auckland, right?
No.
In general, I mean, I don't
No,
know.
that's going to be very close to the horizon. Like I guarantee you. But
Moon calculator.
the point is though, like the daytime moon of like how we observe the moon in the daytime, especially here in Vegas when I see the moon, like I literally have the sun and the moon both on the horizon, like over the horizon, and then I'll have like phases of the moon that make no sense, dude. Doesn't make like the angles doesn't make any like I should be able to make out the outline then just based off of the simple ray geometry.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a good exposure on it, you can definitely make out the earth sign.
I mean, dude, new moon.
There's just a big contrast. There's a big contrast with the naked eye.
Yeah, but how do we have a new moon like with eclipses, right? And you literally do not see it until it's like right there.
Basically, what do you think causes the phases of the moon on the globe Earth?
The alignment of the Earth, Moon, and Sun. What do you mean?
Yeah, so I don't know what you mean about the problem with the new moon.
The simple fact that if you have an eclipse, right, solar eclipse, it has to be a new moon.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And to have a lunar eclipse, it has to be a full moon.
Right. So
why would that be the case on a flat Earth with a local sun and moon?
It's not about flat Earth, dude. It's not about flat Earth. It's really the argument is about the sun and the moon being like physical objects in the sky, like in terms of like spherical bodies, rather than I don't know, man. Like, have you ever seen like polarized magnets and stuff? Like, there's no way to actually prove that the sun's a physical body versus the moon's a physical body, without taking that we landed on the moon for granted. You know what I mean? Like if I go based off of
requirements to prove that, since we can use spectroscopy to measure what it's made out of, we can see that it occults other objects. We can see. Well, I'm not really
You're
seeing
making
any
pre-assumptions with spectroscopy, though, bro.
What pre-assumptions are we making with spectroscopy?
That the same thing that's going on in the lab, for example, you get like signatures of like nitrogen or hydrogen or et cetera, and you recreate those in the lab, and you're like, oh wow, this looks like this in the sky. It's the same thing in the lab, but really you're assuming trillions of miles between you and the object that you're looking at, and to determine like that means that is made out of that is crazy. Like, how do you know you're not looking at something in our own atmosphere?
You can eliminate the atmosphere from the spectrum. We know what spectrum the atmosphere makes, so we can take that out of the equation when we're doing anything on stellar objects.
Yeah, but you still don't know what it's made out of.
You can see its emission and absorption spectrum, which will tell you that, unless you disagree with the fact that about how spectroscopy works.
Yep, works here in a lab on Earth one way. You're assuming that it works the same way trillions of miles away. That's
I'd
the
say you're
assumption.
then assuming that it doesn't work the same way. I don't see a reason for why it wouldn't work.
Dude, it's called a reification fallacy.
I wouldn't say so. We can measure things on the Earth.
You don't know what it actually is.
Okay, this conversation is going nowhere with you then.
If you don't understand that, like, you're basically making a giant assumption about the celestial bodies being made out of a certain thing because they emit the same kind of signatures that you would get in a lab. You only know the lab portion because you did it here
But if you look at a close up, if you look at a close up of the moon, you know, not one from NASA, like just one that like you could take yourself or that any amateur astrophotography rig is taking a good picture of. It very much looks like a physical object. It looks consistent with what our reality is. To me, it does not look. It does not look anything like some kind of
flat. Therefore, it's flat.
Well, it doesn't look, especially if you look at the lunar libration time lapse. It's very obvious that it's a
No, I'm
sphere.
just saying. Do you understand? Like the Earth looks flat, therefore it's flat. Like I'm looking at the horizon, it looks flat, therefore it's flat. You see how that's a problem?
But it's not flat because the horizon drops with elevation, which wouldn't be the case on a flat Earth. So it doesn't look flat.
No, it definitely looks flat.
And if you spend like less than $1,000 and launch your own balloon up with a rectilinear camera like Dwayne Kellum did, it'll very obviously not be flat.
So it does look flat until you get really high up, correct?
Yeah, the horizon looks flat, but just the mere fact that the horizon drops substantially with even a small amount of elevation is obvious that it's not flat.
I have a question about the rectilinear thing. So you think because it's a rectilinear lens that the light's traveling straight, there's no curvature being imposed?
Thank you for doing it, ICSpin.
If I can take a picture of a chessboard with a rectilinear lens and the chessboard squares are all in a grid, then I can be sure that the geometry of the horizon is being
So
correctly.
you can
portrayed.
extrapolate a little chessboard near you with the horizon.
I mean, it's just light in a pattern, right? What difference does it make if it's my chessboard?
Well, that's the exact problem. So you guys are assuming that the light is continuously traveling the way you think it is, but you're dealing with this gigantic atmosphere that is exactly like a lens, right? It's
Could
made
be
of
doing
dense
something. We don't know.
materials and
Maybe.
still going. Who's talking? Who is that?
Under like left lane.
So the atmosphere around you, right? It's the farthest reaches that you can see extend around you like a circle because you see in all directions. So that's literally a lens around you of dense material. So you guys are basically treating it like there's nothing there, but there's a lens around you. So that's why it's funny you claiming rectilinear lens is how we know it's traveling straight because there's no like lens imposing curvature. It's like, oh, so lenses impose curvature. So then what about the atmosphere?
I don't know. If I look at an airplane that's really high in the sky, I took out a good pair of binoculars. It still very much looks exactly like an airplane that I'm standing right in front of. So I don't know why that's not a reasonable
not analogous
assumption.
to what he's talking about. He's talking about that there's more atmos, right? That you're looking through on the horizon, like when you're on the ground, right, at sea level, when you're looking in all directions, you're seeing through more air. If you were looking up or towards a mountain or towards a zenith, right, you're looking through less air, therefore less refractive effects. But he's saying that you guys are just assuming that, well, because I see it looks to basically do bottom-up obstruction, right? Like with a ship going over the horizon. And I'm assuming that means that it's being blocked by the ground.
So it's okay for y'all to say, oh, it looks flat, therefore flat. But
no, it's not okay
because it's
to say
curved
that.
at altitude, then we can't assume that we're seeing what we're seeing. Has to be something causing it to be that way, right?
No, none of us said it looks flat, so it's flat, dude.
Yeah, that I brought that up as
All
an
the time.
example to the fallaciousness of what Jake said about, well, if you look at the moon, it looks like a physical object. That was my point of saying, well, looks can be deceiving, right? Right? If it looks, just because it looks a certain way doesn't mean it is a certain way.
Well, what are you going to assert that it is if it's not what we see?
Again, totally just not address the point.
You're not going to answer it. I know you're not.
Well, you admit that is wrong. You can't just say like, hey, it looks physical, therefore it is physical.
No, you're bass backwards. That's what it is.
Oh, you're just gonna go to an ad hom? All right, go and then go back on mute. All right, thanks, left lane. Fucking
I really want to debate Jakushi one-on-one for like 10, 20 minutes, maybe an hour, dude. I'd like to expose all the things he doesn't have answers for.
Jacuzzi doesn't debate. He's very low IQ, low grade.
What's up with all these ad homs, you guys? What are you guys doing? Stop.
He literally just said I'm the dumbest flat earther, and it's just so funny how many things I know he doesn't have explanations for and doesn't understand.
You guys can fight about it like on the live stream too or whatever, like personal quabble. Doesn't matter. Are you actually recreating through Solarium right now?
I'm trying to, yeah. I think I have it
You,
correct.
you have to do your best guess with what his location, right?
Yeah, I just picked Auckland, New Zealand.
It's a big place, bro.
Well, I mean,
But yeah, it should give you a relatively similar. That's pretty close. Go back to his photo. That's pretty much it.
yeah, one sec. This is like the web version. I don't know how.
That's not bad. It's pretty accurate still. I use the web version sometimes.
Yo,
Put on the grid, please.
Yo, Beast, did you see my debate with McToon?
Which one?
I just debated him on interferometry.
Boy, that dude's retarded. So I mean,
I thought he was gonna do better, dude. I was like,
yeah, that's exactly.
Honestly, I was like, I'm not prepared, and then he was not prepared at all.
close.
Pretty damn close.
Is it the same time? Yeah, it's with the same
Same
time.
time,
Right there.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now where
I don't
is
know why
it on the horizon? Okay, so check this
it
out.
says it's way
This
up.
is the
Look at
weird
that.
part, bro. That's what I'm saying. Okay, it should. Remember, I was saying it should be near the if you were to take the globe geometry. The simple fact is though, like you're seeing the same phase as the moon, and it's nighttime.
Wait a second, that's wrong, because it's going based off of my computer clock. All right, so hold on. If it was, that's what I was checking. So it would have been 9. Was it 9? So his photo would have been like 10:15. So 10:15 is what 22:15. And it would have been
No, you just have to go by Auckland time. So
no, because he took this at my time. It was 10:15, which is what this is going off.
You just go after, just set it to whatever GMT is for both locations.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
exactly.
do it on the web version, but you're with me,
no, that's
right?
fine. Yeah. Just go to like
Okay.
17 now.
And then, well, I mean yeah, that's when he
fine.
posted
Where's the
it,
moon
right?
now?
Well, I got to find it. Got to type in.
Just type in
I haven't
moon.
done the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done the web version, so
That's it, just like that.
Yeah, it's right there.
See, it is
Yeah.
towards the right. Okay.
So let's see, altitude. So that's azimuth. The altitude is like 16 degrees.
Yeah, that's pretty close to the horizon.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's pretty damn. I mean, pretty
Now
damn good.
You can go back to yours.
Yeah, I can go to mine. Well, I zoomed in on
So
this.
just-
I mean, this. I didn't change the orientation, but we can just go to Florida.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
just
no,
go
type
to-
no, right there where it says Auckland. So everything stays the same, and then you just on the bottom left where it says Auckland.
I'm listening. You don't want me to search?
No, you do it
Oh,
there.
I
That's how you
see.
change
Oh, I
it.
see. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I understand what you think. Like you're
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think on a flat Earth? You should see the dark side of the moon from the other side of the Earth.
We should see.
No.
Like,
Dude, the thing is, on a flat Earth, right? The flat
is the
Earth,
discrepancy,
to
in my
steelman what a flat Earth is, it's like there
guys
is
don't
no
give us
model or
anything, though.
representation of it. No, yeah, there's no. Dude, the AE map is just the globe projection. It's just the same spherical coordinate system that we all have to use because we're basing it off the stars.
but ours work. Why are we changing
Yeah,
it?
it's not the fact. Yeah, of course they both work because they're based off the same thing. They're
No, but the
equivalent.
flat Earth
It's two
doesn't.
sides of the same coin.
No, they're not.
The flat Earth doesn't
Yeah,
work.
yeah, there is.
Kate Baker will tell you.
No, you can do any type of projection, dude. They're equivalent.
Not in
Wait,
distance.
That's fine, but can you explain the moon phases?
No, not on flat Earth.
The moon phases.
Yeah, or maybe just make a prediction about
What does that even mean?
what it means is like there's something up in the sky, two people are going to look at it from a different position on Earth. What would you expect them to see as they look up at it?
You said there's two people on Earth in different positions.
Yeah, like for example,
would I-
he's in New Zealand.
It's a vague hypothetical, bro.
He's in New Zealand. I'm in Florida, and so we have different views of the sun. We should be
That's
seeing
not-
different faces and
See
different
how-
phases.
But you're basically beating up a straw man. This is my point of why I'm saying this. You're not supposed to technically look in straight lines or fly in straight lines on the AE map, right? Because that's not what it was used for. Like if you were to draw a straight line from the GP of the moon to Auckland, right? You wouldn't or draw a line like and actually traverse it. You would actually have an arc. It would be a curved line going from to the GP in terms of a flight path. That's what the flight path would
I agree with
actually
that.
take.
I agree with that. And I would
Yeah.
say we could use this method
But
that
that's
you're
what you're
describing
doing.
to hold on. We could use this method to explain why every map projection put forth by flat earthers is wrong. And I'm not like trying to make a point there. I agree with you. My points, what I'm asking is we see something up in the sky and two people are looking up at it and they see it differently. Can we make some conclusions about how those two people are in relation to each other?
Linearly. That's it. If you're going by distance, because this is what's going on, right? You're traversing distance linearly. Whether you think linearly means curved or not, that's not where I'm going with this. What I'm saying is, in terms of distance, you're basically doing a 1-to-1 with the arc length. Basically, the distance between the stars and then transposing it to the ground. And there's a relationship with that, right? There's up to 15 degrees per hour, right? And then you have the 1 degree per 69 miles, or 1 degree per 60 statute miles, or whatever. The point being is all of that is in conjunction with Polaris being the 0 point in the sky. That's the 0 point GP. From there, you can build out however you want to build it out. But the point, when you're traversing, dude, you're going linear distance, right? You're not, there's no hyperbolic distance. Like, you're just literally going 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
but like, so if we just like wipe out globe and everything, I would say, and I know, like,
we just don't make the
it
assumption
sounds like I'm
about what
winning
the
a point
sky is
here.
doing. Like, we don't say that, oh, because the sky appears
But okay, hold on.
spherical, we're not going to assume that that means the ground that we're standing on is spherical. That's
I'm
it.
not even making a sphere argument. But I'm saying, like, if I look up in the sky and I see an airplane, and you look up in the sky and you see the same airplane, but the airplane's twice as small for you, I can draw conclusions about our distances relative to the airplane, right? I can say pretty confidently you are twice as far away from the plane than I am.
So, I mean, sure. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm saying those. Can we take those sorts of things that we agree on, then apply them to the moon and say, two people look up at the moon, see different things. Can we draw some conclusions about how like like where they are in relation to each other, the moon, or whatever else?
If you like, the thing is, we're just separating the two realms, dude. Terrestrial and celestial.
That's just sort of a cop-up where you're basically willing to break the uniformity of nature just because it doesn't fit the flat Earth paradigm, because the sky debunks everything about flat Earth. You need to break it into a separate thing.
It's already in a separate configuration.
It's not. It's just a location. It's no different than the location that airline.
Like, is an airplane part of the terrestrial or celestial?
I would say terrestrial.
Okay, where does the terrestrial and celestial, like, what's the boundary between them?
Or we can actually tangibly physically go. Like, we can go as high as a plane can go. Why? Because we can get in a plane.
Well, how high do you think we can go?
I would say about as high as a high altitude balloon before things get weird.
So you don't think humans could go any higher than a high altitude balloon?
I don't think we're supposed to.
We have those things called rockets,
Not supposed to.
I don't have the same conception you guys have in terms of like us being able to go into space as far as they say they can go. Like, there's even NASA scientists saying that we've only been as high as low Earth orbit. So, I mean,
can we agree that we've been? Can we agree that we've been to low Earth orbit?
Sure.
There were 4 guys.
That's still way higher than the high altitude balloon.
Sure. Okay. Let's just say low Earth orbit. Let's just take that for granted. So what?
There were 4 guys who just went on the moon like 2 months ago.
Well, what is like? Who cares? That's as high as you can go.
Yeah, I guess that 4 guys went to the moon and back like 4 months ago now.
I don't think we went to the moon, dude.
Well, they did in Artemis 2.
I mean, that was horrible theater.
Horrible.
But if you're conceding that you've been to low Earth orbit, like, what do you imagine an orbit is on a flat Earth? Like,
dude, low Earth orbit, just LEO. Let's just say it's a distance above the ground. Okay, an altitude.
How much high altitude?
I don't know. What is it, like 160 or something? Or?
Up to 1,200 miles is LEO.
But how do you have an orbit on a flat Earth?
It's not an orbit.
It is an orbit.
It would just be a circuit.
A circuit.
It was a circuit. You can track it with an equatorial map, like we can.
Okay, so it
The
depends.
problem. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. The problem for NASA Shill is he doesn't understand that it's not that he's saying he doesn't believe in satellites. The only difference is you think it's in space, he thinks it's in high altitude.
Well, it is, but we want to know how high it is, and
the problem with trajectories of satellites on flat Earth is that you couldn't use an equatorial
I don't
map
think
to
a
track them.
satellite is free falling around Earth in an I don't see that.
And I
Like,
explain
you guys, all right, there's a medium, I believe so, that surrounds all of us, everything. It's imperceptible.
Oh,
but it's
imperceptible
also,
medium. Cool. So what could they?
yeah. You have
Imperceptible
plenty of
medium?
things imperceptible, like dark energy, dark matter, gravitons.
We don't need dark. We don't need dark energy.
Inflatons,
Gravitons.
muons.
Muons are detectable, definitely.
Virtual photons.
Gravitons
They're
are
imperceptible.
supposed. Gravitons are supposed.
Gravitons never been measured.
Jacuzzi's penis, imperceptible.
Oh wait, so gravitons have never been measured. It's imperceptible.
That's correct. Gravitons are proposed.
So what did you
muons
accept
have. You
it,
can measure
right?
muons.
You accept it? All right, cool.
You
That's
can
your
measure
paradigm.
muons. No. Gravitons are theoretical. We don't know if they exist or not.
But they're
We
there.
have to take gravitational waves.
But my point of the matter is that I have a different conception. Either has been the perfect, like that has been what the great giants, the shoulders of giants, that you guys would say that you stand on,
Until
like
1840.
Newton,
Until about
like
1840. That's
Newton,
right, yeah.
Until Einstein.
No,
until
Michelson Morley.
Einstein. But
Michelson Morley.
how about James Clerk Maxwell?
Michelson Morley, the ones that literally have ether written all over their paper.
Yeah, you literally disproved that ether exists. Correct.
Disprove the ether,
No,
but
you're
every
the
hypothesis
slogan.
had to do with the ether, even at the last sentence.
The globe can do ether as well. We have some.
We know.
We have some
Michelson
dogmatic globers in here, but
No.
rest assured, the globe can do ether as well.
I know. Go ahead and go
I
and
agree.
go and talk about it. Michelson Morley, you're correct. Michelson Morley looked for the ether, and guess what? They didn't
All right,
find it.
NASA, come on, man. We got to have a
They
conversation.
just
Yeah.
looked for the ether.
And
Can I ask you
sorry,
if the cosmological model that you abide by explains the moon being below eye level?
No, can we
Like in my picture?
We're on a
What does that even mean, dude?
Well, look at my picture.
topic. So
This was a photo. Hold on one second.
topic. NASA Shill. How does the fringe shift? Shut up, dude. NASA Shill. Is someone talking?
Who's talking?
No one's talking.
No one is talking.
Thanks,
This guy's hearing voices, man.
Pull the gin.
Yeah,
bro,
he's probably, he's probably got a video on in the background that he's yelling at.
Shut the fuck up! Oh, fucking cunts, dude. What is going on?
I think he just
NASA Shill. What about the fringe? What about the fringe pattern
Why
in
is
the fucking
everyone getting
Michelson
so
Morley
triggered?
thermometer shows that the ether doesn't exist?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, that was, dude, that was hilarious.
What's wrong with you?
What was
Everyone
noted if I ever
shut
heard
the fuck
one?
up. You're all stupid cunts.
Don't
Shut up.
Q up. Don't spiral, bro. You're gonna leave
Hold
in
on.
the next minute. Just take it easy.
Q up, turn off whatever video is playing in the background.
You guys,
You're
come
not,
on,
there's
everyone
literally
stop.
nobody talking.
I'm not
Hold on.
playing.
Nobody was
Stop.
talking when you were yelling.
That's a good call.
You guys are all like fucking hyenas,
You guys
dude. None of you
stop.
matter.
Don't worry, you're
Stop.
disconnecting in 1 minute anyways. It doesn't matter.
Can you guys all stop, please? Moderation, please. Queue up. You're lagging, brother. Like, I'm not trying to interrupt you. I think it's just you're lagging. Just try and rejoin, and then make your point again.
Well, I am not lagging, dude. My shit's muting and unmuting perfectly timed.
He's just channeling Oakley, that's all.
Oh, good one.
All right, just go, Q up. We're listening.
Yeah, go ahead.
laughs
I
at that?
cleared the floor for you, bro.
I mean, it was funny.
So NASA
I
Shill
laugh,
said
Russ, dude.
oh, fuck my
Look at
life,
this.
Rob.
Look at this. This is the last. This is the
NASA
conclusion of the Michelson.
Oh my god.
All right,
This
he
is the
left.
conclusion of the Michelson Morley.
You guys are horrible people. Stop.
Don't worry, he'll be back in
He'll
5
come
minutes.
back in 10 minutes. Yeah.
The result of the hypothesis of a stationary ether is thus shown to be incorrect, and necessary
Do
inclusion
you
follows that the
feel
hypothesis is
good
erroneous.
about reading that right now, dude? Like,
Yeah,
come on,
that's-
man.
that's
You guys
Michelson
are.
Morley right there.
You guys didn't even give him a chance to speak. It's fucked up.
He can come back. He'll get a shot. So this was a photo taken by MC Toon from an
Oh, you're
airplane.
gonna insert your point now.
Yeah, why not? He interrupted me, but do you not want to explain this evidence?
Go ahead. Let's go ahead and go to your point now. Go ahead.
All right, thank
Talking
you
about
for
ether,
reluctantly.
but go ahead.
Well, I try to pull it back to basic things. Like for example, this is a theodolite app that he leveled before he got on the airplane. They went on the airplane, and lo and behold, he looked out his window, and there was below eye level. That's hard to explain on
The moon is
flat Earth.
below eye level. What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, it's moon below eye level.
Yeah, so it's the moon below our eye level. If we're at altitude, I think he's at 30,000 feet. It's right here. It's like cut off
making
by
an
a
optical
PFP.
argument right now.
Yeah, the
Let's
fact
just-
that the moon is above us and still below our eye level, that's interesting.
Like if it's below our eye level, let's just say it was at 30. Let's just call it like the highest, 39,999. I don't know what it says here because it was like a live stream. So, anyways, let's just call it that, and then we'll say it was like a slightly below that. Like, so it's basically saying the moon is like what is that? 8
How do
miles?
you know that's not
9 miles?
refracting?
I mean,
I had a question. If the horizon always rises towards eye level, how can you see anything below the horizon, namely the moon, below the horizon? If the horizon is always at eye level, how can the moon be below your eye level?
Because the moon
Because
comes,
the
Earth's
horizon.
rotation, right? Like that's why the moon sets, the sun
No,
sets.
but the
moon rises, the
horizon
sun rises.
always rises to your eye level.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so like
I
if you're-
cut off there. I didn't mean to. I'm confused.
Well, like if you're on a
But Rob,
beach, for example,
that's a flat
Rob,
Earth claim, not a globe claim.
like if you're on a beach and you're looking out and
No,
eye
it's a
level is like-
reality claim, guy.
if eye level is above,
You've never seen the horizon not
So if
come
I-
up to your eye level.
Here you go.
Well, no,
Here's
that's
a
not the
picture.
point.
Here's
The
a picture
point
of the
is-
horizon below. Here's a
Yeah,
picture
yeah,
of the horizon below eye level. There you
Yeah,
go.
we can
You
talk
guys
about
give
that in
no
a sec.
chance for the flat earthers to correct themselves.
Look right
Well,
here. Here's a picture.
the point is if
There's
we're watching
many
like
in here. I mean-
a sunset, the sun is going to set below your eye level, right? Like we can say that's when the sun would be. Similarly, the moon would be below your eye level when the moon sets.
against the horizon, right? That's at your eye level.
Yeah, here's a picture of the horizon below your eye level, though.
It's called horizon dip. It dips with
Do you guys
elevation.
like this incoherent
Right.
way
Welcome
we're
to the
going
globe.
about things, or do you guys want to just stick to like one topic?
I mean, yeah, I guess I derailed it. I was just curious though, because
One
it's like
topic,
less
please.
than it's like 30-something thousand feet. So we could say that the moon's at 30,000 feet above the Earth, like using this as evidence, and then we could make measurements and we can see that it doesn't work on a flat Earth. Kind of my general argument.
Okay, cool. I mean, it's not really
One
a good
topic.
argument.
Everyone comes together and tries to find their ultimate setup of the flat Earth.
But besides
Globers
going
and
globe
flat
and flat
earthers,
Earth, we have a bunch of smart people here, including yourself, Gatebreaker.
It's very
I have a
important. It's very important. The map
Really,
is very
you got some
important.
evidence? You got some evidence for the flat Earth today, Gatebreaker? I'd appreciate
NASA
that.
show's not going to be involved in that.
You have any evidence for the flat Earth? I'd appreciate it. I've been waiting.
Because it kind of doesn't make sense how like we don't have a definitive setup, but
Yeah,
like
you know, shit.
the next breath we'll start talking about fringe patterns in the globe Earth. Like
It's fine, dude. But besides one way or the other, like Gatebreaker was saying, I agree with his sentiment about like coming together on a certain topic. Can we talk about the interstellar medium in your paradigm or in our paradigm, ether?
You know, the one that isn't there. Got it.
Can we talk about how the idea that the vacuum of space is not really a coherent idea anymore? It's no longer a good idea.
To whom? How you got that one? What's the evidence for that?
is the framework just anti-globe, or is it one idea that is head to head against the mainstream idea, and we could test its features
They wouldn't need a unified theory, like a grand unified theory, if it was the correct idea.
What?
They wouldn't need to have modified Newtonian dynamics or
Mond is a hypothesis.
Why? What is the reason for it?
Mond?
It just says that when gravity is at exceptionally weak, we're not able to accurately model its strength.
So when the gravitational model, right, comes into question with certain anomalies that are observed in the cosmos, right?
At a galactic scale.
You understand that Mond is like fringe science, right? Not really settled. Not. I mean, only there are a few people who say it. It's not really.
I know
like
you want to have like a settled answer, but that's not how it works, National.
That's just how it works, actually. You need to have like evidence for it, and Mond is very weak in evidence.
How it works is that if there's a paradigm, there's experts in that paradigm, and then there's a new, a new generation that basically questions certain things and anomalies and tries to make a new paradigm, and that the old paradigm, like yourself, basically goes nah to everything, shoots everything down because they feel comfortable and later in their life.
That's not how it works. What happens is the new paradigm needs to come up with evidence that is better than the previous paradigm.
See?
You just can't say, hey, look at this.
My point.
Look at this. Look at Mond. Look at Mond. And you have no evidence for Mond. Yeah, Mond would be great if it's true.
I get it. You're comfortable. You don't.
I showed him a really interesting photo.
You need evidence.
Show.
You just can't hypothesize. I mean, Mond is a great hypothesis. Excellent. Okay. Now you need evidence before you can say.
Okay. Did I put forth that I actually accept Mond, or did I just mention it out loud and you freak the fuck out?
Well, you mentioned it out loud because it's fringe science, and you guys want to. This typical flat earther.
What do we want to do? Fringe. What do I want to do with Mond?
Why'd you bring it up if you're not going to try to upset the?
I'm glad you asked. Maybe now I can explain why.
Yeah. You think the Earth is flat too, which is also fringe science. So.
Do you understand that this is not how a conversation?
I added a little bit to it.
Yeah, you're poisoning the well, NASA Shill.
I'm poisoning the well.
No,
I'm not
really trying to elaborate.
Mond is not.
Mond is filled with, well-respected PhD physicists and cosmologists.
Yeah, but it's still hypothesis.
Expand this.
And it's a fringe hypothesis at that.
No one is saying Mond is correct. Chill out.
Yesterday at 9:54 of the.
And Mond isn't even a specific model. It's not even a specific model.
And I challenged the room. I said, "Hey, guys, anyone from this room, you want to take a photo of the moon, no matter where you are. I'm in North Florida. If you're somewhere else, perfect. Take a picture of the moon.
Flow, dude,
if it's a different face
Like I'm gonna have to mute
or
you
a
if you keep
different
doing
phase
that,
of the moon, I
Oh, how
will
about some
stop
evidence
believing in the
now? You
globe.
bring up Mond.
Are you just here to ruin the conversation, NASA Shill, or
lo
do
and
you want
behold, a guy
to
by the name of
participate?
Good Vibes,
I'm here for
you
the
who's
to.
actually a
evidence
flat
of what you say
earther
now, not
that
just
No,
lives in
then
Auckland,
you're
New
not here to
Zealand.
participate in the
20
conversations. I would be okay with
24
just
minutes
muting
posted
you.
this
Of
image.
course you would,
Now, so
because
you agree
And
you
so
can
I
just sit
said,
here and
cool, let's
that
see
way
what that looks like when we
that
kind
way
of
you
line
can just sit
everything
here
up.
and
Because
lie
the
in this
globe
echo chamber
says
and just
that
lie and lie and lie.
orientation
No,
That's
I'm just
is
trying
going to
to
be different
listen
based on
to
your
them
latitude. Like, that's obvious.
conversate,
And by the
not
way,
this
it takes forever
bloviating that
for
you're
you to
doing.
like even in
I'm
now,
such
the
a
bloviating.
simple
Newtonian
concept.
classical
The
dynamics
flat
is
earth is
practical
just
on Earth,
impossible.
right? It's
Last chance.
reliable.
Right.
Last
Everyone
So,
chance,
uses
NASA.
it.
anyways,
Newtonian
the
physics,
point
yeah.
is,
Newtonian physics
Last
is quite
chance.
well
It's
I'm
understood.
scrolling
reliable
back
here
really
on Earth,
fast.
so why would you call someone fringe for wanting to,
That's
keep
not
that
Mond.
core idea and just modify what doesn't work in relativity, just staying within that classical framework? Why is that
Well,
fringe?
relativity is actually quite well proven theory. It's 100 years.
There's a lot of problems with it, a lot of open
Not
questions.
really. Not really. No, just a couple.
Oh,
Okay.
just a couple.
Yeah, and it hasn't been disproven. It hasn't been debunked at all. The more it is,
Yeah,
the
can you
more
just tell us
Genuine.
about one of those problems?
one of those problems.
I mean, we're just make this
I
the
thought you
NASA
didn't want the
Shill
problem.
hour.
I thought we wanted the. I thought we wanted to talk. We were going to talk about Mond. It's not.
Please, are you going to allow it now?
Okay, go ahead. Talk about Mond.
Thank you.
Master NASA Shill. Thank you. All right. What I was trying to say is I like Gatebreaker's sentiment about trying to come together and discuss the certain anomalies that are in the mainstream paradigm, such as dark energy, dark matter. I don't care if it's a galactic or local, whatever you want to say. There's problem. And I want us to discuss those issues and come to some other alternative theories that possibly could be the case. That's what I would like to
It's
do.
possible that dark matter is a real thing too.
Yeah, sure.
So,
But there's like literally no evidence for it.
well, there's no evidence for Mond either. So, okay.
I'm not saying that Mond is the replacement either. What all I wanted to say was that in order to answer these anomalies, that there are people in your field, in the field, right, of astrophysics and cosmology trying to figure out how to explain these anomalies. This is why the grand unified theory, right? They need to have a unifying theory because what they have now is jumbled. Doesn't make sense. It's not coherent.
Yeah, but they work. So if you don't think that quantum mechanics work, then you should turn off your computer, because your computer or phone or whatever you're discussing here relies on
Do you talk
integrated
to people
circuits,
like this in real life like this, bro?
which rely on transistors, which rely on quantum mechanics.
Is this how you deal with people in real life like this, NASA Show?
Yeah, when people are lying.
I mean, it's a fair. NASA still makes a fair point, which is we have real world technology that's built
No one
on
brought up quantum
quantum.
physics.
Oh, so you
Yeah,
didn't
are we
want to talk
moving
about
on
that?
to quantum
That's
physics
off
now?
the
Because I
table.
would have some questions.
What's the
No.
scope of what we're allowed to talk about?
Well, he didn't say anything about quantum
Well, let's
mechanics or
just stay
quantum
on
physics. So
topic,
why would he say that?
man.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he's saying I should just turn off my phone
Yes, because it
because
relies on quantum mechanics.
Okay, did I
Where did
say
he
I
say
deny
anything
it?
about quantum mechanics?
Yeah.
When did
Did
he
I say
say
I
anything about
deny
quantum
it?
mechanics?
He's
Yeah.
talking about the
What
problems.
does Mond have to do with quantum physics?
Well, he has the problem the fact that the grand unified theory the one that unites quantum physics and relativity, doesn't exist.
Didn't say that at all.
Yes, you did. What are we talking about? Why'd you bring it up then?
Dude, are you okay? Do you
Yeah,
have
are
a
you?
problem comprehending what someone is saying, dude? Like I'm
When
literally trying to
a
have a
flat earther talks?
conversation.
Yes, when a flat earther talks, I do have problems comprehending.
I'm muted.
Then leave the room.
No, I just muted him. Nah,
Like, if you're gonna be a fucking bigot, like, just fuck off.
Yeah, it's weird, dude.
Like, why are we letting people be so bigoted in here?
Pinky, would you
I
like
mean,
to
to be
shift the
fair,
conversation
sometimes
to quantum
be
physics?
fair, Pinky.
Sometimes people call Globers really bad names, generalized too. But
What, like a
yeah, I agree. We
retard?
could all just be nicer. We could all be nicer.
We could be nicer and just have a flowing conversation, not ad hom, not poison the well, not make assumptions or beat up straw men. I didn't say anything about quantum physics being wrong or relativity being
But you
wrong.
did say, okay, but what he reacted to is you said that we need a new model because the current one doesn't work. And then what he was reacting to is he's saying it does.
I didn't say we
the
need a
current
new
one does
model.
work.
You're not listening either. Holy shit, dude. I never said we need a new model. I said
What you said it doesn't work. What doesn't work?
I don't think he even said it doesn't work. I think he said, from what I heard, he was saying that there's no evidence. Like, where's the evidence of this being like something other than just a theory or whatever? But I don't know. maybe I was mishearing too.
Did you not say that? I might have misheard, but I heard you say the current system, the current model
So the
doesn't work.
current paint paradigm, the mainstream paradigm, okay? There's a lot of anomalies in relativity, right? In quantum physics, in classical mechanics, et cetera, Mon. The reason
Well,
why
you
there's
didn't
not
say quantum.
oh my god, I didn't say quantum. I did. I'm
Okay, but
incorporating it now
you
because
just
it was
said you
added.
did. Okay, all
Dude, this
right,
is
go
fucking
ahead.
ridiculous. I'm
Just
done.
bad
Dude.
energy
You
everywhere.
guys are. You guys are. I can't. I'm out.
Yeah.
No, Beast, hold on. You did say the current mainstream paradigm doesn't work. So if you'd meant something different, maybe. But when you say that, somebody like me is going to be like, no, I think it works pretty well.
So just don't use your phone because I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I think that's like, but whatever. But if you say it doesn't work, I am going to push back and say I think it works pretty well.
I'm still trying to figure out how the the Witsit side of Ether, whatever that crew, the Ether crew, explains how all things fall at the same rate or whatever, like, or whatever you want to call it, like,
I've asked
because
Witsit that for a year. I told him the experiment to do would be to get 3 objects, one neutrally charged one, a positively charged one, and a negatively charged one, drop them all from the I don't know,
All
the
objects
bell
don't
tower, the
fall at the
pizza,
same rate.
the lean tower of Pisa, and see if they all fall at the same rate. If the gravity is electric or electromagnetic in nature, they won't.
Have you guys not seen the density tower?
It
oh
doesn't
yeah,
work
that
in 0 G's.
that was
Airplane?
nobody's recreated it. And if you look at the I think it was the box C maybe or D, I can't remember. I had to go look at it again. But it like falls sideways, like, so I mean, I don't know, like, if you're gonna be skeptical and be like, oh, whatever, like, you're gonna have to recreate that shit and show why that box, why the object falls sideways or whatever. So
Fair enough in terms of like I don't
but
want
I
to make
did
a
find
claim
out.
that all fall at the same rate or that you know what, I shouldn't say that. You're right.
And
You know
I
what?
mean,
You
really,
want to see something
there is.
What's the
crazy,
density
Russell? You
tower?
want to see something crazy? I actually have a topic for you
I'll
guys.
post a thing. I'll post it in the side chat really quick. But sorry, go ahead.
No, this is an interesting topic, and it's absolutely insane, and that it's just like normal. It's called the bat shadow, and astronomers basically picked this up, and that is totally normal to have a shadow casting like or having a star cast a shadow that big. Like it literally says it's light years big, 200 times the length of our solar system. That's how big the shadow is. But like, here's the video. Wait till you see the video. Look at this.
Do you guys remember those videos from back in the day that would show you all the like stars size? And of course, as they all got further away, they all had to be exponentially increased. So we're like the smallest tiny blue dot in the entire universe because in order for us to see these lights, they claim they are so massive that it's inconceivable how big they are.
Sounds like a you problem, not a
Well,
me problem.
what's your explanation, Rob? Give us the alternative one.
Hold on, wait. Are you guys seeing what I posted?
Yeah,
You see
they're
how
just lights
crazy
in the
this is?
sky.
But Rob, check out what I posted, dude.
Oh yeah, I haven't been looking at the chat. Give me a second.
Dude, you got to see that. You guys have to see this. This is just accepted. And then there's like a schematic, like trying to explain it that this is what the star does. Now that video, right? That's from NASA. That's apparently over the course of I think it was over 2 years.
So what would be the alternative explanation for this?
I don't care about alternative or what. I'm just saying that is insane. The simple fact that a shadow could be casted from a star, right, that spans 200 times the length of our solar system.
So this is an object seen by Hubble that they're trying to explain. Excellent.
The star is casting a shadow that looks like Batwing.
Yeah, it happens over 2 years, is it?
Over 2 years, right? The motion.
That's
It says the flapping, quote unquote, of the bat shadow's wings. This motion is most likely caused by the shadow of a saddle shaped disc with 2 peaks and 2 dips. The disc must also be flared like bell bottom pants or a trumpet. The shadow is so large, about 200 times the length of our solar system, that light doesn't travel instantaneously across it. In fact, the time it takes for light to travel from the star out to the perceivable edge of the shadow is about 40 to 45 days.
Okay, so it's big. Like, so are we positing that Hubble's a real thing and satellites are in space with?
Why are you such a dude? You're
Because this
horrible
observation comes from
person.
Hubble.
Earlier, we were defining what an
But what do you
anti-flat
want
earther
to
is.
what do you want to talk
That's
about?
NASA. If flat earthers were like, let's just say they were Muslims or they were minorities or whatever, and like just like, really? Oh, is that how a minority sees it? Oh, well, like no one would accept it. No one would accept this bigotry and like
So
poisoning
wait,
the
hold
well
on a second.
and
But
being a genetic and like just
well,
totally using
what you are
genetic
is you're.
fallacy all the time.
Well, wait a minute here. You are having problems with an observation from the Hubble Space Telescope.
I'm having problems with it.
So obviously, you're going to posit that the Hubble Space Telescope is real now because you're using an image from it.
Why would you listen to anything I say? I'm just a dumb flat earther, right, NASA?
Well, I mean, if you're going to use a Hubble Space Telescope image,
No,
I guess
I'm retarded, right? I'm just a retarded,
well,
dumb
I mean, you brought up.
flat earther, right? You shouldn't trust anything I say.
Well, I mean, I think I just
think
think it's
satellites are
interesting that a
real.
flat earther
Nope.
is bringing up an image from this Hubble Space Telescope.
Oh, a flat earther. So you're just gonna literally discriminate.
Well, I mean, I just want to know if we're going to posit that the space telescope is real, that
So
Hubble
if
is a real
anyone gave
thing.
you information that said that they were a flat earther, you would not take that information just based on the fact that they're a flat earther?
Well, it's ironic that a flat earther is bringing up image from the
See?
Hubble Space Telescope.
So you're just a bigot. Like you shouldn't be allowed to talk here.
Well, why? Because you're a flat earther and you're bringing up information from the Hubble Space Telescope.
See? Do you guys want to deal with this person? Like, you guys actually want to have him in our chat?
Oh, relax, man. You're like complaining about him nonstop.
I mean, he's sort of asking. I don't know how to engage with the conversation because
the conversation is: are we going to posit that the Hubble Space Telescope is a real thing? I mean, it's either yes, and we continue.
Basicals, why don't you talk about what struck you about it? Like, I don't know, or I'll just mute up and it
I
can
would
go wherever
love
it
to,
goes.
Pinky. Like, I would love to, but I have this fucking guy over here that just is trying to put words in my mouth and assume everything that I'm going to say just so he can beat it down later. So it's kind of hard to have a conversation.
So you want to posit Hubble Space Telescope information?
Why don't you tell me what else I'm going to say, Nas?
Without admitting that the Hubble Space Telescope is a real thing. Got it.
Like, regardless of what side you guys come on, like this is ridiculous.
So you want to have your cake and eat it too. You want to use Hubble Space Telescope information and then say, "Oh, look at this. This is hard to believe." And then in the other breath say, "Oh, the Hubble Space Telescope is fake in fake space."
Well, maybe we can start there. Do you accept these like beasticles? Do you accept these as just real images taken?
I'm out, dude. Conversation. You guys have a great day.
All I do is posit the Hubble Space Telescope was a real thing.
It's not that serious, bro. You don't need to get offended that fast. It's NASA Shill. Everyone knows who he is. NASA needs like a flat earther that smacks him a bit, right? You need someone like Nathan Oakley. If you're too polite or,
Oh, cool. I didn't know we had one of these. Figured that we did. One in Bremen is what, 4 seconds? And then 8 seconds when they boost it?
Yeah, I think so. I think that they closed that off to the public or something, or they closed it off to like that's why they couldn't like recreate the other one, the Brennan one or whatever. Or the not the Brennan one, but the other, the test I just posted in there. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be pretty interesting to find out. I'm gonna call them maybe tomorrow or the next day and see if it's like open to the public or you get on a list or something, or if it's like only. I'm sure it's probably, only whatever, but might as well call and find out.
Yeah, the Bremen has 4.74 seconds and 9 seconds with the boost.
Oh, gotcha. So a little bigger, but it's something. And this is close. I could go here. It's like an hour for me, so I would love to go check it out, do some tests. They'd let me.
My guess is like any research facility, if you come in with a good experiment, they'll let you do it.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe I'd have to go in there with like a professor at some school or some shit.
I would probably know. Where is it? What's in Cleveland?
It's in Cleveland, yeah.
Well, they gotta go to Cleveland.
I know, it's close to me. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know this was so close. I should go try and get in there.
You live in Cleveland?
I live like an hour from Cleveland.
In Michigan? Or
no, in Ohio.
Oh, too bad.
Like close to PA.
Okay. Oh, Youngstown.
Yeah.
My parents lived in Youngstown for a while.
Really? Yeah, I love it here. It's great. It's beautiful. I'm from Phoenix originally, so I love the nice weather here. What?
You like cold?
Yeah, oh yeah, I love it. Shit, from the desert, I'm like, Please give me seasons, give me water. Everyone's like running out of water in Phoenix right now. It's crazy. Like there's actual communities, like hundreds of people that are just like without water. They have their like $400,000 house and there's no water. I don't know how you're gonna sell that shit. You got no water. You know what I mean?
A
It's
woman I
crazy.
knew who was from Phoenix who moved up to like I want to say like North Dakota or something. And they're talking about keeping a survival kit in your car, and part of it was like you keep a chocolate bar in your car. And she said, she'd been so trained over years and years of living in Phoenix, because chocolate in Phoenix would just melt.
Yeah, I used to like bake cookies in my car while I was at work. I'd come in after I'd get in my car, it'd smell like fresh baked cookies. It was great.
I know that every once in a while, when it gets really hot there, they'll take an egg and cook it on the sidewalk. And
Yeah, we did that in school. We had little solar ovens that we made in school, and we'd cook hot dogs and eggs and all kinds of stuff. It's
only
like,
got me was whenever there's an accident, they have to replace like if you skid it all, they have to come in and replace the asphalt because you tear it up because it's so.
oh yeah, no, my shoes would melt to the bottom of my feet, like my socks. Like I'd take my shoes off because I used to like skateboard a lot and stuff. And like I mean, yeah, you fall, you get freaking 3rd-degree burns, like 2nd-degree burns, easy for sure. And like I remember taking my shoes off, and my socks literally had like stuck to the bottom of my, like the rubber melted through my like insoles like onto my sock. It was crazy.
I know they
But
talk
that's
about dogs and cats. Not.
Oh yeah. They don't the strays don't last long there if they don't find some kind of shade or
Well,
water or something.
You think dogs will burn their feet on the asphalt?
Oh yeah, they definitely do. There's people that put little booties on their dogs when they take them for walks, and it stays hot. Like even at midnight, the asphalt's hot as shit. Like it'll still be over 100 at midnight, like because everything just stays in the concrete and asphalt and everything. It cools off a little bit, like more on the outskirts where there's not so many streets and buildings and stuff. But yeah, it doesn't even cool off at nighttime there. It's crazy. But sorry, I didn't mean to change the topic. I don't know what you guys were. If you guys want to go back to talking about whatever you and Beast were talking about, I didn't mean to come in and change the
Well,
topic.
what's your take on this for upward Earth? Like, we have a Hubble telescope. We get these images from it. Like, do you believe that we can do satellites somehow with upward Earth, or is it
Yeah, I
not
mean,
possible?
no, I mean, I think obviously, I think satellites exist. I just think that they're not what they claim that they are. I think that they're on balloons and high altitude balloons and whatnot. And I mean, the whole, like I know SE brought that up last time we talked about how he doesn't understand how the stars wouldn't like come crashing into the earth. And I'm like, well, if you believe in like a fixed firmament, like then it would all be together, like it would be an enclosed system just moving up, like kind of like a bubble in the ocean. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I think of it. It's like we're in a giant bubble rising in like some infinite ocean or something, is kind of how I picture. I don't know. I mean, don't know because I haven't left the frame. I just know that we're moving upward at nine, or accelerating, I should say, upward at 9.8 meters per second. We can measure that. Anybody can measure that. And where, the Globers don't agree with me is that, they have to bring in bendy space for it to make sense on their model. And in our model, like it only makes sense flat. Like it doesn't make sense globe, it doesn't make sense concave because it would either be closing in on itself or expanding out. And we know that the globe isn't growing, right? So yeah.
The problem with upward moving Earth is after about a year, you're moving at pretty close to the speed of light. So we should be seeing relativistic effects.
Yeah, but you can't leave the frame to know what, like that doesn't, like you're in reference to what, like you can't compare it to anything because you're not able to like it doesn't like I don't know, it doesn't really mean that it can't happen. It just means that we don't really we don't understand, until somebody can leave the reference frame. The speed is irrelevant. It doesn't
Leave the
really.
reference frame.
Yeah, until you can leave the reference frame to compare it to something. Otherwise, you're
What
just.
what all is in? I mean, if the Earth is moving upward at 9.81 meters per second, then I mean, shouldn't the? So is everything moving up with us then?
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're obviously not crashing into the stars and stuff, So I don't claim to know what's going on outside or how fast we're going or how fast we could go or what I don't know. I just know what I can measure and observe here on Earth, and electromagnetic. I don't deny the existence of electromagnetic stuff. I don't think it's. I think that it feeds into each other. Like the movement needs the electromagnetism. Electromagnetism needs the movement for it to work, to balance or whatever. But I don't think that electromagnetics is the only thing. That's what I was trying to ask Beast earlier. Is like, how can you claim that electromagnetism is the only thing that affects all objects when you can't, like when you take like a rubber ball or something that would be just floating around then, because or things that aren't affected by a Van de Graaff generator, like, I wish, because I know like Witsit did some Van de Graaff, demonstrations years ago. I don't think it was his, whatever his thing, but I know that QOP says he has one. And I've been telling him for over a year, do some demonstrations on your Van de Graaff, show us, But he doesn't, I don't know if he's still in here. He doesn't want to entertain me with that. So, yeah. So, I mean, I think we're moving up and that's what we measure. That's what we see. So why should I argue it and try and claim it's something else without having evidence to back it up,
So what's your take on the fact that as you get away from the surface of the Earth, the acceleration due to gravity reduces with an inverse relationship to the radius? So by the time you get up to the height of say a GPS satellite, 20,000 kilometers, G is only a fraction of what it is on the Earth.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's gradients. I think that like the same thing in the ocean. Like the deeper you go, like I don't think that would work if everything was electromagnetic. Then I mean, like I don't see that being a problem in an enclosed system. Different densities, different things are denser the closer that you get to the Earth or the deeper that you get in the ocean. Like to me, that makes sense on Earth moving upward. Like I don't know how to explain it really well, but
if everything's moving upwards together, so if something's a constant height above you, and it measures the acceleration differently to what you do on the surface, it can't be accelerating in the same direction as you at the very least, let alone at the same rate.
I mean, I think it could be because, well, I mean, air gets thinner the higher that you get. There's obviously great. Like I don't deny the existence of gradients. I think it makes more sense on an accelerating up Earth than it would on stationary, or on a globe, because globe you got to have your, to me I just go with whatever seems like the most plausible, and for me upward it just resonates with me, I guess. But yeah, can I explain why? No, I have no idea. I don't know how or why or how fast or any of those things. It's just I don't think that we're stationary, and I don't think anybody can nobody's been able to tell me that we're not moving upward, other than flat earthers that haven't done haven't done any tests or looked into it at all. I mean, really the thing that made me realize it was I was in my kitchen trying to talk to a Lyft, because I drive for Lyft, so I had the little Lyft app, and I was like trying to talk to some robot per lady, and I laid my phone down flat, and it was like saying that I couldn't text while driving, and I'm like, I'm in my kitchen. What do you mean? I'm not driving. And it like picked up the movement of the Earth. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy that it picked it up, and it actually won't let me message this person until I put it upright and like lean it up against the wall or whatever. So it was like I was holding it, and then I was allowed to message again. So I mean, everybody has a phone. Everybody can test for themselves that we're accelerating up according to, and I haven't really had too many Globers, argue with me on that fact, right? I mean, you guys can admit that an accelerometer shows nothing in free fall and acceleration upward, and when it's on the ground or on something, right? Or
I think Daz's point's good though, because it's not like the density thing isn't what he's describing. It's actually that when you go up in elevation, the acceleration changes. So for upward Earth, it would mean that the further away you get from Earth, the less fast that part is accelerating.
Well, because you're not touching Earth when you're up there. So like, and there's gradients, and the higher that you go up, like I'm not denying the existence gradients and of the air getting thinner the higher that you get. Like, I'm not arguing that, and I don't think that would like debunk upward or anything. I don't really know where you're
No,
going
I'm
with
not.
it.
I'm saying it's not. I'm probably not explaining well. It's not. It's not so much about the air. It's that like if you the actual acceleration is different at different altitudes.
Yeah, and that's something that I've actually been trying to, um, like people claim that at the North Pole or the South Pole or whatever that things drop, right? Isn't that what you're saying? Like, or at different, high up in a mountain, it drops like at different rates. Or are you talking about like people tried it in an airplane? Because so far it's been hard for me to even find like examples of that. Like I've heard people say that, but when I go looking for like videos or papers or whatever talking about it, it's like like here I'll even post what I did
I think
find
you'd
on
have to
it.
get. I think you have to get pretty far. I think you have to get pretty far up. Let me see if I can find something on it.
There was something I was reading on that Flat Earth wiki page, the one that's what is it? The not the FE Core Society one, because there was two different sites. So I'll post the one that actually has good information on it here, and he goes into it a little bit. From what I remember, it's been a while since I looked into it, but I think from what he was saying was that it was something that nobody's really proven from what I've seen. Like it's been something that's been said, but it would be an interesting test to do for sure.
ICSpin.
Okay, I remember what it was now. It was the test that they did claim to do. I think it was like a 0.0002 or something. Like it was a really super minuscule amount of difference. I posted in the side chat just now some examples that they give on this Flat Earth Wiki page. It's pretty interesting stuff. Altitude tests, it's been found in experiments in various ranges that gravity does not deviate from the universally of free fall or equivalence principle. The equivalence principle is a principle of nature which says that gravity behaves as if the experiment were conducted on Earth or in a container which was accelerating upwards, supposedly not a local concept. Experiments have tested this concept at various scales without violation of the principle. Gravitational time dilation in accordance with the uniform prediction. Okay, I could sit here and like read forever, but it's I posted it in the side thing if anybody wants to keep looking. So
But
whatever.
even, I agree it'd be tiny. But even if it's tiny, it's still a problem because
It's still something. Yeah, I
because
agree.
you're accelerating at 9.8 meters per second. So if you take that by, do that over a year, 10 years, what you have is you have a mountain that's accelerating, like the mountain top should be compressing into the base of Earth because it's not accelerating. The base of Earth is accelerating, like
Yeah.
a million miles faster than the mountaintop is.
Well, and I mean, from what I heard or read, I think it was like a 0.0002 something, and it wasn't recreated. It was like a one-off whatever, like claim, and no one's been able. Kind of like that other, like the one that people keep using with the Brennan drop tower thing. Like no one's been recreated it. Like it's kind of like okay, and you see like the little guy like moves off to the right and like the C thing, and you don't see like the whole thing what's happening. Like it's lacking. It needs to be redone, and I think the same thing goes for this topic. In order to like really prove that that's what happens, we need to see more evidence of it or whatever. But I do think that like that's talking about like mountains and stuff, like stalagmites and stalactites and stuff. Like when you look at them, like the ones coming off the ceiling are like long and skinny, and then the ones coming up are like short and fat, kind of. Like I'm like, oh shit, that could be like real life examples of like Earth's moving upward, like in the stalagmites and stuff. And then also the flat clouds. Clouds are flat on the bottom, most of them, not all of them, I know, but most of the time when I'm looking up at the sky, clouds are flat on the bottom. So boom.
Yeah, the stalagmite thing already has a explanation, which is just the flow rate of water changes the shape. So faster the water, the fatter the bottom will be. Slower the water, the larger the top will be. And then clouds is just that's just the dew point. It's the point where the dew point cuts off. That's why it looks like a knife cuts all the bottom off. But
Yeah. Or so
might be
something's
others.
pushing up. or something's pushing up on it. Just saying that, for me and my perspective, I see things, I guess, a little differently. So, to each their own. But it's getting late. I need to get up early. So you all have a good night, and maybe I'll come in another day and talk more upward nonsense. Thanks for letting me talk about it and not
All right.
yelling at me.
Onward and upward.
Onward and upward.